Hey everybody, welcome to Gamescom 2015. That's right, we are in Germany. We've moved the stage all the way to Germany. We are in California, we are in Beverly Hills. I'm joined by Mr. Kyle Bossman.
Hello.
Mr. Daniel Bloodworth.
Hey.
I am Brandon Jones. Thank you for spending Gamescom with us. It is early in the morning. It is 6:30 in the morning on Tuesday. We're kicking off the Gamescom events with the Xbox press briefing, which is going to start in a little under half an hour. So I was going to chat about that before, but I mean, Gamescom's like already happening. There's already like been big announcements. I wake up and there's a dog in Final Fantasy 15 and like everybody's freaking out.
Really?
We've gotten lots of like, this is definitely been the week for like teasers for trailers, which I know probably people think like why does something like this exist? But like of course like I love that kind of stuff, especially when I know it's not games related, but Deadpool had a really great one. So if you want to see a good example of how to do that, but a lot of people already getting people excited about things that are other than Xbox. Before we dive into what Microsoft is probably going to bring today, what else is happening? Like what else should we be excited about this week? Kyle Bossman.
So we barely explained that dog in Final. That's like they're teasing the trailer that comes out tomorrow.
Correct.
See, this is all news to me.
Cobalt tonight. It comes out at 11 p.m. Pacific time tonight, I believe.
Yeah, I guess we want to anticipate trailers even now. That is bizarre.
Well, from my perspective, thanks for letting me know when it's going to happen. You know, that's kind of fun because you know in our line of work, sometimes you go to an IGN or a GameSpot or a Game Informer and just be like, just you guys, we get together and we're going to launch this announcement together. So to just do kind of just big media blast, and it's like, no, this is a party, everybody's invited.
Yeah, and I think it's also like about like getting viewership. The more you get on that first day, that just pays off.
To who directly? I'm into your boss, I guess. Like, how does that?
Oh no, in views, you just get that ball rolling. So you're just.
Have you ever heard of like a publisher like being like, look how many views we got on YouTube? Like, does
yes.
That,
yeah, they're crazy about that.
Because it's all about sales at the end of the day. But I guess traffic's really like that important.
Yeah.
So yeah, Blood. So you didn't even know about the dog. What did you get up 5 minutes ago? and just for the record, just to be fair, our fan base, our loyal fan base in Europe does this all the time. Like you know,
Right.
I'm always getting complaints from people. They're like, I mean, this stream was fun and all, but it's 4 a.m. You're like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
well, we know Mafia is dropping soon, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Mafia 3.
And I didn't get to see it, but there's supposed to be a Mad Max trailer out there today.
There's a Mad Max trailer that I have not seen yet that focuses on like apparently it's like Thunderdome-ish, like Carnival-ish or something.
Okay,
like,
cool.
There's a new mode that they're bringing to the game. Star Wars Battlefront teased. Of course, we got the EA press conference tonight U.S. time. But yeah, we're getting Fighter Squadron, which is a new mode that they're bringing, which is like kind of predictably what everybody was afraid of, that like we were going to get a bare bones Battlefront, and then they're going to, like the Sim style, they're going to roll out all these other modes.
I think it's like a co-op mode. Is that correct?
I don't know the exact details. I just saw.
Cool.
Just saw the trailer.
We'll see more of it tonight, I guess. Yeah.
And speaking of, we're going to be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We're going to cover this, of course, until we're done talking about it, until after the press conference is done, and until we get our fill of discussing all of the cool stuff that's going to be announced. And then tomorrow, we're going to be live at 9. Two big things are happening that we're going to be talking about tomorrow morning. What is happening tonight that we're going to be sleeping through, which is possibly, I'm
not sleeping through this.
You're not sleeping through that.
Yeah.
The Electronic Arts press conference, which is at 1 a.m.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then at 9 a.m., we're going to go live with a reaction to the stuff that happened at the EA press conference, and then that will roll directly into a Call of Duty event for some kind of esports reveal. All of the esports functionality is going to be added to that game. It seems like they're talking about a new game every time we talk about Black Ops 3, but it's like, nope, same game. Multiplayer, same game. Single player, same game. Zombies, now esports.
You gotta let esports happen. It makes me so nervous they're pushing esports this year.
You just let esports happen? How does esports feel about that?
Well, you know what I mean? Like a community builds itself. Like Smite didn't become Smite overnight. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but this is the Call of Duty community. I mean, they built themselves a long time ago, especially Black Ops.
Yeah.
Like they know, and because it's like a real natural evolution of the stuff they did with Advanced Warfare. So I think people are going to be right at home with playing that. Have either of you played Black Ops multiplayer? Did you get a chance at all?
Black Ops 3?
Yeah.
No.
At E3 or something. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Huber was talking
fun,
it
yeah.
up. He's crazy about the character classes. He's really into it.
It's neat because it's sometimes like not talking about Call of Duty. What do we think Call of Duty? I mean, do we think we're gonna see anything?
No.
During Xbox?
No, Sony would be so mad.
Right. Well, that's the shuffle, right? So
Yeah.
it's Sony's play this year. Like they're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. They could have third-party stuff there. You know, it's like I saw somebody in chat mentioning Dark Souls 3, and it's like, oh yeah, because they had the trailer at E3. Why not show the gameplay now?
I'd love if they show
Right.
more Dark
You can
Souls.
see it
3.
in a montage. Well, so we have 20 minutes. We should probably start rattling some stuff off here.
Okay.
I mean, Scalebound is the one that we don't know anything about. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Right.
we've seen like one CG trailer, which you can glean a lot of stuff from that. But like, what's a good like dragon combat game? Like, what games actually like really did that? Because I remember like
Panzer Dragoon.
Well, Panzer Dragoon, you never get off the dragon typically, right? And I remember there was like once Drakengard. Well, there was a Japanese franchise where like you could like jump on and off the dragon.
I mean,
which I remember
there
the
was a
PS2
game
era
just
was
last
like
year,
mind-blowing.
so it's not that old.
Right. But I was just trying to think like what is the promise of Scalebound? Like what's the thing that we're really hoping this game is going to be?
I mean, you just think about the scale of some of the stuff that was in Bayonetta 2, and you just putting more. I think just putting more playability in that kind of scale, right? It's like if you can actually like face off against these dragons and fight as dragons or on dragons or whatever. I think, yeah, and even seeing something as as seemingly inconsequential as that Transformers game is like, yeah, Platinum can do this.
Yeah,
like,
it's just
Platinum can make this awesome.
It's exciting to give Platinum a big budget, basically. I think that's what we're hoping for. Is just Microsoft to give Platinum all the money they want.
Like inconsequential can be fun at the same time. Like those two things can exist. Like the Transformers game. Like I wouldn't say it's the Transformers game we need, but I played that at Comic-Con. That was a blast. Like it was a very, very fun, very combo heavy, like jumping around the environment and smacking stuff. So yeah, obviously lots of verticality, lots of probably a big open. We're gonna get some kind of gameplay thing. Like what franchise could possibly screw us today as far as like, oh, we thought we were gonna get the big reveal. I mean, the new the next the Alan Wake pseudo sequel. What am I thinking of? The
Quantum Break.
Quantum Break.
Yeah, that's not
Quantum
anything
Break
to do with Alan Wake at all.
Absolutely.
Right.
Just rhymes.
Right.
Same studio.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like it's not really related.
They won't shaft us. All three of those games and Crackdown, which we haven't talked about. All three of those games will show gameplay today for sure.
Yeah. So that's the big. That's why you save it. That's why you don't even tease it or do anything or even bring it up in the conversation.
Yeah, they won't let us down. They're gonna be cool.
Also worth mentioning that, of course, I'm going to introduce him as he's sneaking back in the booth, but Mr. Ian Hink was kind enough to get up early this morning to join us on stage.
You chose the moment when I was not.
That's
at
why.
the
No, I
TriCaster
I like to do that. Just I like to make you hustle. And ladies and gentlemen, Ian Hink. Oh, he's in the bathroom.
Oh hey, I was fixing a light reflection. Yay!
Woo! Killed it. So we got up early for E3. We didn't get up this early. This is like World Cup schedule.
I think I got it earlier one of the days, but yeah, this is all right.
So we got TGS. What are the other big events that we would get up really early in the morning for?
Any event.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I know you're excited about anything.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that Paris Games Week that Sony was talking about. Like, oh, this is a big thing now. I didn't actually hear about this before.
But some people, like Blizzard, is having an event this week, and they're doing that at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So I don't know how that translates in Europe time. I can't do math, but it's interesting that some are trying to cater like to both audiences. And Xbox is like, get up. Get up and get ready.
I like it.
Middle of the afternoon.
It's a good way to start the day. Like you never really know with Gamescom. Like Gamescom really exploded like 2 or 3 years ago. Like it's always been great. Blood, you've actually attended. I don't know if I've been to Germany, but I've never been to Gamescom.
Never been to
I
Germany.
mean, it was always been huge.
I think it took us 13 minutes to do a bad German accent.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that place is massive. I mean, basically in terms of square footage, it's like 3 times the size of E3.
And attendance.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's
like 8
and that's,
times.
That's the best part about it is that we can go through all the halls and see the fanfare on press day, and then there's a whole other side of it. It's just a business center. And it's nice and quiet and air conditioned, and so while people are going nuts in the halls, we can just go behind closed doors and
Would you get
have
little
a coffee.
slices of like you'll go and like. You go over to like Activision's booth or something, and then like, oh, they'll have like a nice like. All of a sudden, you're in a business office. It's like they'll kind of section off areas of like that. That's always what the second floor is. Whenever you see like people up there, like that's where all those meetings take place. But to have like a whole separate place for it, yeah, it sounds wonderful. It sounds like
the only problem with that as press is that the actual press center where they have people like sit down to like work on computers and all that stuff is probably a 10-15 minute walk away from the business center. So if you're running footage back and forth, it can be a bit of a grind.
Well, yeah, that's Comic-Con. Like it takes 15 minutes to walk anywhere. So I'll make a confession. I like Crackdown. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I've never really had a
You
problem
like it
with
a
that
lot
series.
because I didn't see anyone liking it, but like saying you like it a lot, that's a big statement.
Yeah, Crackdown's fun. Crackdown for me is one of those franchises that it cracks me up when it like exceeds or goes below people's expectations. Because for me, it's like Crackdown's just always been exactly what it is. Like I like the first time I saw the first trailer for Crackdown, I was like, oh, that looks great. Played it. It was exactly what I thought. Like the ending was ridiculous, but like by the time I was playing the game, I'm like, I'm not really expecting like a great narrative ending.
We got something happening.
Restarting. Oops, something's off. Something's
They got their 15 minutes to go. We're T-minus 15 minutes.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And then Crackdown 2 really wasn't that great, but like it was still just fun. Like it's just a fun like.
I bet this game won't even be called Crackdown 3
Oh, okay.
because of
You know how I feel
Crackdown
about
2.
Oh, we can.
Yeah, because everyone, I think even the greatest Crackdown fans are not into
Crackdown
2.
Guardians.
Yeah.
Or just Crackdown.
Speaking of,
Yeah, to do that thing.
Speaking of what? Oh, you're looking forward to more Guardians?
Halo?
I think
they're
they've
gonna do Halo something.
They've promised more Halo. We'll see more Halo.
Campaign, you think?
Yeah, what's more Halo? Yeah, what's more Halo?
That new mode, have they played it live? I bet they'll do that.
Warzones? Yeah.
Warzones.
Oh, that'd be great. We've gotten the
Yeah,
play
that-
trailer of that though, right?
Yeah.
You play an old thing. They got to announce some new mode or something.
Okay.
I would like something story driven. I would like some kind of explanation. I just think like if you're gonna have some kind of mysticism and curiosity around your franchise, like that's got to lead to something. You can't just do that the whole time until the game comes out. Like,
Oh yeah, you think of like the Halo 2 and Halo 3 CG trailers. I loved them. Just like the one where like seeing the ground opening up, and like that like part wasn't huge in the game, but that like what would you call it, mystique and intrigue? Yeah,
Right.
that's what we want out of the Halo 5 and haven't seen yet.
Well, I would say that's all we've seen. It's like starting with him, in the middle of the desert, and you're like, okay, it was this big thing. Like I don't know.
Oh, sure, you're
And
right.
it
That
just
counts.
And maybe it's just me being selfish, but as someone who like didn't play Halo 4, is kind of looking for a reason to like, okay, I was very invested, and I did a retrospective on this franchise, but leading up to everything that concluded with Halo 3, and I was just kind of put it back on the shelf, and like, oh, I might get back to that someday, and I'm basically looking for that reason, looking for why I'm going to want to play this, other than Warzone was a blast. Like I know I'm going to play it probably multiplayer, or borrow a work copy or something and play with my friends. But like, why would I want to play a campaign? Why would this build on what Halo 4 did? Why would it be different than Halo 4?
Yeah.
Do you play Halo 4?
Yeah, I played through it. I actually liked it. Definitely had some, seemed to have some Metroid Prime influence in terms of the enemy design and that kind of thing.
Whoa.
It looks spooky.
Yeah, in terms of story though, it was just like, what's happening? You keep referring to this guy like I know who he is, and I don't have a clue what's going on right now. But yeah, I did like some of the ways they changed up the gameplay for sure.
See, that's like you mean the didact, right?
Yeah.
Like I read a book about the didact. You know what I mean? It's not like like I didn't leave like Halo because I'm just like, I don't care. It's like I got deep in that.
Wait, did you read the book about the didact?
I mean, finish it cover to cover, but like there were books that set up stuff from like this. Okay,
Yeah.
this isn't mentioned at all in the series, and so like it's finally like brought up. I'm like, I still need a little bit more of a sell. So we got Scalebound, Quantum Break, Crackdown, which I said is kind of a guilty pleasure. Quantum Break, I mean, we'd love to have Mike Huber in this chair here.
Yeah.
But he needs his beauty rest. But he's certainly excited about that. I also need a little something because I'm trying to think, like, not lethargic, but like there's just something about this campaign that seems kind of hamstrung. It seems like it's one thing to come out and say like, okay, we're going to wait until Gamescom to really show you like what we have in store, but it doesn't feel like what they want to do. It doesn't feel like the perfect way to do that game.
Sure, because the last gameplay demo we saw kind of showed off all the time powers.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, now we get what Quantum Break is, and I wonder what's left to show what Quantum Break is. Maybe more time powers?
Well, to me, it looked easy. It looked like he was making it difficult just to show the game off. But it looked like if you can like pause time and run up to any of these guys and punch them in the face, like why did you just run to cover 8 times in a row? It's like, just do it, just take them out.
Oh,
So it didn't seem like what I'm wondering is like the cohesion as far as like these abilities in the actual progression of the story. Like, do I start the game and I'm just like this time wizard and like, do I level up? Like what?
Oh, you're gonna level up.
Where is this? Where is this in the story?
There's going to be XP. Don't
I
worry
think
about
people
it.
are still so confused about the whole story aspect because there's still like half of the fans of this game that think there's some TV show, but that's not happening. Like it's like, oh no, there's going to be cinemas in the game that are live action. But we still like don't know how that plays up because like the first introduction we had to this was this like little girl with a backpack like making a ship crash into a bridge, and you're like, oh, okay.
Sure.
And
So
then
it's like,
just,
prove
the
it.
pieces just haven't come together for me.
Prove
But,
your
like,
story.
Yeah, but I mean, have loved every Max Payne game. Obviously, they weren't involved with 3, but loved Alan Wake. Like, loved the aesthetic, loved the lighting, loved the world. Like, loved just exploring that. So curious if this is going to be kind of like James Bondy, where we're just bouncing around all these different locations, or if it's going to have that same kind of narrative thread the whole time. Are you pumped? Quantum Break?
I'm not very pumped for Quantum Break.
Why? Like, why?
Because I wasn't into Alan Wake. I guess a very like I'm a serious man kind of game.
Okay.
You know, like
what does that mean? Like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, serious man?
Yeah, not a serious man. Basically, yeah. If you're so focused on your story has to be good. It's got to be airtight. Otherwise, like you're wasting your time investing us in this story. So you know, it's just that's what I would love to see is just like, oh, this is an intriguing story. Because I think the last thing we saw at last year's E3 was actually that weird like CG like. The shattered glass thing, or was that 2 E3s ago? I don't remember that trailer.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
The lady's like screaming and her blood's like rolling off.
Yeah,
her
and
hand
some
stuff.
coffee or something. Yeah, but like that's not intriguing. That's
Right.
like, oh, cool tech demo. I mean, it was basically to show that eventually we'll be able to walk through that stuff.
Yeah,
which is cool. I love walking through like a frozen moment in time. That's all right.
I mean, we were talking about Black Ops earlier, and like, I'm not going to say Black Ops is the end all be all for video games, but like certainly for marketing, like they bring it, and it's every time they step up, tap is this thing on. Like every time they step into the podium, it's not just like our game is cool, you know. It's like, hey, this new thing, and you're like, oh well, that's interesting. We can talk about that. And it seems like every time Quantum Breaks come up, it's like Quantum Break, everybody. And you're like, right, and you're like, time manipulation, like totally.
I mean, I bet they'll give a
what
release
else?
date. That could be huge.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You seem excited about release dates. That seems to be something that you anticipate.
I want a lot of
because I
release
miss
dates
those.
today.
Like
I
we
want
watch
those.
trailers sometimes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, cool trailer, and you're like, release date. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't pick up on that at all.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. I mean, you know, the big wheel keeps on turning, so it's
Exactly,
just like,
yeah.
I guess it doesn't really affect our experience directly because we still like the game didn't come to us at that moment, but like I guess we can like start to meter our anticipation.
Yeah.
Is that-
I think
do you like fitting into your schedule, or do you like that you're like now I know how much I can anticipate and ration my anticipation out?
No, man, it's like the strategies. It's like the war table, and I like to see how people like plan out their strategies, and when a game gets delayed, how that affects their strategies of releasing and things like that.
VideoGameWarTable.com. I think that just happened. Kyle.
No, I don't want to. I shouldn't have
to
used the word
get
war.
that.
I'm
Actually-
sorry, Blood, what were you saying?
But I think that kind of plays into things too. Is Remedy is known for taking their time, and I think that's why we in a lot of ways haven't seen a lot of this game, because you don't want to have the release date get pushed back to the point that
Yeah.
you're showing off the whole game because you've shown it at all these different conferences. So it makes sense for them to okay, we're gonna do Gamescom every year. That's how we're going to do this until we know when we're coming out and we can plan out exactly what we're going to show. Because I'm sure with all that crazy stuff going on, there's a ton of stuff that could get spoiled. That
What crazy stuff?
just
what
all
crazy
the
stuff is going on?
time manipulation and TV show and all this stuff.
Oh,
playing
because it's so plot heavy to have the plot ruined. I get what you mean.
yeah, like you don't want to show off. Show your
Yeah.
hand too heavily before the game's actually in people's.
I also don't want to diss this game because there is a part of me that's really excited about this. One thing that I really liked about Alan Wake, that reminded me of like playing Gears of War in the 360, was Gears of War was my first like next gen 360 game where I like turned a corner, looked at a building, and was like, here we go. Now we're talking. Like that looks amazing. Like I'm, granted, of course, I could get this on a PC, and but like I've never really been a PC guy, mostly been a console gamer. And so there were definitely moments in Alan Wake where I was like, wow, that lighting is incredible. Like just flashes, not like a consistent, like this is a whole next level thing, but just like, weird little bits where like, a giant tractor would shake and then go flying across the environment, or like just the way the trees looked when you like moved your flashlight through it. And so I'm way down, and I trust that this game is going to have some of those spectacular moments, especially because they're like really focusing on like making it 1-to-1, that like the actors going right into the game, like Battlefield Hardline. It's like you're going to recognize these people, in gameplay versus cinema. But it does seem like this struggle between this team that's like, we're going to make this game exactly what we want, and we're not like weird Peter Molyneux savants. We're like, we're going to, you don't know where this is going. Like, there's going to be a great game at the end of this tunnel. We just don't know exactly when that's going to happen, or it's going to take a long time for us to put, get that information out. And you have like a hype machine like Xbox and Microsoft that like just doesn't. I don't know if they don't know what they want to do, but again, like I was saying before, it doesn't seem like it's playing out like they would hope. That like
Sure. Like this kind of a game kind of works against the whole big, huge event structure.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
Were these smart games? Is there anything similar to Scalebound, Quantum Break, and Crackdown that like made sense to kind of package them for Gamescom, or do you think they're all just individual cases?
Yeah.
And are we missing anything? I mean, these are only 4 games.
So we've promised some new IP we're going to see today.
Okay.
A new exclusive IP.
Huh.
I don't know what it is. My guess is Either like huge, we'll see like just a teaser for it, but like an epic RPG, like Microsoft wants their own Skyrim, or just like another tiny thing.
Scalebound, maybe. I mean,
I think Scalebound. I don't think Platinum can do a Skyrim type game. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think they want a game like that like a single player game you can just put hours and hours and hours into. I don't know. That was a weird just guess. I'm making bets at this point. But no, just those 4 games. They're all not this year. That's I think why they were saved for Gamescom.
oh, okay.
Because they stressed how much these games are coming out this year at E3.
And that was like the yin and yang of Sony and Microsoft at the last event.
Yeah, so that's what's cool about Gamescom is it'll be like, okay, here's everything beyond this year. I don't think we'll see Recore today. I think Recore we might not see again until next E3.
I would, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
That definitely
I think
seemed
that makes
like
sense.
A concept.
I
They
wonder
made a video
about
that the development team could be like, yeah, like show their parents, and then
Rare's
like, okay,
game,
we'll see you next year.
Rare's game Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy, yeah.
I bet we could see some more of that.
Maybe like a gameplay demo. I mean, you got to demo that. Like that. I think the more trailers you show of that, because that's not the best looking game I've ever seen. I think that
was
game.
a good looking game.
It was a good looking game for what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like,
You're right,
like
'cause it's
the
an
Black
MMO.
Flag looks better than that. You know? So it's like as far as like me really like I'm like being immersed in this environment. I think the big thing with Sea of Thieves is the functionality. It's the fact that like no, all of these people are players. Like when you really understand how this works. And so, yeah, Sea of Thieves, you got to demo that. You got to get somebody out who's like, okay, Bill's going to play that over on the other side of the stage. I'm going to explain what you're looking at.
I got another bet.
Okay?
Battletoads.
All right. Is Battletoads the Final Fantasy VII remake of this press conference?
Yeah, I honestly think there's still a Battletoads game happening.
Okay.
Will I have a rewind button?
Can I tell you, it won't have a rewind button. It won't be as hard, but I'll tell you what's weird is, you know that stupid statue that was at E3?
Yeah.
It was
I
off
was at
model.
Comic-Con too, yeah.
It was its own model. There's no Battletoad art that looks like that guy.
Right, but they probably made that for Rare Replay. So
But even like
I mean, they did that crazy intro with all the musical. They brought in like a whole chorus of people to like sing this song they wrote. So like, there's I think they did whatever they could to like, how do we sell Rare Replay without actually like remastering any of these games or?
No. That statue is made for the new character model of the new Battletoads game.
Okay.
He's got a pointy head.
I like
At
this
home?
logic.
Go ahead and Google
I
this.
like this track of logic.
The Battletoad has a pointy head, and in no other art does a
So
Battletoad
was
have a
Rare
pointy head.
Replay the Final Fantasy VII PC port PSX announcement?
Exactly. Yeah.
To just kind of
Okay, let's see where you're at.
Boom, that's
Yep.
gonna get you. It's like a horror film. You know what I mean? Like you have that moment, something in the closet. Oh, it's not.
Oh, it's
well,
just
I'll
my
go back
best-
in the
it's
kitchen.
just my best
Bam!
friend.
And that's
Yeah,
like when you
yeah.
nail everybody. Yeah.
That's my
Okay.
guess. That's my bet.
I still don't think it's happening. Also, want to point out for those of you guys that watched our E3 press coverage, we had the volume down while we watched the press conferences, and that will not be what we're going to do today. You are going to get a crystal clear mix of all the audio being offered by this
That's
feed. Isn't
the
that right,
theory.
Ian Hank?
Yeah, that's the hope.
And so we're getting a totally different feed in our headphones. So if you have any questions or concerns about the audio mix, you can direct them. Do you got chat up anywhere?
I
over there?
don't.
Okay, we'll
Matt Blair does.
We'll relay that
Mr.
information.
Matt Blair is
Someone
also here
tell
with
me.
us.
Yeah.
We also have an open invitation to any of the other members of the GT staff, so we might get some people rolling in, in their pajamas, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I mean, it's not that early anymore. It's only, we're starting at
We're
it's,
never
it's,
out
we're
this
starting
time
at
of day. What are you
This
talking
is
about?
7
so
a.m.
early.
Does anyone at Defy Media get in at 7
Here's the
a.m.?
thing is, like, I passed by hundreds of other cars on the way here, and it's like, oh, all these people do this every single day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we're such babies. Like,
I listen.
everyone
Yeah,
else
I
is-
listen. I like
yeah.
the Kevin and Bean morning show, and I heard the beginning of it
Yeah.
this morning. I was like, oh, I don't know if I've ever heard that in my life. Like, so it just depends. Not
Yeah.
to mention, it was just beautiful this morning. It's like a nice clear day in Southern California, and I'm just like, oh, look at that mountain over there. I just didn't know there's a mountain there.
Yeah.
But the sun's rising right behind it, so I can just see, this mountain on my commute.
Normally it's covered by smog, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
This is the world that our viewers see when they watch our stupid streams at 5 in the morning.
Should we make more last-minute bets?
Yeah,
Last
I mean,
guesses. We should talk about Elite. We should talk about the Elite Series, Xbox Elite Series 2016.
Yeah. What is that? I
This is
mean,
a trademark.
they've got the controller.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they don't have this, but on the screen earlier they had that Elite controller being pretty prominently displayed.
Yeah, man. I think it's just I think it's gonna be like a weird Xbox league, sponsored league, which is so
lots of
funny.
people in our chat get up at 5 in the morning, Kyle. So they're
Yeah, exactly.
let's have it.
You're all cool. You're all cool, normal people, and we're big babies. I don't know. I think that might be interesting because Master Chief Collection still had problems in its grand finals of Season 2 of Master Chief Collection with disconnects. Like in the finals, and then they have rules around like, hey, if the game disconnects at any point, you like pick up where you left off, kills wise. It's really weird, and so it'll be cool to see them double down and get super serious about esports because that is wrong. That ain't right. Oh,
Got
they're
something.
starting. Here we go.
All right, everybody. For the Microsoft press briefing. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, and stick around.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Stick around during the stream and stick around after. We're going to talk about what's about to happen. There's your Quantum Break glass, Kyle.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what that is.
They're going to open with Quantum Break.
Ooh, good question. What are they going to open with?
Halo.
I think
Would be my
Scalebound.
easy guess.
My bad is Scalebound.
You know how good I am.
It'll be
I think
Scalebound if they don't have something else big to end on.
Blood, what was your bet?
Or if they do,
I think
mean.
Scalebound.
Ian, what's
Yeah.
your bet?
If they have something else huge, they'll start with Scalebound. Otherwise, they won't.
I don't think. Okay, so here's another. While we're talking like lowdown rumors, Kamiya's been tweeting. He's not happy about what his role in this show.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Weird.
But he says that before the
Who's-
show?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Whoa.
Who is that?
Hideki Kamiya is the. He's at Platinum. I don't know his exact role on Scalebound. I assume director.
Oh.
Okay, now we got some like film reels in here.
Yeah, rare replay.
It's stuttering. That
It is. We got a bad frame rate on this.
I hope that's them and not our stream.
Maybe it's meant to look mechanical.
Yeah.
It is weird the music stopped. This is a bad presentation so far.
It's just pre-show anyway.
Because they weren't running on that. It's like, why do we get the shattered glass thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something wasn't working.
I
They were
full
like, go to
screened
the
on
film
it.
reels.
Got all excited.
All right, it's going.
Okay.
Deus Ex? No, I'm just kidding.
Ian, do you
That
have audio? We
shattered
don't.
glass.
You should. It might just be kind of quiet for you.
No, we don't hear anything.
There are those
Oh, there we
who
go.
take
Yeah.
steps.
Sorry.
Like it's just really quiet right now.
All right.
None
I've
of us
seen this
guessed
trailer
Those
before.
who make
None of
the
us-
Or I guess I
oh,
have.
okay.
leap forward.
This is the everything. This is.
Oh, this is a game we didn't talk
Stay
about.
as they
Or
are,
yeah.
No, two. Oh, no, never mind,
those that
everybody.
become
Yeah,
more than they ever thought possible.
Oh, it's a montage.
They
I think
discover,
this montage was at E3.
explore,
Yeah, this seems...
Almost this exact same
Compete.
montage.
And their
Yeah.
fears.
Oh, yeah, because this is Superman music.
Yep.
They love that Man of Steel music.
There are those
I cannot
satisfied
believe
by
they're opening with
common
the same
pursuits,
montage, man.
and those
It
for
does
whom
not
the
bode well.
extraordinary will never be enough.
No, there's gonna be great games. Everybody stick around. We're gonna see
ask
some great
yourself.
games. Everything's gonna be new and fresh after this montage.
Ian, I mean, you know,
Will you
editing's
step?
hard.
It's true. It takes
I mean, they
like
don't
an
have
hour.
they don't have editors.
Right.
They can cut like cinemas
Yeah, like a new
at
thing.
Microsoft.
Or like even like just switch around the old thing. They paid a lot for this visual effect.
See, I see this and I start thinking Xbox party fighting game. I mean, is that just me? Am I the only guy who wants Xbox?
Ooh.
It is weird.
Xbox
It looks
All Stars,
Like these things
Yeah.
are exploding out of their heads though.
Battle Royale.
What was it? Fusion Frenzy.
For the- yeah, when-
Fusion
when you-
Frenzy with Xbox characters. I'm in. Jump ahead. Okay, so that's the old stuff. We got it out of the way. All new from here out.
Maybe they just rolled that. Maybe they're having technical difficulties and they're like, just whatever quick time you can file on the laptop, just play
Yeah,
it.
it does kind of feel like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Xbox Gamescom
I
2015
think I've been in this
briefing.
room before.
Please
Yeah, this one
welcome
was familiar.
from Microsoft Germany, Gregor Bieler.
Yeah.
Or Bieler.
Meine Damen und Herren, mein Name ist Gregor
hey.
Bieler
Oh,
von
auf Deutsch.
Xbox
Mein
Deutschland.
Name.
Herzlich willkommen zum Xbox Briefing im Rahmen der Gamescom 2015, live aus Köln. Ich möchte die Gelegenheit jetzt nutzen, mich bei allen Entwicklern, Publishern, Medien und Xbox-Fans
So there's no German word for
die den
publisher, is
Weg
what I
nach
just
Köln
learned.
Oh, nice.
gefunden haben,
Yeah,
um
developer.
heute bei uns zu sein.
Who is this? Do we know this
Und
guy?
natürlich auch ein herzliches
Xbox
Willkommen
Germany?
an
No.
alle Zuschauer im Stream und auf Xbox Live zu Hause.
Trying to
Wir haben
remember who
heute
started
ein paar
their,
tolle
press briefing last
Neuigkeiten
year.
für euch dabei. Lasst uns ohne Umschweife anfangen. Bitte heißt gemeinsam mit mir
we go.
auf der Bühne herzlich willkommen Phil Spencer.
It is kind of interesting that they kind of have the local guys come out and introduce, because I'm not sure how many
Thanks,
people even
Gregor.
there would be that
On
familiar
behalf
with the
of
local guys.
everyone at Team Xbox, it's great to be here in Cologne,
Phil didn't
Germany
bother
for
learning
Gamescom
German.
2015.
Yeah, come on,
this
Phil.
is one of the
Phil
largest
comment or
game
something at least.
expos on the planet.
I can't identify his shirt
And we're
today. It looks like just
energized by the nearly
Xbox symbols.
400,000
I think it
passionate
is.
Counting on you to know
gamers,
that shirt, Kyle.
game developers, publishers, and industry professionals from Germany,
It might
Europe,
be little pills
and around the
in
world.
an X shape.
All
Okay.
here with a shared
It's tough to
purpose.
tell. There's something
to take
inside
the art and technology of gaming to a whole
Enhance.
new level.
I can enhance.
With the
in here.
community of gamers as our motivation and inspiration, Team Xbox strives to deliver on our vision for gaming. That vision includes the games
Yeah, it feels
you
like he's
wanna
talking to the
play
ceiling, you know?
and the connection to the
Not
people
making eye
you want to
contact.
play
He's just
with.
kind of like, yeah.
You gotta
across
throw
the
it to the
devices you wanna
nosebleeds,
play.
man.
Like
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
if you were
Oh,
to
Windows
watch
Whether a
10.
console gamer, a PC gamer,
if you were to
or
watch Spencer
both,
yesterday rehearsing, like it'd be
we
the
are
same tone.
committed to delivering
So I think the
experience
words
you
beneath
expect
the symbol
from
say all in
Microsoft.
one. I think it is an Xbox
Throughout
shirt, a
today's
designer
briefing,
Xbox shirt.
It looks
we
like
will
a,
show
like
you
a
how your
thought
gaming
bubble
and
and a
entertainment
warning
experiences
sign.
on Xbox and Windows is getting better.
Man, do you think
by
we'll talk
the
about Windows 10 a lot
innovation
today?
And investment in
So far
gaming
they are.
hardware and
Yeah.
accessories, in the social connection
boring
with
way
the
to
world's
start.
premier
But that's Xbox. They
gaming
love
community
doing
on
the product
Xbox
stuff
Live,
first.
Sure.
and of course, the most anticipated games. I want to acknowledge
Hold
that
for
one of
applause.
those games, Rare
for it.
Replay, launched today.
Random.
Get the feels going.
Just a
See, we're all
like,
friends.
coincidence.
Rare Replay represents 3 decades
Or is it?
It's
of hit
Tuesday.
games and iconic franchises across
Oh yeah,
multiple
maybe they
gaming
will
platforms.
segue into either Sea of Thieves
The
or your
work Rare has
Battletoads.
done on the compilation is a
dreams.
testament
Oh, yeah.
to their heritage and creativity as a studio.
We're here to
and
announce
their commitment and
exclusive
dedication
GoldenEye
to the
DLC.
fans of Rare
Yeah.
games. Rare Replay officially kicks off the greatest games lineup in Xbox history. A roster of exclusive games coming to Xbox One this year.
I gotta disagree
And
with
today,
that. I think they've had better
we will
falls.
show you how this game lineup
I would
of
say
games
probably not
is
your best
getting
in history.
even
But those
better
falls are now
in
apart because of backwards
2016.
compatibility. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
all together. You
Sure,
know?
sure.
A couple of
If you
years
put it
ago,
up-
I
factor
stood on
those in.
stage at E3 and I spoke about our growing investment in first-party studios and franchises.
Because that was unexpected. Because Rare
We are
Replay
seeing
installs
the
like 8
results
other
of
games on
that
here.
investment in a
Like
diverse
all the
portfolio
360 games in
of
Rare Replay are
exclusive
actually
games
like
Nine, actually,
they're
yeah.
actually
this
games.
year
You like
and next.
Oh,
the
weird.
disc like spits them out onto as separate things. It's basically like if
And
you just
I
bought all of
remain
those on
committed
say?
to growing the exclusive franchises
games
on
are coming
both
out this year?
Xbox One and Windows 10.
Hold
Our
for
next
applause.
Yeah,
three
wait for it.
games join Sea of Thieves, Gears of War 4, and ReCore in the 2016 lineup announced at E3 in June.
Okay,
Hold
So
for
let's get
applause.
started.
let's get
I've
started.
been a fan of Remedy games for many years,
Well,
and I've
breakdown.
had the privilege to work with them
Sam
on their
Lake.
last 2 franchises. I believe they are building their greatest game yet. Let's take a look at Quantum Break.
Xbox One exclusive.
There you go.
There we go. I like it.
The number one killer is time.
Whoa.
Oh hey, Iceman.
It destroys
Oh
us
yeah,
all.
that guy.
You were talking about that, Brandon.
Oh,
When Paul
Littlefinger.
came back, he came back wrong. Older. Changed. He took away the only person who could stop the end of time. Will. My brother.
Whoa.
One of the hobbits. I always get their names mixed.
Brandon,
Paul's men
that's
from
what you said you
Monarch are trying
wanted,
to
is
stop me.
actors.
Thing is, when time
Sure.
broke and changed
Like
Paul,
recognizable faces. And
Well, I said that's what they were gonna do.
okay.
He's a time wizard.
So multiple characters. That's interesting. I think they kind of hinted at that because we saw him having a partner before.
But yeah, before it was just a dude, right? Some dude.
Is he just
Jack Joyce.
just poning? Like this
Jack
isn't.
Joyce.
So I like the thing a lot where he grabbed the gun out of the air. That was really cool.
Chat, how's this audio mix?
Kind of reminds me of Infamous Second Son in a way. Just like some of the
I hear you
some of the
there,
visual
actually, yeah.
effects, like the way.
I mean, you even have that slowdown in Second Son.
This is a lot more actiony than I thought this game would be.
The last look we had was similar to this.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
He did. He mostly just did running around. But
I love all the terraforming
Oh
stuff.
yeah, the waves.
But yeah, it is unclear as to how much limit you have on this
skipping.
kind of thing.
So this one I think was
Stuck.
triggered. I think
Caught
this
in
is
violent
an
loops.
event.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
getting worse.
They always involve big vehicles.
Everyone freezes
Like one
except
big
me.
rig like jumped off the bridge at him and
Yeah,
froze.
that makes it most exciting for sure.
Monarch has tech to keep going when time breaks.
Well, the Monarch is in this. Venture Brothers. Uh-oh.
Freeze him, Bobby.
Here's your challenge.
They can move too. Okay, so they need tech to do it, but he can just do it.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, he didn't freeze. He didn't freeze everything though. Like that's an anomaly. Like he doesn't control that. As far as I know. Still doesn't look terribly difficult. You know what I mean?
This guy knows what he's doing though.
Yeah, also, Brandon, I gotta assume there's like some limit to how much you can dash. You know what I mean? That dash he just did to sidestep the guy.
no HUD. That's interesting.
Yeah, I bet you can't do this forever. I bet you can't do stuff like that. And so yeah, you do gotta like wisely use your opportunities.
Looks great though. Just the
Paul knew
aesthetic
this
is
was coming.
definitely unique.
He's not trying to stop it.
I'm sure Phil's stoked that this thing is running
Maybe he even
like
made
this
this
on the
happen.
Xbox One. Like definitely likes it.
Sure.
It's like yeah, that ground blue bump thing. Do that
Yeah,
as many
this is
times as you
nice
can in
lighting
this
right
demo.
here.
Yeah, interesting to announce 3 new actors.
Whoa.
Well,
I think Ian's feed is ahead of ours.
No, I was just excited that the building changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw that before we did.
How?
I
No,
don't
he
know.
didn't.
I'm literally seeing exactly the same thing as you.
No, he looked at the door. He came into the door and didn't close it, and then there was like a wall
even when
there.
he's
This
gone.
is great
The
stuff.
building
Yeah.
changed time. This is really
Puzzle,
cool.
trapped
Yeah.
in broken time.
Universe is a singularity.
Oh.
There should be no sound. No light.
Glimpses of the first prototype time machine. The origin of time travel.
Walk around.
This is cool, dude.
Yeah, this is very cool.
Oh my god, yeah, this rules.
Quantum break.
Well past the event horizon. This is impossible.
Uh-oh.
It's me.
Something went horribly wrong here. But it's scrambled.
Let's go find out what.
It's impossible
Yeah,
to
this
crack.
is cool.
I like the length so far.
Little pockets, dude. I'm jazzed that Aiden Gillen is in.
Spike this together. Give me the device.
Don't do it, don't!
What if you're wrong?
Yeah, dude.
That was a good thing to show off. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was like vastly improved.
Please welcome from Remedy,
Yeah,
creative
I'm very
director
interested to see if there's going to be
Sam
some kind
Lake!
of puzzle-solving mystery kind of in that moment,
Gamescom.
which it looks like there could be.
Quantum Break is the next big step on Remedy's 20-year journey of crafting cinematic, story-driven action games.
Oh my god, I love this
In
man.
Quantum Break, 2 different elements, the game and an in-game live-action show are
There we go.
fused together to form an entertainment experience that's more than the sum of its parts. Here with me today is Hollywood actor and one of the X-Men, Sean Ashmore.
Thank you, Sam.
The way he said that, it's like he's actually an
I
X-Men
play
in
Jack
real
Joyce,
life.
who with his newly gained superpowers fights to stop the end of time. The game is about the heroes.
See,
the
even
show
the
is about
actor
the
can't
villains,
read it.
And
Like
one story
smooth.
is told
This is
from
okay. This is the line that they wrote for me. Hi, I'm Sean
Our
Ashmore.
goal is to
I'm here to bring
combine
life
a
to the game, and yet I'm just
heart-pounding
going to read this
action
script.
game
It's like
with an
So
he can't even sell it.
live-action
He is Jack
in-game
Joyce.
show
The other actor got replaced even.
into something
The other
totally
actor was
new
just a model of
and
a computer
unexpected.
person.
Yeah.
You will see
gonna be
a
Iceman
lot
from here out.
more
He
of
didn't have
Quantum Break
feet.
this week
Yeah. All
at
that old
Gamescom.
footage is
Before we
like,
leave,
You don't think there's just
worthless
another
now.
guy in the game?
I mean,
we
they
have
credit him as
a
Jack
trailer
Joyce.
of the
it wouldn't be
show
that
his
hard
lower
just
third.
to
give you
switch the
full
character model.
picture
Yeah.
Yeah.
of the time-bending experience that is Quantum Break.
But this is fun at
Thank
like
you.
Thanks, Gamescom.
like now we have to like destroy all our Quantum Break footage. You like that fist bump?
Try to change
There we
things.
go.
Undo mistakes.
Yeah, yeah.
only to find there's no changing
Oh, this
the
is the
inevitable.
TV show?
It's the guy from The Shield.
No, it's not a TV show.
Or,
That
right,
Shield,
dude,
No matter what
Fringe.
I do,
I love
you
that
and
guy.
I end up here. And no matter what I do, time ends.
Dude, this is the future of FMV.
April 5th.
There it is.
That's cool. Release date.
Please welcome from Free Agent Games.
I think it's weird.
April 5th, you write that down?
I think it's a bad call
Yeah.
to like make such a big deal about the TV thing as like a separate thing because he's really isolating it. He's like, you got the game,
It's
and then you
just-
got this story thing. It's like, just
Crackdown
make
has
it a
always
game.
been
Like,
about
why,
It is.
why
and
specifically
open
call
world
it out as something
by
else?
bringing
I don't think it is. They're just
verticality.
the cutscenes, aren't they?
Yeah.
But the way
Everyone
he-
thought it was TV,
playabilities
but that's why
and
everyone.
But the way he
Full
describes it,
to
he's
the
like
genre.
separating these things. You know,
Yeah.
he's like,
Open world
these are
means
totally
go
different.
anywhere.
Yeah,
It's
it'll be
like,
nice to
if you're-
see how they transition.
And while
If you're
we're
doing the
set to
character models
deliver
in
a
game, that's the
massively
last thing you want to
simplified
do.
It's basically
is like
that Matrix
identify this.
game.
It's like, see, when Littlefinger looks terrible, that's the game. But when he looks
It's the
good,
anything
that's
part
live
of the
action,
vision
and you're like,
where we're
okay.
working to set
Oh, they're calling it Crackdown 3.
Today
Yeah.
we're
There you
taking
go.
you behind
Cool.
the scenes
Take
of
that,
Reagent
pal.
Games.
I'm looking up
to show you the vision,
Reagent.
the in-engine gameplay.
I don't
and the
know what
technology
Reagent is
that
as
the
a
foundation
developer.
for our game.
This
and
guy's
the
kinda got a
foundation for how we
Stephen
will
King
change
look.
the way you play
Yeah.
games forever. This is Crackdown 3.
Little Bruce McCullough.
Xbox One exclusive.
Some people look out on the city and just
cool.
see lights. I see lives, Agent,
Don't
burning
mind
with
the
hope
character
for a
design.
better future.
Looks like The Rock.
But what happens when
Kinda.
evil comes out of the
I
shadows?
heard that Hugh Jackman's
doesn't-
actually going to
never
play
mind.
this guy in the real game. This is just the stand-in character model.
Always do.
I really
bothered by
don't
that.
like that, by the way.
Really?
That makes me ill.
Whoa.
That's weird.
We'll talk about it after the show. Stand-in character
The
model.
team at Reagent Games is proud to bring you our vision
Uh-oh,
of the
Dev
ultimate
Diary.
sandbox.
Yeah. Well, on the EA
Explore
on
the
it.
heights of a futuristic city. Race through the streets in a transforming vehicle. And use your powerful abilities to stop a ruthless criminal
Ooh,
empire.
it looks not ready.
Crackdown 3
But they got
delivers
these
the classic
J.J. Abrams
gameplay
lens
in a
flares
brand
going
new way.
in the video.
Crackdown 3 is set in a
It doesn't matter him setting up
dangerous
that
new
shot. Yeah,
city.
further back.
A
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
peaceful
Get further
metropolis
back.
Get more of the
overrun by
desk.
violent
Get more of the
crime and
underside of the
corruption.
desk.
Could you focus more on his shoulder?
Life in Gangland is an intricate web of dangerous
Gangland?
interconnections. A dynamic ecosystem with multiple moving pieces. A criminal hierarchy to be dismantled any way you choose. Crackdown 3 will blow up the way you play games today by introducing a revolutionary new multiplayer experience.
Yeah,
using
just sell it as a fun
100%
game.
Destructible environments. By connecting to the Microsoft Cloud, play with 20 times the computational power of your Xbox One and experience unrelenting destruction and mayhem.
I don't like things like this, where it's like, hey, this game is super cool, but we're just gonna have someone narrate
It's not
over the
just what you
game.
can do with a gun.
This might help. Because,
It's
like,
the
this is something way
opportunities you can
different and cool.
create.
That's
It's
true, I guess.
That's not, like,
destruction.
pre-programmed like in Battlefield.
Yeah. That's
But I think when if you bring in this cool British chick to like explain this, I think it's so much better. Like when Rockstar does it, everything that they're saying is actually just this is just it. I'm just explaining this to you. I'm not being like, this is going to revolutionize action game. You're like telling
or
me
like
why.
do it in an excited way.
Yeah.
Be like, you can blow this building up.
Come here.
All right, getting on all the biggies right
Yeah,
off the
right
bat.
off that. Got some new stuff coming.
Scalebound.
Hello.
Oh.
Scalebound is the biggest game we've ever made at Platinum Games.
Yeah, he looks
An action
a little incensed.
RPG where you
He's never
can
happy.
freely explore a vast, mysterious
Oh, he's
world
gonna do an
on
onstage
foot
demo. He's got a controller.
or on the back of a majestic dragon. You play as the young man from Earth named Drew, who, along with the dragon Tuban, have been searching for a powerful artifact. To succeed, they'll need to fight through the soldiers of an evil empire and even more dangerous foes. I'm excited to show you Scalebound gameplay for the very first time. Welcome to the world of Draconis.
Xbox One exclusive.
I
Oh,
love
look
that he's
at
doing a
that.
demo.
Okay.
That was cool.
Yeah, it's great. title.
It's almost time to rejoin the main unit.
It's kind of like Avatar, that part.
The carrier ship will arrive in about an hour. Good. Huh?
Interesting design. His neck's kind of tiny. He's definitely kind of like heavy in the middle. The dragon.
Than I expected. You're up, big guy. God, what the hell was that for? I'd get off if you'd ask me to. Use your words.
I've never seen a creature like that before. Don't panic. Team, unite up.
Oh man, here we go. Oh yeah? Well, maybe you should hide behind me.
A lot of subtlety in the animation there.
He's got his beats.
Whoa, he's a dragon.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. I
Well-
feel like Xbox games need to have lead characters like that.
Welcome to the world of fantasy, brah.
Yeah,
I don't like the numbers
This
popping
is so
up on
good. I
people.
love those numbers, Blood.
It's a lot like Final Fantasy 15 or something.
Yeah, man.
Action RPG. Oh, and you can direct the dragon.
Nice.
Arrow, bow and arrow.
Yeah, you just had the dragon blow up that building.
And the music did change. Listen to the music right now.
Oh, he's ripping up the building.
I love it because like everyone else is like fantasy. They're all like, we need to protect. I've never seen a creature like that. And like he's wearing like Beats by Dre, and just like
Because he's from Earth.
yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Oh.
His name is Drew, I think.
He's like, come on, pal.
Yeah, let's go. Let's wreck these guys.
I love this. I love this so far. This is all gameplay.
I hope my iPhone doesn't run out of batteries. Or I won't be able to
It's
listen to
interesting.
this trance music.
It's almost like a cross between Horizon and Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that they have chests and things like that.
Yeah, this is weird.
This is an RPG.
I'm curious as to how open this game's going to be.
Different.
I think very because
Areas,
like
yeah.
that area that just popped up.
Is this like an MMO somehow or something?
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you and him, I guess.
Dragon fight. Let's go.
Let's stop this guy.
Ooh, I like the dragons lighting
glowing,
up like
yeah.
Tron style. I like that.
Look out!
Oh no.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Baby.
Is it a mine?
Go!
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa, magic
Whoa.
power.
Yes.
He just
yes.
transformed.
And his sword slashes right through it.
Did he transform in the? Have we seen that yet?
No.
Yeah.
He's like a crazy knight.
Yeah, with that cape. Oh, this is cool. Oh, it's like a flesh cape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks.
I think that's what that, yeah, his arm, being scaly was hinting at.
That was interesting. X and V together.
He like sucks the power out of it.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
He's history.
Oh nice, nice. Yeah, I'd say the gameplay in this is scaled pretty pretty expertly.
Let's get out of here
Yeah.
before any of his friends show up.
As far as like seeing the soldiers, then more soldiers, then ranged, then
Yeah,
Nice.
dude, that was a great,
was great.
demo. Oh my god.
yeah, I really want to know like how does that world work?
Holy shit.
Swearing. It's Tiamat.
Four-player co-op.
Announcing with the lower third.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
But they're all Drew.
Hardly seems like a fair fight. Just one of you against all of us. Let's go, big guy.
Yeah, I wonder if you can like make your dragon different. I wonder if you can like
Holiday 2016.
customize them or pick different models or
Ladies and gentlemen,
gotta catch them all.
Upgrade
Catch all
from
the dragons.
engineering, Mike Ibarra.
Loved everything about that.
Yeah, that was so good.
I did not.
I just have questions.
That game feels like
It is
8
great
different
to be
games.
here
It's
at
really weird.
Gamescom.
It's its own game.
You've just seen a few of the
Scalebound.
amazing games coming in
Head of
2016.
platform engineering.
In addition to playing great games, our fans are also passionate about their entertainment. A year ago, we gave you more choice.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
by bringing
All right,
new
time to slow it
capabilities,
down.
The word
especially
entertainment,
meaningful
everyone's
for
like,
fans here in Europe.
Sure.
Free-to-air HD television on Xbox One. We've been listening to your feedback, and many of you have asked, will I ever be able to record live TV?
Really?
Today, I'm pleased to announce the answer is yes.
We did not
We're
listen to
adding
your feedback
full-featured
about
DVR
how you
functionality
hate when we
to
do this
Xbox
stuff
One.
in our conferences.
You can record free-to-air TV, schedule recordings, and take your shows on the go. Let me show you how easy it is.
Like this is what you announced with the lower third.
From the
Sure.
website,
Right.
I can quickly select the show I want to
No,
record
don't show me how to.
and get back to
why
watching
have they
TV
not learned
or
that this
playing
is
one of my
bad?
favorite games. Xbox records my show in the background without impacting my experience at all.
Yeah, that's not true.
With Instant
cares?
On
It's a
enabled, it will
TiVo.
record
We
my
got it.
shows even when I'm not at home. Getting access to all of my recordings is easy. Within the
Showing
One
an
Guide,
episode of a show that's not
I
even
just go to
airing
the
anymore.
DVR section.
Right, you could watch
And I
that
can
on
see all
Netflix.
of
I guess
my
what I would
shows.
show is sports. I would show recording like a.
DVR
we
will be
need
even
some
better
sports
for
right
the
now. That's
Xbox
clearly the
app
solve.
On Windows 10. All shows you have recorded
Let's
on
see
Xbox
how chat
One
feels.
Get Pele
can
in
also
there.
be streamed to any Windows
That's
10
the model.
device in your home, be it a tablet, a laptop, or a phone.
Pele and everything.
Even better, you can also download shows to your device, so you can watch them on an airplane, on a bus, really anywhere, even without an internet connection. Because our DVR is powered by Xbox Live, you can also schedule recordings even when you're on the go, and they'll show up back on your Xbox One.
Oop,
Best
another
of
cut.
all, this is a subscription-free service,
Yeah,
and it's
almost
coming
like
in
they don't want you to see it
2016.
too close up.
I mean, Sony got everybody excited because they were
We've
talking
also
about
been hearing
having
you
a la
ask for an
carte
easier
service. You
way
know that you
to
could
message
get
with
just
friends.
these, just these
And
apps, or just
today,
these services
I'm
or
excited
networks
to
and stuff like
announce
that.
the
Like,
new
Yeah.
but that's not only
Xbox
just
Chat
tech. Like that's us really
Now
like
you can
breaking
quickly
down that
compose
wall and making these
messages,
deals
enter
with people.
codes,
They have a
and
keyboard.
search
So is
for
this
games and
Xbox like?
apps. You
Gotta
also
say
get
something.
audio controls
that's
at
why
your
they just said
fingertips
it's
and a
subscription
stereo jack
free.
for your
Yeah.
headset.
Like we said, backwards compatibility.
The
Everyone
chat
got
pad
real
also comes with
excited.
two
So
new programmable keys.
That's nice.
I'm personally looking forward to taking screenshots and recording game DVR clips at the touch of a button.
Interesting because I mean
The
they
touch-
had that on
the
the
trackpad is
360
compatible
and it
with all
fit better.
Xbox One
It would fit
controllers.
way
that thing
better.
looks
And works
terrible.
Oh man.
with both Xbox
I
One
actually
and
have one
Windows
of
10.
those.
It will be available
ones.
in November, and you can pre-order today.
thank goodness.
What's funny
Hold
about
for
saying
applause.
you can take screenshots with a press of a
At
button
E3,
is that
we also announced the
the share
ability to
button.
play
Right.
Xbox 360 games on your Xbox One. Since then, we have been humbled by the response. In just over a month, the Xbox community has submitted more than 3 million votes, and preview gamers have played over 83 years of Xbox 360 games on their
my
Xbox
God.
One. I'm happy to announce
Put that
that
up
all
on the
future
screen.
Xbox 360 games with gold titles will be backward compatible at launch. This
Oh,
means
interesting.
Xbox One and Xbox Live Gold members get more free games to play each month. At Xbox,
Oh, okay, that's cool.
our first-party Microsoft
So like
Studios
with
are
PlayStation
committed
Plus,
to
sometimes they put a
backward
PS3 game
compatibility,
up, and I can't play it
allowing you
unless
to
I
play
plug
your
in my
top
PS3.
Xbox 360
Right, but again, lower third.
franchises like Halo,
I think it's cool,
Gears,
actually.
and
I just imagine him,
Fable
like,
on
a
your
week
Xbox
ago.
One.
Just being like, honey,
Combined
you
with
excited about
support
Gamescom?
from
I'm like,
leading
yeah,
third-party
but you know,
publishers such as EA,
doing the TV
Bethesda,
announcement.
Ubisoft,
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
just
the
not-
asshole who
and
ruins
many
the
more.
entire
I'm
conference.
excited to
really? Well,
announce
they're
backward
doing other business
compatibility
things.
will be
I'm going
available
right after
for everyone for
Scalebound.
free this
Literally,
November
like this
for
dragon's
over
gonna like
100
blow up a
games
building,
and
and then I gotta
hundreds more to come.
talk about DVR recording.
I still don't understand why people are so excited
In
about
addition
this.
to backward compatibility, in November,
Oh, it's just
we're
it's
updating
convenience
Xbox
and
yeah,
One
it's,
just so you
with
don't have to
Windows
have
10.
two things hooked
Well,
up.
so
Releasing a
you don't have to buy all
completely
these HD
redesigned
remasters just to
experience
play
that
it
will
on
be
your
faster
system.
and
Yeah.
easier than ever before.
Just don't throw away your
November is going to be a
360.
great time for
Yeah,
Xbox
but it's
fans.
a pain to have.
Thank you, and have a
6
great week here
consoles
at
hooked up or
Gamescom.
whatever.
I guess.
I think he was brief. I think didn't drag that out too long. I
Ladies
think
and
he did a good
gentlemen,
job.
General Manager, Microsoft Studios, Shannon Loftus.
Loftus.
In my
How-
20
how does
years of
he-
making
how does
games for
batteries work in
Microsoft,
a Scalebound
rarely
world?
have I seen a community as
For his
engaged
headphones.
and
Yeah, I
vibrant
was wondering
as the
that
Killer
too.
Instinct
Where does he get
community.
double A's and
Thank
The
you.
Dragon Mana.
Draconius?
At E3, we announced KI is coming to Windows 10. Anything you own in KI, you'll
are
own
they
on
doing
both
with this
platforms.
music?
And we're supporting cross-platform play.
It's Killer Instinct music.
And on Windows 10,
It's balanced
all of your
really poorly.
existing controllers and flight sticks will just work. Today, I'm excited
Whoa,
to
is
announce that
she
Killer
excited?
Instinct Season 3
Yeah.
is coming March 2016 to
Oh,
Xbox
boy.
One and Windows 10.
It's turning green.
Killer Instinct.
I'm
you
also
guys.
excited to announce that Killer Instinct will feature guest characters and
Counts.
that KI and Rare
Count
Replay
it.
players can get a sneak peek of Rash from Battletoads. And he's coming today. Rash, show us what you
He's
got.
coming today?
To Killer Instinct.
Was that the design of the statue that you saw?
I think it is.
Yeah, I think so.
What's so weird?
Look at these moves. Oh man. Now I feel like a chump for.
I love that day of stuff. I love it. I gotta admit.
It's gonna be really weird if they're not making a Battletoads game.
Director of ID at Xbox.
That does not fit the vibe of that game at all. I love it. Oh, that's so weird.
People like it?
Yeah, I
Rick
think
and
it's
Robo
cool.
thinks that's sick.
Since
It
we launched
is.
ID at Xbox right here at Gamescom.
But I feel like I'm a
because
chump
our
because
Mike
I
Hogan's
haven't
feeling
really
it?
gotten into the new Killer Instinct that much.
Since then,
Time,
we've been
it's time
blown
now.
away by the creativity
Get
and
that
innovation
Rash.
independent
That's so
developers
cool.
are bringing to Xbox. There are more than 1,000 studios creating games via
this
ID
guy
at
is
Xbox
talking
today,
to
and
people.
It's awesome to see
Yeah,
how many
you're right.
are also starting to take advantage of Xbox Live on Windows
You
10.
can feel it. You can feel that
In
that,
fact,
that thing of
every
excitement
game I
inside
talk
of him.
about today will
And
ship
like the lady
on both
before him
Xbox
laughed
One
when people
and
enjoyed
Windows
it. She was
10.
like, "Oh, there are
So,
people in this room."
get
Like,
things
yes,
started.
hi.
I want to talk about one game we've been excited about since it was
Yeah.
announced this
You like
spring.
Battletoads? Like, yes.
I'd like to
I get what
welcome
you're
to the
saying.
stage a true master of game design. Please welcome the creator of
Everyone's enjoying
Castlevania,
themselves. I don't know what
Symphony
to
of the
do
Night,
now.
Mr. Koji Igarashi, to talk about Bloodstained.
Cool.
All right.
Oh man, if he shows some gameplay?
And this is what we thought Shenmue was going to be. When they started talking about some
Right.
Kickstarter thing at Sony, we were like, ooh, Bloodstained?
Yeah.
He's got a whip.
Yes. Loves
Hi
it.
everyone. 本日ここに来ましたのはブラッドステインドの Windows 10版に
This is a great press conference.
コープモードでですね。
Oh yeah, he's been like a
Xbox
producer on
One
this
の
project.
クロスプレイ機能が入ることをお知らせするためです。
Hello, everyone. This is Iga. As you can see, he's still working on his whip cracking skills. Today, it gives us great pleasure to announce cross-play
Does that mean he's
functionality
not good at it?
in the Xbox One and Windows 10 versions of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
ブラッドステインドはですね、ありがとう、Thank you。ブラッドステインドはですね、2.5D 横スクロールの探索型アクション RPG で、キックスターターでですね、5.5ミリオン以上のですね支援をいただいたタイトルになります。
For those of you who do not know, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is a 2.5D side-scrolling
I
action
think it'd be
adventure
dope
game
if there
with
was
heavy
one or two
RPG
guys next to him.
elements.
The first guy said it in
recently
German,
raised
and then the guy
over
next to him said it in English after that.
$5.5 million
That'd be so
on
great.
Make it feel like the Olympics.
But make the
クロスプレイによって
German
です
or the
ね
English guy
Xbox
only
One
understand
ユーザーと
German, so
Windows
that's like
10 ユーザー
3
がです
times
ね同時にプ
translated
レイ
or
す
2
ることがで
times
きまして
translated.
ブラッ
Telephone.
ドステインドのですね奥深い世界観をですねより楽しく
I'm feeling it's
体
probably
験する
not
こと
ready
が
to
で
be
きま
shown
す。
yet.
Crossplay will allow Xbox One and Windows 10 gamers to
Unless you can
enjoy
play
and
it with a whip.
explore the deep,
You can still make a
vast,
trailer though, man.
robust, and
They
godlike
made
world of
so
Bloodstained
much money.
That was
probably
only, I
do
think,
something.
2 months
今
ago,
回
you
です
know?
ねちょっとしたサプライズを
Yeah,
用意
they
しま
only
した
had
Yeah, you know,
concepts at
Ian,
that time.
One other small
You can't make a
surprise
video
for
in
you
2
today.
months.
Not if you don't have a game.
新しいキャラを紹介します。
Are you kidding me? Of course you can. You got a
There's
concept?
a, yeah, there's
You
a
got all mad
drawing
about
right there.
concept.
Brand new
There's the
character in
I never get
Bloodstained.
mad about concept stuff.
このキャ
Cal
ラ
Bossman
ク
gets
ター
mad
です
about
ね、ちょ
concept
っと
stuff.
急ぎで作ったので、ですね、名前とかいろいろまだ未完成のところがあ
Never
るん
been
です
mad
け
at
れ
a
ど
trailer in
も、
my life.
ゲームの設定の10年前にですね、召喚された
That's a lot.
悪魔たちを倒したデーモンハンターの一人です。
We're still putting the finishing touches on this character, so we don't actually have an official name yet, but we can say that this is a demon hunter that fights the demons that first come to Earth on an attack that
this on
occurs
the plane.
10 years
Germany.
before Bloodstained, the game begins.
主にですね、二振りの刀とお札を使って戦
We
い
were
ます。
totally talking about it over
We can
breakfast.
also say that he is a dual sword welding hero
Yeah.
that uses Japanese
No, he can
ofuda
weld swords. He
spells
can't wield
to
them.
Yeah,
fight his
sorry,
foes.
dual weld.
今回マイクロソフトと組ませていただいてですね、このクロ
Dual
スプレイのような、
he's doing a great job.
フィーチャーを提供できることが本当に今回嬉しく思っております。
And we're just really, really excited to be able to team up with Microsoft and prepare such an innovative, cutting-edge feature for all of our fans.
He's great though. I like his
皆様
attitude.
がブラッ
Yeah.
ド
What's
ス
this
テイ
guy's
ン
name?
ドを
What do you
プレイできる
recognize him from?
これから我
He
々は
was
頑張って制
on
作していき
Bionic
ま
Commando
す。
stuff.
Thanks for everything,
Couple
guys.
years
We're
back.
working our best to try and get the game into everyone's hands as soon as possible.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Wow, that was awesome.
Do you have the same warm and fuzzy
As a
feelings about
backer of
Bloodstained that you had when he
Kickstarter,
walked
I am-
on stage
I am
now
stoked.
that he's walked off stage?
In the next 12 months, we'll have more than
Should Bloodstained have been in this
150
red
games from independent developers launched
No,
through
probably
ID at
not.
Xbox.
This guy's like a
more than in
bizarro
previous years
David
combined.
Cross.
And many of these games
Because
are
he's
coming
positive. I
first
get a
to
positive
console
vibe
on
from him.
Xbox
No,
One.
yeah.
But no matter what
Yeah,
kind
David
of games
Cross-
you like to play,
he's a positive
independent
David
developers
Cross.
are
Yeah.
bringing you amazing titles on Xbox and Windows
show
via
some kind
ID
of
at
video for
Xbox.
Bloodstained, something.
For example,
I just don't think there's
City
anything to
Skylines,
video
I-
of yet.
I literally
City
think there's
Builder
nothing
from
for that
Paradox
game.
and Colossal Order
You
will be
can still
coming
make a
first to
video.
console on Xbox
Quantum
One
Break didn't
in the
have their
next year.
lead yet, and they made trailers.
We'll also see a portfolio of games from Simulation
I mean, it would
Experts
just be
Dovetail
like
Games,
a Ken
including their
Burns
award-winning
slideshow of-
franchise Train
What Train
Simulator,
Simulator? What?
coming first to console on Xbox One.
That's an exclusive. We'll take
Daedalic
it.
Entertainment, a great German developer and publisher, is going to be bringing a portfolio of their independent titles
Don't
to
look those
Xbox
trains are
One
doing
and
well.
Windows 10 with Xbox Live
You're right.
as
On
well.
Train Simulator, you shouldn't show a crash.
And our
That looks
friends
like a
at
fail
Team
state right there.
17 are continuing to help other independent developers ship
They know
great
what
games
people
on
want out of
Xbox
Train
One. and
Simulator.
Windows 10.
They don't want crashes.
Today,
They do.
they're shipping
They just wanna make
Beyond
Reddit
Eyes
posts
by
about 'em.
Tiger and Squid on Xbox One.
They want to watch the Funhouse
Later
guys
this year,
make
they'll
crazy
be bringing
train
Escapist
videos.
Walking Dead, a unique undead twist on the hit prison escape game. And last
Oh,
week,
okay.
they
What?
announced that
Oh.
they helped
No, yeah.
bring the ukulele to console and Windows 10 as well. It's an amazing
there.
looking
Ooh,
game
this is
with
new.
great
Yeah, gameplay of
character
ukulele for
design,
the first time, right?
Sky Gaming.
No, I don't think it's first.
Awesome. Can't wait.
I need
Team
to get up on
17 is
ukulele. I've
also
never seen
hard at
gameplay of
work
that.
on the next iteration of their most famous franchise, which adds some
Yeah, I
awesome
bet if
new
we're following
mechanics
their
to what's
Kickstarter,
already a
that
great game.
they've been like
Let's take a
updating
look.
new stuff all the time. But yeah, that was cool.
Worms, eh? Worms and World of Tanks combined. I'm calling it right now. Worms. Didn't think I'd be writing worm things.
Yeah, I remember them spending something out.
Leela, I had worms.
I like this art style better than some of what they've been doing in the past couple of years.
This is so loud.
I like sweet.
But I mean, you just kind of
That
like
game's
doing a
gonna be
side
awesome.
ukulele and you go full screen on worms.
One genre
WMD.
I've always been personally a huge fan of is adventure games.
He left
so
the
it's
stage
an
for that.
incredible honor
Yeah,
to be able
you're right,
to
that was very
introduce you
short.
guys one of the genre's pioneers and a true gaming legend, the creator of Maniac Mansion and Monkey Island, Mr. Ron Gilbert.
One guy in chat just said Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't think about that today.
It'd be a cool announcement, huh?
It'd be the best
Thanks,
announcement.
Chris.
I get all Huber on
Now,
this.
when Gary and I launched our Kickstarter for
Oh, here we go. Kickstarter.
adventure game, we had two goals in mind.
Yeah, I remember
The
Thimbleweed.
first was for you to play a truly classic graphic adventure, and the second was for us to relive the nostalgia of making one
What was
of
that
those
worm's
games
called?
again.
WMD.
And now, with the dedication of Microsoft, Thimbleweed Park is going to be coming to Windows 10 and Xbox One. And here is a quick preview of
This guy
Thimbleweed
seems
Park
nice.
with pixels
He's a nice
so
guy.
sharp
Yeah.
they could poke your eye out.
He likes a bit.
Oh.
Total Maniac Mansion.
Trailer opens with a shot of them standing there. I love it.
Very Scully. Very Radioland Murders.
I will be
Uh-oh.
very. Yeah.
It's got
I'll be
dream
very interested to see
logic.
how that game does.
A lot of that was from its Kickstarter trailer.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Thanks
Even
a lot, Ron.
use Balloon Animal with Dead Corpse. That's like from.
When we announced
Funny.
Xbox Game Preview at E3, we had an outpouring
It
of
kinda
interest
feels
from
like
the
they're
development
bringing these
community
guys
who are
out
excited
just
to
so that
have
they can
players
have a
experience
developer
their
say
games
Windows
and
10.
provide feedback before their full release. 2 games have released through the program so far, and we're excited to announce that Sheltered, Team 17's post-apocalyptic family bomb shelter simulator
Man, those lower
is
thirds.
going to be available
Ian,
for
can you imagine if
download
they
later
rolled the wrong
today.
one?
Oh yeah.
Also, coming soon.
Yeah.
I mean,
is
like
a
those are
really
probably
cool
tied to the video,
dinosaur
but at the
survival
same
that
game.
time,
happen
it's like.
once?
Ark
Somebody
Survival
rolled-
Evolved.
like a
It's going to be
reveal
coming
early?
to Game Preview this
Well, I
winter
just mean if it
and
said
shipping
something
next
wrong, if it
year
was like
on
exclusive to Xbox
and
One, or
Windows
like,
10.
oh no,
yeah.
that's
Let's
for that
take a
other
look.
one. Like, be a big deal. It's Ark.
First on Xbox through Game.
This is an
Preview?
Ark.
So Game
I guess
Preview
it
is
is.
early Yeah. access.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's not Ark. Ark's in trouble. Yeah, it is Ark.
That flying looked too.
This is all new stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah, this game was giving us some problems on PC. I'd love to play it on console. Just like streamline that.
This is a good trailer.
Yeah, I want to
This is
sink.
a
I want to
very
sink
good
some time
trailer.
into this game because you can't just play this game. You can't be
Right.
like, oh, 5 minutes of arc. That was great.
That was the
You
best
got it.
arc trailer I've ever seen. That was so much better than their other stuff.
The flying looked so slow, though.
Yeah, man, you're on a dragon.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you want it to feel fast.
That was a
Otherwise,
really good trailer.
Why fly?
Arc is looking fantastic, and it's really just the beginning. We've been going through a ton of concepts with our development partners, and today I'm excited to announce just a few of the titles that will be coming to the program in the next few months. We're going to get the first taste of Rivals of Aether, Dan Fernacce's 4-player online fighting game later this year.
Interesting.
And later this
Cool.
winter, fan favorite Starbound from Chucklefish will make its console debut in the Xbox Game Preview program. Finally,
Sorry, it's
I'd
called
like to leave you
Chucklebound?
with one of the creepiest and coolest games
that's-
I've seen in a long
Starbound.
time.
Oh
This
my
game is
gosh.
going to be first on console on Xbox One next
had it,
year.
and you
but
said
can
Chucklebound.
experience
I
it
know.
in
Like,
game preview
erased it
this
from my brain.
holiday. Let's take a fresh look at We Happy Few from Compulsion Games. Thanks a lot.
Ooh. Like your logo.
Yeah, me too.
London Bridge has fallen down.
I like it.
It's fallen down. Fallen down. London Bridge
don't like that lower
has
third.
fallen down.
Yeah, these lower thirds.
This
are
is
really
what this game is. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've seen this.
Take the keys and lock them up. Yes, go on, do it. Lock them up.
Oh, dude, no way.
Like a Bioshocky.
Take
Dude,
the
this
keys
is rad. What is
and
this?
lock them up.
We Happy Few.
Very Joker.
Oh, God, no.
Everything is quite all right. Sleepy tight.
Kind of like Alice meets
I'm
Bioshock.
Yeah,
I like
I'm
it.
in
a little
love
over
with this.
the nursery rhyme thing, but
There's been some cool trailers for this. I thought this was
never
like an
seen
early
this
access
before.
already.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of Sir, You're Being Hunted, too. Oh, nice logo.
yeah.
Ugh. 60s font, 70s font.
Oh, that gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Dude, that was cool.
Doing a midnight stream of that, Kyle.
First thing at this conference
You're
that
gonna
I've
hear
liked.
first.
Program Manager Jasmine Lawrence.
It's the Ian stamp.
Yeah.
Windows again.
Thanks. Just last week, we began the worldwide launch of Windows 10. Now, I'm super excited
She's
about
talking
this
like a
launch
regular person.
because
Yep.
I like
Windows
that.
10 represents the best version of Windows we've ever made for gaming. It starts with great hardware and software. We've worked closely with our partners like AMD,
They should have
NVIDIA,
her do all
Intel,
the
and others
announcements.
to ensure the best possible PC gaming experience. Windows 10 introduces DirectX
And that's what's interesting is like when you like
which gives
actually
game
move down the
developers
corporate
direct
ladder within
access to the
Microsoft, people get
graphics
more and more
hardware,
real.
enabling them to deliver
Sure.
new levels
Yeah.
of visual fidelity and performance for PC games. Over 100 game studios are actively developing DirectX 12 games, including Epic with Unreal Tournament and Stardust Ashes of Singularity. And that's just the beginning. Director Tabata-san and the Final Fantasy team at Square Enix have put together a technology demonstration
Cool.
showing the incredible realism that
philosophy, for the
DirectX
third time.
12 and Windows 10 make possible. Let's take a look.
We're gonna bust up if it is.
That's the world,
Yeah.
isn't it?
For what?
That's Agnes' philosophy.
It is.
It is.
You can't.
Oh, but we can move around in it.
Oh, they've done.
This
What
is
is
awesome.
This is the environment from the Agnes philosophy demo.
Yeah, it's real.
What's
It was
Agnes'
fr-
philosophy?
It's a demo that they did of like supposedly quote unquote next gen, their next gen engine basically, Square's next gen engine.
Oh.
That they showed 3 years ago.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I remember now.
And it's just like a proof thing.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is,
but,
this
this-
is
like-
awesome.
but that was very cinematic, and this is interesting because they're like showing off, like changing all the lighting and stuff in real time.
I liked her
Moving
outfit.
cameras around, really. Yeah, there's the shadows and stuff.
But do most people, do people care about stuff like this?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
I guess they do. I don't at
when,
all.
When Crytek's done this in the past, it's always been huge. People would just eat it up.
Some good chin.
I mean, so what's crazy about what we're seeing right here is
Hashtag
that
chin.
I don't think our consoles can do this.
Right.
They're showing off DirectX 12 stuff that like PCs can
Right.
handle, and so that's pretty cool to be in this Microsoft press conference.
I mean, this does look really good.
Yeah, like
The Especially if she always looks this good and you can just zoom in on her. That's crazy. Whoop.
Yeah, it's
Nice
definitely, I mean,
cut.
still a tech demo for sure. But cool to show off.
Now, DirectX 12 is just one of the ways that Windows 10 is built for gaming. As gamers ourselves, we knew it was important that the games and services that you use today work great and get even better on Windows 10, including League of Legends and Steam. So with Windows 10, you can easily record and share your favorite clips and screenshots from your PC games with the built-in Game DVR. This means no additional hardware or software is
I wonder how that
required.
works.
That's very
And
cool.
all Xbox gaming accessories are designed
What
for
if the
both
Xbox One is a
One
Steam
and
machine?
Windows 10.
Like a full Steam machine?
Windows 10 also brings Xbox
doubt
Live
that.
to PC in a way that adds value for PC gamers. It starts with a built-in
So we can
Xbox
do this
app,
now?
where you can see your
Windows
friends,
10's out. Like,
your
people are-
games,
it's
and
already on
even
people's
voice and
computers.
text chat from PC to PC
I can just hit record
and
on my
from
computer
PC
right
to
now.
console.
Great question.
Xbox Live makes your PC games better with cloud saves that allow you to start your game on one device and continue your saved game on another. And
Right.
starting with new games like Fable Legends and Gigantic, they'll have cross-buy so that anything that you purchase
Cross-buy's
on
great.
one platform is automatically available on the other. But also cross-play so that you can play with or against your friends on Windows 10 and Xbox One. Now, if you have an Xbox One, Windows 10 allows you to stream your Xbox games to your PC from anywhere in your home network. Starting this year, many of our biggest Xbox franchises are also coming to Windows 10. Killer Instinct, Gears of War, and Rare Sea of Thieves, just to name a few.
It's not fair.
And as you just heard from Chris,
It's not.
we've got
I love-
a
but I
great
love
lineup of games from
picking
ID
these
at
people
Xbox,
apart.
like Cuphead and Super Dungeon Brothers. See, you've just heard why we believe that Windows 10 is the best version of Windows we've ever made for gaming. So upgrade for free today and try it for yourself. Thanks.
Which is good. It was a little commercially though.
Mojang, lead developer Jens Bergensten.
So he just said Mojang, didn't he?
Yep, here it comes.
Mojang.
Mojang's
Windows
back.
Oh, I
10
thought it was gonna be.
edition.
Last
looking story
Wednesday,
mode.
we released a new version of Minecraft designed specifically for Windows 10. The Windows 10 edition is a beta, and we'll get.
Can you imagine if you're an
we'll
independent
get
developer and
better
you're
and
like,
better over
"This is the
time
first
with
version
the
of
help of your
Minecraft right
feedback.
now?" Like, it's not the
All
new
existing
Minecraft, it's like,
players
we
of the
released the
current
Minecraft
Java version will get
for
the
the
game
11th
for free
time.
by logging into their Mojang
I mean, they
account.
own Minecraft now. That's going to be in
One
every
of the
single
things
Oh,
we
God,
love
you're right.
about
event
the
from here out.
Minecraft
Yeah, for
is
sure.
the passion the community has for the game. We look forward to bringing a steady stream of updates and
Didn't
have
mean to make fun of this
many
man's
new
accent.
things to play with this
He's
fall.
just like, the passion the
Thank you for
community
playing
has,
Minecraft
but
and
we don't
sharing
have
your
any
feedback
passion
with us.
left.
There's one
He's
more
tired,
thing
he's
I'd
getting
We're
like
all
to
dead
share.
inside.
I may be the lead developer of Minecraft, but I've also been working with two of my closest friends, Daniel and Pontus, on a new game called Cobalt.
Oh, here you go.
With Cobalt, we wanted to build something that we could play together with great couch
weird.
multiplayer and a
This has been on their
fun
site for
co-op
years.
adventure game.
As like a little mystery.
Now I'm excited to share
I think
with
you
you
could
that
maybe look at it a
Cobalt
little.
is coming to Xbox as a console exclusive
Or you
this
could play it.
October.
Cool.
Here's the first look at Cobalt for Xbox.
Video,
Nice,
baby.
man. Yeah.
Love it.
Xbox exclusive.
Oh, this game you weren't thinking of at all? Video.
Oxeye.
Huh. What are you gonna
Huh.
I think you could play this on PC for a long time, but maybe I'm wrong. Challenging challenges.
Okay.
Multiplayer with multiple players.
It's kind of like. Okay.
I gotta say,
I love-
this is not what I expected.
I get
Next.
like a tiny Broforce vibe.
Yeah.
A little bit of like Terraria in there, maybe. Clutch moments.
Mountable wasps. Oh, you can knock projectiles back.
October.
Yeah, it does feel like something that has been out.
Yeah, I
As
mean,
he said,
think it-
like
I think
we're
it has
happy
been
to announce
out.
today that it's an Xbox.
Xbox.
exclusive.
Yeah, I think it's been on the computer for years.
Has it?
It's been on their site for
World
years.
premiere.
Oh.
What do you know about?
Oh,
Shit,
crap,
yeah!
the Dark Souls.
damn.
On game. And it's filling the frame. They do widescreen. They do bars a lot. There's no bars.
Making a bonfire.
Out of a dead body. Yeah.
So it looks like it is a specific item.
Sure. That dagger.
Gameplay.
Yeah, it's faster.
Whoa.
Oh, cool.
My God, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so with bars randomly. Whoa, what are you doing? Bad.
I think that's how the cutscene is.
Don't show it. Made a bonfire out of you.
Yeah. Goaty.
Ah, looks good.
Yeah, that was
Goaty.
very good.
Looks good. I'm in the DS3 hype pool. Never stepped in here before. It's nice.
And now,
Like getting all hyped up for the Dark Souls
welcome
games.
a shining example of the new America on the horizon.
Whoa.
Who would like to say a few words of gratitude?
Homefront is my guess.
Yeah. That's the star from Homefront, I think.
To our honorable and faithful leaders, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your kindness,
Oh my God.
generosity of spirit, and your concern for our future. At first we rejected you, but that was because we did not understand. We didn't realize how much we needed you. We didn't appreciate that your arrival was a precious gift.
Awesome.
Your presence has roused us from our complacency. We have awoken from our wasteful sleep and taken responsibility for our future. We have renewed pride in our work. We are once again enterprising,
Nice.
resourceful, and cooperative. Thanks to you, we have rediscovered who we are. And there's no turning back to our apathetic and misguided ways. A new day has dawned, and a brighter future beckons. And for this, we say, thank you.
Damn. That's a good trailer.
That's a good trailer.
Oh my God.
Double entendre
Well,
speech.
well, all sorts of double entendre. There's a triple entendre because there's also, we haven't
I'm
heard of
CJ,
this game
senior
in a while.
designer at Dan Buster
It's just like
Studios.
we are reinvigorating.
In Homefront: The Revolution, we've taken an incredible premise, a fallen America occupied by a foreign power, and built an open-world shooter that puts the player in the role of a guerrilla soldier fighting for freedom.
You had me at
We're going to show you a brief glimpse of guerrilla warfare Homefront style from our
Ooh,
single-player
gameplay.
experience, which is playable here at Gamescom.
Whoa.
But for Homefront: The Revolution, we'll also offer a compelling cooperative multiplayer mode in which you and your friends can form a resistance cell and become heroes of the revolution. We're going to be working with Microsoft to test it out, and we're proud to announce today that Xbox One owners will enjoy exclusive early access to the Homefront multiplayer beta this winter. Thanks.
Cool, man.
World premiere. All cells across the zone are armed and ready. We just need the targets.
Dana here. We'll get you those locations. As soon as we can reach the KPA transceiver, we'll download the data. Okay, Isaac, get up to that intersection. Make sure it's
Did the
clear.
lower third tell you that? This is the trailer you're watching. Oh, thanks.
Well, I mean, I didn't know.
I don't think we showed vehicle
But
stuff
that's-
last time. This is
that-
cool. This dirt bike.
The not knowing is the good part. It's like, this is Dark Souls 3. This is Dark Souls 3. Like, thanks. Okay.
Oh, this is so sick.
Yeah, I think showing this as much of this world as possible is a smart play for this game.
Right, explain what an open world shooter is.
I like that there's not too much stuff on the screen.
Nice. I also like that. Like, I don't need to know exactly like what he's doing to like appreciate this gameplay. Like even the Scalebound thing, like him explaining a little bit, like get to it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I like how little he said before we started this.
You're Mark Coogan.
Oh, in the interest of time.
You want to protect your homeland.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that everything is kind of like in world.
Sure.
Like you modded your gun by just looking at your gun.
I see what you did there.
A little hacking.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I never thought I'd be drawing comparisons between this and the Division. But,
Sure. Oh, yeah. I was thinking a lot of Far Cry. In a city.
yeah, I wonder if this is just for this kind of sweeping camera shot. If this is actually going to happen in game. This is like the intro to what you have to do, or if that's just for this presentation. Okay, so that's kind of brief.
Yeah, actually, their gameplay demo from E3 2 years ago is better than that. But
Yeah.
they're just showing them new features, I guess, was the idea.
What was the new feature though? You said like
The dirt bike and the open world.
Well, you didn't really see co-op though.
You saw hacking.
Hacking motorcycles confirmed.
Yeah, more proof of it's a game, I guess.
This season in FIFA 16,
just having
we're
gameplay
focused on
rules.
three
You guys got
to
like
create
half
a
an hour
beautiful
tomorrow.
football experience. We're innovating across the entire
What are they doing tomorrow?
to give fans balanced and exciting gameplay. And we're helping every fan compete at a higher level with FIFA Trainer,
tonight.
an all-new
Or no,
in-game
tomorrow.
training
Tomorrow.
system.
Actually, I've noticed
we're
this.
bringing
When
new and
the
exciting
music is
ways
loud
to
like
play-
this, it's because
play
they have
FIFA
to
in
talk
your favourite
in
modes.
time with a
And for the
trailer
first
that's
time
playing
ever,
behind.
women's national team
Because
in our game.
she was like
To build on this
5
story of
seconds
FIFA
behind
16,
Rash
I'm here to
being
tell you
announced.
about
Oh,
exclusive
okay.
news,
But
fans
you
playing
see
on
Phil do the
Xbox.
corners.
That news
Yeah.
is
You'll
all
see
about
him
the
like
new
say
prompters
something,
are
and then
up
when he
there.
waits, he's like looking over there and waiting, and then okay, now I
But
go.
it's a
That's
place
where the
for fans to go
prompters
to
are.
live out their
So like,
footballing
I wonder,
dreams.
but why can't you
It's the most
prompt
popular mode in FIFA, played by
lines?
millions of
Like, why
fans
can't-
on
Because
any
this
given
is a
day.
trailer.
And we all
No, I
Yeah,
know,
he
but
has
you
to-
can
I mean,
time
he's
it.
prompting
Players
it
love their
as
fun.
well.
So what's
There
coming
could be
this
someone that's
season?
just watching the video that's
Only
like,
on
okay,
Xbox,
now,
you'll have
okay,
more
now,
fat
we have these
legends
little
to create
cues.
the ultimate squad.
What do I know?
60 new legends, adding more iconic players.
Because you don't want to get ahead of the
We'll
reader.
meet them soon.
If they screw up,
We're
you
also
can't, you know.
making it easier for you to fit
It's real hard
legends
to
in
do no
your
matter what.
team with all new legends
One of the
chemistry.
reasons why these events are so
Every
fascinating.
player
It's like, this
will
is
match
so
leagues
tough.
with legends,
There's a
and now
whole
you only need to play
million people who are
nationality
so
to
pumped
create
about
strong
these
connections
legends.
on the pitch. So if you're building a squad with legend Javier Zanetti at right back, he'll
don't
have
know.
a
I
good
mean, there's people-
connection
there's
with
people that are
Rafael
excited to do it.
Varane,
I'm sure there's also
but an
people that
even
are
stronger
annoyed
connection with
that
his fellow
on Xbox
Argentinian
and they
Leo
don't want
Messi.
Xbox.
I just imagine like two guys in their dorm room watching a Pokemon commercial and being like, man, there are people that actually buy this shit.
Yeah. Absolutely. I actually was relating it to Pokemon the moment I saw all their little faces on cards. I was like, I kind of get this.
To everyone who plays FIFA Ultimate Team on Xbox this season. Now I want to tell you about the benefits of EA Access. Members get to
You know,
play first,
you can look
play
at the
more,
crowd, you know,
and
you can
play
see, but
for
I'm
less
just going to stay right at
only
this
on
camera.
Xbox One.
Like that. I'm
But
fine,
fans,
thank you.
this is a
He
big
knows what he
deal
has
for
to
you.
do.
EA Access members save 10% on FIFA Ultimate Team
He's got to talk about
points.
savings of
And you can put
10%
this
in a
to
press
use when
conference, you
searching
know?
for that perfect legend.
It
So
sucks.
members
Not
will
an easy
play
job.
first in FIFA 16. Get in the game up to a week early for a limited time.
This is the problem I have.
before it
Like,
even
yeah, I'm
hits the
not into
shelves here
sports, but like
on
also
September the
sports game
24th.
sections of conferences always
So this
feel the
season,
same as the like.
You can play
You can
first
DVR
on Xbox One
TV
with
now
EA Access.
parts. You know.
Play
See,
with
because
EA
you
Access
can, like, I think
and
you can
save
make a
up to
direct line
10%
between
in
like
bucks.
Quantum Break, Crackdown, Scalebound.
And play with legends
we even like we
only
had
on
a few
Xbox.
Cobalt between like that
Let's
announcement of
meet
that
those
thing
new
and then the
legends
popularity
right
of
now.
that thing. So you can think like,
Whoa.
okay, we were at that press conference and we
much
had that
time?
bump right there. That worked out because we can see what it did for us. Whereas like, how do you just check a box for FIFA, right? It's not like, oh, that
We got
FIFA moment was
FIFA,
key
it's new.
in the press conference. We
The
wouldn't have sold
graphics
nearly
are
as many
better.
if we had not been at
Great
Gamescom.
tackle from Gattuso.
like each of these announcements is a big deal. How funny is that?
And I mean, of all the press conferences to be at for Xbox, the Gamescom one is certainly the one to show some FIFA stuff.
Well, he's a clever
It was like,
midfield by
Charizard's
Deco.
in the game? Oh my god. Like, that is like...
If Charizard was in FIFA, then that would be something.
Like all the German journalists right now are looking around the room like all the Americans just like, they're on their phones.
Real
Nesta!
Italian
Nesta!
defender, Alessandro Nesta.
Yes, they finally added Nesta. It's that whole, it's that, you know?
From George Best. Well, it's a privilege.
I wonder if anyone really loves George
What is a
Best.
legend?
Sure.
Chat, let
He's
us
the
know.
best.
Let us know if you love George Best.
Man, that'd be a good last name.
Great last name.
So Spency's back.
Spency.
Thanks, Nick.
Time to bring it home.
We know how
Spence.
much our fans love playing FIFA, and we're excited to introduce the
FIFA.
Xbox One FIFA 16 bundles. Both bundles include FIFA 16, 3 Lone Legends for your Ultimate Team, and EA access.
the Legends are
so you can play
DLC?
FIFA first
Yes.
on Xbox One.
Ew.
But you get them for
The
10%
FIFA bundles
cheaper
are
if you're on
available
EA
starting
access.
September 15th,
Jesus.
and you can pre-order them
Thank you
today.
for attending our press conference.
Now let's take a look at more of the games coming in 2015. Joining
Oh,
FIFA
yeah.
16 in the lineup is a franchise that launched the original Xbox, has defined multiplayer on Xbox Live,
Fusion
and
Frenzy.
serves as the
Fable.
cornerstone
No,
of
I
our first
think it's
party
gonna be Gears of War.
portfolio.
It's Halo.
This is Halo
Here's
5
unlocked for the
Guardians.
Xbox.
Xbox One exclusive.
Pre-release software.
Whoa, these titles. Is this Warzones yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Some new maps and things. Go from there.
Gets the double kill, maybe a trip. Gets the triple kill. Brilliant plays out of him here.
Yeah, some Esports Lab.
Yeah.
Yeah, Combat Evolved. It's the first Halo.
I do think it's interesting they want to show this mode for esports because this mode is...
But they should both.
Oh, that whole was just a multiplayer as a whole?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since just 85 days until launch. Indeed, super excited to get a little bit more hands-on
Oh, yeah,
with
playing
everybody
up
else today.
esports.
You know,
Yeah.
Gamescom gonna be good.
It usually is
Hey
pretty
there, I'm Andy
big
Bravo
at
Dadinsky, former
Gamescom.
Pro Halo coach,
Halo
and joining me today
shoutcaster.
is my European counterpart and esports shoutcaster, Richard Sims. Thanks, Bravo. As we just saw, the Halo multiplayer legacy continues to evolve in Halo 5 Guardians, and today it's all about Arena. Arena is Halo's esports-focused 4v4 mode with even stats, an intense mix of Slayer and objective game types.
And in Arena, I think this new map that we're unveiling right now will be a top choice in tournament play moving forward. Let's take a look at Coliseum, which has everything that makes a great competitive arena experience. It's a symmetrical 2-base map, which includes a unique mix of elevation and sightlines, and it's purposely built for a wide variety of fast-paced multiplayer modes. Now, in anticipation of the Halo 5 Guardians Gamescom Invitational happening here at the ESL Arena, we invited 2 of the top Halo
Yeah, it is
pro
tricky
teams
to
in
have
the
to
world,
narrate these videos
Epsilon
live.
Esports and Optic Gaming, to play
Not for
some
this guy.
preliminary matches at the 343 Industries headquarters.
This guy's eating
in
this video
Seattle.
for breakfast.
Let's talk a little bit about these two teams then, Bravo. Epsilon Esports is one of the best teams in all of Europe, made up of varying UK players, including the Buck Twins, Buck 57, and Buck 20, one of the winningest duos in European Halo. Now, Halo has predominantly been dominated by the North American team, so the question was, can Epsilon upset the balance and change the compass needle?
And that's it. And on the other side of the stage, we have fan favorites Optic Gaming from the US, led by Halo veteran Flamesword and the winner of the 2013 Halo 4 Global Championship, Ace. Now, these two teams have never played before, so of course, a lot of speculation on the line of who would come away with the ultimate victory.
Now, over the course of the visit, these two teams battled in match after match of intense competition. It all rounded up with a best-of-3 series on Capture the Flag on the new map, Coliseum.
I have to tell you, Sims, I got
What
a
if there's
chance to
been
see
any
each and
esports
every
talk
one of these
in
matches,
controllers
and these two teams were
anybody
neck and
has
neck
come out at
throughout
all?
the
I'm like, they're pretty
series, where it
cool.
all came down to
150?
one
I
last
don't think it's out
what?
yet.
Let's jump on that and take
Yeah,
a
but I
look
mean,
at some of the most
there
clutch
could have been
moments
esports
of
guys
the
who got
final
their
game.
hands on it at
Alright, so we're gonna be
events.
checking
They have
out
controllers
the
like
first
that
time
already
ever
that have,
Coliseum
like,
in
paddles
Halo
on the
5
back and
Guardians.
stuff like
The
that.
game is going to be capture the flag, 3 captures to win, or the top score after
Wow, we're doing
12
this. That's
minutes.
cool.
Our 2 teams in red will be Optic Gaming.
Will
and
we
in
start to see
blue,
more
it'll
stuff
be
like
Epsilon
this?
Esports. Going to kick things off here with
I mean, they
Halo
pre-recorded
But
the
Sims, one of the
gameplay,
first
though.
things you're going
Right.
to notice are the player outlines here. Halo 5 Guardians has made some major investments in esports features, and some of that is giving players
I
better
hope this is the
camera
first time
and
we're seeing this
spectator
match.
to make sure they can tell
I hope
the
this
best
doesn't like
story
go up on
they
their
can
website a
during
week
a
ago.
match.
No,
Take a
no,
look at
no,
this
they said
flamethrower
this
picks
was
up the double kill.
And now we move across at the moment. It's Jimbo coming back on the defensive. He knows someone's in the cave. Grenade goes in. He spots Ace. Ace has got the sniper rifle. This will be a big kill, which he manages to
I like
get.
seeing the
flag
handgun.
is there. However, he turns around.
Halo
spots
1
Maniac,
style.
takes him
Yep,
down.
awesome.
Big double kill, and he gets the return as well.
Yes, big plays from Jimbo indeed, but on the other side of the map for Team Europe, it's Buck20 grabbing the second overshield of the game for
Do you
his
think they're
squad,
gonna
Epsilon
engineer it
Esports.
so
He's
Europe
gonna use
wins
that to
'cause they're
push
in
into the
Europe?
enemy base
Yes.
and grab the first flag of the match.
That would be
Take a look at that
interesting
on
to
your
see.
screen. Flag juggling has returned here in Halo 5 Guardians as Buck20 escorts that flag all the way across the map and overshield in hand. He finally gets a little bit of late pressure though as he rounds this corner, but in
I like how
doing
something
so,
really
Sims,
clunky
Epsilon
looking is a
Esports will go up
feature.
1-0 with 10:20 left in the
Flag
match.
juggling.
Moving forward with Buck20
give
again.
people what they
He's
want.
back in Optic's base and just in their face as he pushes in. He finds the half shield, takes him down, no problem. Goes for the second pull of this match. Ace comes back for a little bit defensive. He thrusts out, and all of a sudden we see.
If I was playing, that guy would have killed me, and I would have dropped the flag.
Yeah, I
A
would
little bit of a
have
defensive
never.
shot. However, Buck20 says no. He's going
Stop
to run
flag
that straight
juggling.
out.
That
the
would've been
front
real
bridge at the
quick.
moment.
I
As he
honestly
moves
do
forward,
like
takes
how
the
much
flag, jumps
they're
through,
showing off
toggles,
this match.
and he
I
manages
honestly
to
thought they'd be
climb over
fast forwarding
into
and
the blue
stuff,
courtyard.
but we're
He's
seeing a
gonna run
match,
that
which is
forward.
kind of cool.
However, he's going to take some shots in the back, but that doesn't matter.
It's a win-win. They're giving a lot of time to the
Right behind him
flagship
to get the
franchise.
collection.
You know,
Yeah,
this
Epsilon
endears.
Esports is going to go up 2-0, but let's take a look at that
franchise we
replay
want to
right
check
there.
in
Slow
with.
it down a bit. Look at that jump, toss, thrust,
given
and
esports
clamber,
play.
using those brand new Spartan abilities to escort the
live-ish.
flag all the
They're
way
doing the
across
live
the map,
commentary.
and Epsilon
Yeah.
Esports will secure that point and go
yeah,
up
what
And
into
if
that
we haven't seen this map
2-0.
before,
Back
you know,
on
this
board with Jim Bossy right now,
this
putting
checks
some
off so many
cracking
boxes.
shots
I think
across
this is
the map.
smart.
Managed to land a headshot
I mean, I
with the
think
Magnum. Sends to his left. He's going to get some
some
defense
degree
there.
they probably
Finds
have a
Ace.
group,
Grenade
but
goes in. Will he clean up
they're
this
not
kill?
gonna
Yes,
be
he does indeed as he
fast.
thrusts around the corner, finds the soul, takes him down. Another big double kill for Jimbo.
But there's more in store for Jimbo here. Take a look at this. The overshield power-up is about to drop. Here he comes. Boom! Lands the Spartan charge, stealing the overshield out from underneath the Optic Gaming setup. Sims, we got to run that back one more time. That overshield power-up so pivotal. But look at this.
Nice.
Jimbo with 4 enemy players on his screen. He swoops in here.
So when they
landing
see
that
esports
perfectly
features, I
timed
think like
Spartan
those
charge.
inlays of like the
Also
arrows
uses
and
the
everything.
I was just wondering that,
to
yeah.
grab the
I think that's
overshield.
what they're
That's
talking
gonna
about.
have Epsilon Esports continue their control of the bottom of the map. Now back into the match in real time. You see as Maniac is desperately trying
wanna
to
see
shut
some
down
John
Jimbo.
Madden drawn
Some way,
circles.
somehow
Yeah.
he jumps up here, but Jimbo will land the punch to the face.
Coming off the spawn now with Maniac. He's going to get himself at the moment. Yes, he does. He gets a punch himself. Finds Sniper on half shield, takes him down, grabs the sniper rifle. But you know what, Bravo? There's only 1 minute 30 remaining in the game.
Right.
He needs to make something happen, and he needs to do it now, which is exactly what he does. He's going to run that straight
Gonna
out the
make
front
some
bit
time
now. Looking for some support from his teammates, but unfortunately, he just finds Jimbo. Jimbo again with another defensive return.
Too much defense here from Jimbo in the back left quadrant of his map. He's going to take one player out. Yes, indeed. Spots a second here on the second.
A lot of
It's gonna be an
handgun.
assist there.
Yeah.
But spots a third and uses the ground pound stall. The pressure from Epsilon Esports is just too
So yeah,
great. We
he
switch
uses
over
the ground
to
pound just to,
in the last
you know,
moments of the
to
match
mess
where
up the guy's
clock is
pace.
ticking down.
Yeah.
I
And
think I'm going
Epsilon
over here, but I'm
Esports will
not.
win the game 2-0 and win the final series with
score.
a score of 3-1.
Gamescom.
Congratulations to Epsilon Esports on that incredibly clutch win.
They've done
Eurotex
it.
this first round
They've
showing
upset
the
the
American
balance.
teams
Suck
that
in
they have a
America.
little something to think about.
Oh, I think that is the case indeed there, Sims. I believe they have a little bit to think about. Like you said, North America, of course, usually on top. But bragging rights weren't the only stage.
not
that these
today.
teams
Not
were playing
today.
for.
No, no,
Each
no.
player on Epsilon is
North
walking
America
away
needs an
with
extra
this
cup of
limited
coffee
edition
today.
Halo 5 Guardian theme. 1 terabyte Xbox
How will they
One,
react
complete with a
to
matching
losing this
control,
one match?
A console that
Yeah,
will
rigged.
be available
Oh,
to the
it's a
public,
limited
including
edition.
the digital version of the game on October October 20th.
Ooh, I like
So
it.
the
It's actually
players
very
can
classy,
pre-download and be
understated.
ready for battle
I like it
on
very
day
much.
one. And Sims, that console
Still
is
a
available for
1980s
pre-order immediately
VCR,
following
though.
today's briefing.
I'm bummed it's not a bundle, to be
pre-orders on.
honest.
And remember, guys, you can catch Epsilon
Wait, what do you mean?
and
You said it's a
Optic as well. Some of the
bundle.
top
So it comes with
European
Halo?
teams
Yeah.
on Friday
Oh, okay.
for the Halo 5 Guardians Gamescom Invitational 2015 on the Halo channel, as well as twitch.tv/Halo.
love
That's right. We
this
hope you'll
guy.
join us.
Yeah.
Before we go, let me welcome to the stage executive producer of Halo 5 Guardians, Josh Holmes. Thanks, everyone.
I like how much time we get for Halo. Big time.
Thanks, Bravo. Thanks, Sims.
Sexy tunes
And
here.
congratulations to Epsilon Esports on
But
a big
I
win.
like them
So Halo has
showing
always
multiplayer
been
as an
synonymous
actual.
with
That was an
online
Ian Hank
competition
special
and
that
was
over
an
through. It was
originator
like,
in console esports.
Oh, come on,
With Halo
man.
5
That's the
Guardians, we are
TriCaster's
fully
fault.
embracing
How's
that
TriCaster doing,
legacy
Ian?
with the
It's
biggest
fine so
investment
far.
in Xbox esports history. Get ready for the first ever Halo World Championship, coming this winter with a prize pool of over $1 million.
how many world championships does Call of Duty have?
Halo 5 Guardians is the biggest
Halo's
and
had
most
World
ambitious
Championship.
Halo
I don't
game
understand why
yet.
they're saying first
New
ever.
worlds,
World
new heroes,
Championship?
and a story that
Yeah.
takes our universe
just championship,
in new
but, like,
directions.
the
We'll have
Halo
much more to share
Olympics.
with you in the months ahead. Until then, we
You
have
calling him a
Arena
liar,
and
Kyle?
Warzone
I think it's like the
multiplayer
first like
on the
official,
show
or I don't
floor
know.
here
Oh,
at
$1 million.
Let's see what chat-
$1
see what
million
chat has to
is
say
a
about
lot of money.
Halo Olympics.
Yeah.
The town of Costa del Porto. Barnet!
Yeah, great.
And when
Great to show the villain
comes
like
to
this.
protect the insignificant, kill his friends.
Why not? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're talking. Yeah, we're
Oh
talking.
my god, I love this game.
When is this? I don't even know. I don't even know when this is. Are we getting this year?
December, I think, right?
Really?
Upside down helicopter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's no way this is this year. Why not?
This game's in good shape, Kyle. This game is rocking.
Dang.
I saw the whole map. Like I didn't like travel to it, but like.
Honestly, I'm super pumped on this game. I want to fly everywhere. I love that. Look at
So
this.
much wingsuit.
Yes.
So cool.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. I like this tune too.
Yep.
See, this is how Crackdown 3 should have shown themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the Crackdown 3 trailer we need.
Well, remember last time?
Crackdown 3 was very like, you're going to be taking down a criminal
That's
empire.
what
It's
just
like, I don't
that's
care.
what Just Cause did last time. They had
Just
that guy
Cause
like
3.
you can do all kinds of things. You can blow up all kinds of gas stations.
That was a great trailer for
Whereas
Just
it
Cause
should
3.
have
But it was that press conference
a bunch of
scripting. Like
crazy
that guy
Include
Judges
Just
Week was
Cause
amazing.
2 on Xbox One.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, backwards.
from Turn 10 Studios
Combat the Bra.
and Greenawald.
But it's packed in.
Forza time.
This is a good press conference.
It is. This is a beefy show.
Marks
Yeah.
the 10-year anniversary
What do we got, 15 minutes
of the
left?
Forza series. And in the decade
Yeah,
since
if they
its
end at
first
8:30.
release, over 25 million fans have experienced the automotive world of Forza. Between the return of Porsche in Forza Horizon 2, our partnership with Fast and Furious, and the debut of the show-stealing Ford GT, 2015 has already been a great year for racing gamers. But this year is far from over. On the 15th of September, racers all over the world will get their hands on Forza Motorsport 6. The most beautiful, the most technically advanced, and the most comprehensive game
start working
we
on that
have
before the end
ever
of the
built.
month.
In Forza 6, you'll race over
shots. I like this kind of thing.
450 Forza Vista cars, twice as many as any other racing game this generation.
Yeah, lots of focus
And
on the
every
performance
car
of the
includes
Xbox
working
One.
cockpits, doors, and headlights, as well as full
they're a
damage
little more
and
confident
customization.
in how the games look now.
Armed with your favorite cars, tour 26 world-famous destinations, all built to the highest level of detail and realism. And through the power of Xbox Live, compete in
Is this the
epic
most beautiful racer out
24-player
there,
races
Bled?
on dedicated servers.
Most beautiful.
Looking pretty good.
What are the big gorgeous
Only
racers that
ranked
we're waiting
leagues
for?
deliver fast
Project Cars
and
is
fair
out.
competitive multiplayer. And in leagues,
Drive Club
you'll be
has
grouped into
been looking
ranked
good for
divisions
its update.
based on
Sure.
both your speed and your
But they haven't
professionalism.
come out yet.
Every
They're,
week,
like, on the horizon,
new events
on the
are
Forza
created
horizon.
for each
Need
division.
for Speed actually looks
Top
pretty good.
racers
True.
against top
Graphically.
racers for top prizes. In the new career, feel the claustrophobia of racing by headlight alone in the utter blackness of night, and the danger of competing in the rain as
I like
tires
this guy's descriptive
hydroplane
language,
across
to be honest.
physically based
The
3D puddles.
claustrophobia.
This is as real as it gets. Let's
My
take
problem
a
is
closer
I've
look.
talked to him so many times, it sounds like the same speech every time.
Xbox One
In the utter blackness of night. I really like that,
When it's
actually.
time, we race rain or shine.
Joseph Newgarden is a ferocious competitor. He just won in Toronto while racing in wet weather conditions. Having
this.
his perspective really helped us deliver an experience
I was just
that
gonna
speaks to
say I
players of
don't
all
like
types.
talking head
Racing in the
trailers.
wet, everyone calls
Well,
it
but
the
it's
great
racing.
equalizer.
Yeah, I
because
guess. Reality.
I'd much rather
You're
take
gonna
this
run
and
it.
be like, okay, here's this guy, here's his name, here's why
When
you
we
should be
decided to
interested
do
about him.
Rain,
It's
we
like,
wanted
yeah,
to do it in an
Because I guess what
impactful,
else are you gonna do?
authentic
Just
way.
show the cars with some music?
because you have the Legends trailer and it's like, you got best. And you're like, I don't,
way that the water
I don't know who
shears
that
off
is.
cars in front of you.
He's the
wind
best.
chill
I
right in your
apologize, but I
face.
could be into this
It's
if you maybe
perfect.
explain it.
We have 148 unique drivable surfaces.
Rumble strips of grass, gravel.
Cement,
looks like Michael
tarmac.
Porter.
All of them had to feel unique.
There's a lot of different areas of the track that you
What
have
is
to make
this
sure
song?
are
I know
correct.
this song.
Each with different values for wet and dry. We approached researching this in the most authentic way we could. Going through old race footage,
All I'm hearing
doing
is
our
like a
measurements
piano
on the
chord
track
every 5
itself.
seconds.
We were able to recreate where
Yeah.
every single puddle was placed.
I get to
It's
drive
from something, it's
multi-million
from a
dollar
movie.
simulators, and none of
Man
them
of
that
Steel,
I've
I'm telling you.
experienced have had wet conditions built into their model. So for Forza to be at the cutting edge of that is pretty cool.
And All Rain is running at the speed of simulation, at 1080p and 60 frames a second with 24 cars on track. All of this wouldn't be possible without the Xbox One.
Forza Motorsport 6 has reached a new level. They are always pushing the boundaries, and I think they always deliver.
Is it important to hear that from an actual racing person?
Sure.
Here's my opinion on this video game. Like, okay.
Yeah, for a game like Forza where you want to be real, yeah, absolutely.
What's this?
We're in Germany. I was hoping we were gonna get like a Phil
Oh,
Spencer
there you
or
go.
something. Yeah, see again.
That
it's
really
like-
does ruin the mystique, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it absolutely does.
Rainbow Six Siege.
I'm finally on Brandon's side with this. I understand what you're saying.
No building tension. Rainbow Six.
That's it. Rainbow Six, baby. I haven't seen this map before, right? This map's new.
Yeah.
Rick one. Bud and I have a history in this game.
Huber hates docks, but I'm into it.
Really?
He hates docks?
Docks is one of the things
The
Huber
things
hates.
that Huber loves and hates are so arbitrary.
I just imagine Huber at like a fish market in China, you know, like when he was gone, just like
pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love how they're playing up Germany in this.
boat dogs, like 20 people.
And that was it.
So I think they were also announcing Germany's like military team.
That one also comes with some old games.
Yep.
I like
think
that
it
the
was Vegas,
six
wasn't it?
becomes
There's a
the
new map, though.
I
line.
think it's Vegas and Vegas too.
Crystal Dynamics, game director Brian Horton.
Hello,
And
everyone.
Tomb Raider.
It's fantastic to be at Gamescom to
Top 10 Huber hates.
exclusive new gameplay.
Hashtag Huber hates.
Lara Croft is in a race to discover the lost city of Katesh and the secrets
Okay.
of immortality.
Well, now we know where she
a
is.
ruthless
Thank you.
shadow organization known as Trinity seeks
You play
this
as
power
Lara
and
Croft.
will destroy anyone in their way.
A fearless
Lara will need to
Tomb
sharpen her
Raider.
skills to survive the overwhelming obstacles in her way.
See this spiel. It's like,
Yeah.
like you know,
Absolutely necessary.
Get out of here,
You're
really?
completely right. Yeah.
We
But not
join
always.
Lara in the
Uh-oh.
geothermal
Seen
valley,
it.
a massive exploration space that is 3 times larger than any we've made before. You can spend hours here collecting and hunting resources, completing challenges, and discovering tombs.
Hey, she's reasonably
Rewards
dressed.
you earn help improve her gear and abilities.
They did a good. They did a good job in the last game.
At
Her
base
outfit
camp,
changed a
Lara
lot.
can upgrade
Like
her
she,
weapons, craft ammunition.
like,
Oh, no,
the first
no.
opportunity she had, she put on warmer clothing. Like,
Right, right. But then you could change her to like a swimsuit.
You can't.
You could. You could change her costume. At least in the
You
definitive
can
edition.
customize Lara
Oh,
based
weird.
on your preferences and play style. The valley below is guarded by Trinity forces, and you must decide how to defeat them.
Trinity. I hope a Trinity person falls over so we can splice it with the part where she goes,
Gonna get
"Get
some
up,
stealth
Trinity.
happening.
Get up."
That was cool. I really
the
like
sound
that.
change was cool.
We'll probably catch a few more stragglers punching around the woods, but yeah.
You take any alive?
Yeah, I mean, this is how I'd be playing this.
stealthy.
Yeah. One of them surrendered and the company men were watching.
Yeah, fully.
Turn them over.
This is great.
They came back to the old prison. Just the ones they think might know something about the Atlas.
Higher roll about.
Questions. They've got the rest back up.
You wouldn't build that just to keep warm.
I think they're burning stuff on purpose, boy. Good stealth kill.
They're burning a werewolf.
go on.
You never know with Tomb Raider. It could be.
Yeah.
I got rusty. You? Been with Constantine for just about a year.
True, they haven't shown any supernatural elements of the game yet.
Before that, I was working for one of the families in Kiev. I had to get out of town.
Because they always
There
get a
was this
little
much
supernatural, right?
opportunity.
Did
Yeah.
the first one, the very, very first one?
I'm not sure.
Like on the PS1?
Yeah, there were. Yeah, I mean, the boss at the end turns into a giant thing you have to take out. Like,
Company men are acting antsy out here.
and there's
Usually
definitely.
they're all
Yeah,
business.
the last level is like very organic. They have like big monsters things.
That was the easiest stealth kill she could have gotten.
Yeah.
Instead, she's like going to that other room. No,
They're
come on.
just showing that you can Last of Us through this game.
Sure. But you don't get XP that way.
The hired guns can finish the sweep down here. We're needed back to base camp. Leave them to it.
She's gonna start
Roger,
shooting now.
we're clear.
These guys are really future looking.
Yeah, there's definitely a step up from the schmucks you beat up in the first game.
They're perfect.
She's deadlier, but so are they.
So it's exactly the same.
Arrow to the throat.
All right.
Throat
Once
shot.
we finish scrubbing this site, you men can head on up to the rest of it.
So what are we looking for exactly?
Command thinks the
Kind of an easy pace, this demo.
anything that might confirm.
Take a look.
Huh?
What
What was that
I don't
noise?
know.
If we knew. What was I saying?
Yeah,
Smells
and
solid.
everything. I'm not sure how much you would even hear that.
Looking.
But.
Documents, maps, anything that might confirm the
Ooh, what you
intent.
doing, man?
Huh.
Wait, what?
The double arrow.
It's like a Robin Hood Men at Tights move.
Yeah.
Man, she is a cold-blooded
She's
monster.
Agent 47, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they really. I mean, the first teaser that we saw of this, she like
She's in
headshots
therapy.
a guy in a cave, and it's like I don't even know who that guy is. Like,
She doesn't
hey,
know
Lars
either.
the bad guy.
She
Well,
doesn't care.
this is at least an enemy camp.
Still though.
Correct, but at the same time, like I don't know how she got here. Like in the first one, like they kidnapped her. They got her friends. You know, like they really set up like why is she so angry and ruthless.
Now she's a serial killer.
And now she's just rolling into places, and
She loves
she
the
doesn't care who's
thrill.
there. And you're all dead, and I'm taking the stuff.
5 XP, man.
That XP. She's addicted to XP.
She's addicted to XP. Dude, that would be an amazing game.
Yeah, it really is very funny.
Where the character's addicted to XP,
That's so
but you don't
meta.
realize that originally. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
You start getting penalties for going too
patented.
high on XP.
Yeah, it's like potions in Witcher 3. Yeah.
I'm making
It's
that
like, ugh.
game.
I leveled up too much today. I got a nap.
What did he say? It's not his call, but he's gonna put a recommendation in for us both. Then there'll be
There was a little chunk there, but I think it's because we were saving.
some sort.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some skippiness in Forza too, which is kind of cool because you know it's the real deal. I mean,
Whoa, stink arrow.
Yeah, stink arrows in the
fart smell for the win.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
alright.
has to do it.
Out in the open.
Pew, pew. Give me some rusting fire now. Laying down covering fire.
How am I so hungry already?
Been up for a while.
My body doesn't understand what I've done to it.
See, to me, this looks better than Quantum Break.
Ooh.
Like, I'm so into this.
Quantum Break
You can
to
draw
me
a
is-
direct comparison between those two games.
I mean, yeah, they're both third-person shooting games.
Quantum Break is way cooler thematically, though.
At this moment,
There's like
you know what I mean?
there's almost no platforming in Quantum Break though. Like,
Right.
You're not climbing things a lot in Quantum Break.
Oh,
You're not.
I mean, in this moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We saw two very similar scenarios today.
Fire bat.
Yeah.
He could have just burned her to death right there. He didn't have to show off.
He was showing off.
But see, but I mean, but that was smart to end with that flamethrower guy because it's like, ooh, what's Laura gonna do now?
Yeah.
She's
And,
gonna
and
stab
that's what I
him
think
in
is
the
missing
head.
right now from
Rise of
Quantum
the
Break
Tomb
because you're not
Raider,
like,
no one will
how's he gonna
experience
survive
the
this? And it's
game
like,
in
I
quite
don't run around the guy and own him
That's
like
not
he does
all.
everybody
Before
else.
I
They ended with that
I'd
crazy
like to share
little
a sneak
time
peek
time
of the
break
incredible
place.
tombs that you
Right.
can discover
No,
when the
I'm
game
strictly
launches on
talking about their
November 13th.
gameplay.
And
Strictly
tease
talking about
of the
those
demo we're
just what they
showing
give
you
us.
enemy
this week of
encounters,
the
yeah.
show. Thanks again, and have a great Gamescom.
Dude, what if Lara comes unstuck in time?
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, I think this game looks good. I just would love to know what she's doing.
In
There's
a
no
year
way.
when it comes out in a real system, we can
It's like if
find
you saw a
out.
trailer for Empire Strikes Back and they were like, yeah, you know, Han and Leia.
Here we go. I think this is actually a story trailer at the end of it.
I'll talk over it.
Yeah. This is what we needed. This is how she got here. Whoa! Heck yeah.
That was an excited yawn, I believe, from Ian.
I was yawning, but then also
I love this
like,
close-up stuff. That was one of my favorite things about the first game.
Like, because they're
pervert.
And it's no loading. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love that.
That was cool.
Great detail. You know, she be raiding.
Found you.
Her character, not in like a pervy way, but like the graphics on her character model look really good. Like her hair and stuff.
Oh, they've been putting a lot of attention to that hair.
Yeah.
That was a good. I think that was a good trailer.
Please welcome back Phil Spencer.
I really
The answer
do.
is
I think that was a good, that showed us the tunes.
Yeah, definitely more
Thank you
tunes.
for
And I liked that it
joining
was a
us
different
today.
environment than what we
This
saw
week,
in the previous
you
thing.
can
Different
stay
time of day.
connected
different
to
time.
all the Xbox Gamescom news and announcements on the Xbox Daily Live at Gamescom starting tomorrow. This includes hearing more about the games shown today,
That's when you put in a
the
lower-
platforms
That's
that
what lower
are
thirds are for,
bridging Xbox
clarification.
and Windows, and the hardware and accessory bundles that make your gaming experience even better.
Experience.
Today, we showed you our commitment to deliver amazing experiences that define this generation of gaming and delight millions of gamers around the world. By building the best experiences for gamers and for developers across Xbox One, Windows 10, Microsoft is delivering on our vision for gaming. That vision
Hold
is
for
focused
applause.
on the connection to the community of gamers across devices.
This is a big show.
And in our platform and service.
Sorry about-
But its
We're gonna be here
very
for another 3 hours
foundation
again just to prep
is in the
it. I wanna
games
get a
you
bowl of cereal
want to
or something.
play.
Yeah, I get it. You guys like dumb stuff.
This year, we are delivering what we believe is the greatest games lineup
ready with that
in
playback,
Xbox
Blair?
history. With
You ready?
blockbuster third-party
Thumbs up from Matt Blair.
franchises,
Ready.
a diverse
No
set
Ben.
of independent
No Huber.
games from ID at Xbox
No leads.
developers,
They were told not to come
and
in.
Xbox 360 games on Xbox One with backward compatibility starting this November. All anchored.
I think
by
that
the
is why they're
best
saying greatest
exclusives
games lineup,
available
which is
this
really funny.
year.
Why?
Forza
Because of backwards
Motorsport
compatibility.
6,
Oh, sure, yeah.
Gears of War,
Our
Fable
entire
Legends,
games lineup
Rare
forever.
Replay, Gigantic, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and of
Name
course,
drops Gigantic,
Halo
which we
5.
saw nothing
Yeah,
of.
name drop
And
Gigantic
in
a bunch of times.
2016, the
Unless
lineup
they're
only
gonna
gets
show it
better.
next.
There's nothing else.
that
There's
would
nothing
not do that.
more to
Yeah,
show than
that'd be a
Gigantic.
bad idea.
Quantum Break, Crackdown
They better
3,
end on something
Recore,
cool.
Gears of War
I
4,
think
and
Tomb
more.
Raider.
I kind of
This
feel like he's just going
is
to walk off the
future of
stage.
gaming at
I mean,
Microsoft.
I don't like it when they end like that.
Before we go,
Okay.
we have one more announcement.
Here we go.
There you
My
go.
that
That's
underscores
Announcement. This might be
our
that new
commitment
IP.
to first-party
Talking
games
about, 'cause
on
we didn't get any new
Xbox
IPs, I don't
and
think.
Windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please welcome head of 343 Industries, Bonnie Ross.
Okay.
Okay, no, we're going back to Halo. All right.
Oh.
Another
So
Nightfall
it's
2.
Another Halo.
2015 is going to be an amazing year for Xbox One and for gamers. We've teased fans with glimpses of storytelling in Halo 5 Guardians, with the Master Chief being pursued across a troubled galaxy by Spartan Locke.
You play
But
as Master
there are other
Chief.
stories in the Halo universe. Stories fans have long demanded we continue.
And you play as both.
I'm pleased to announce that in fall 2016, on both Xbox One and Windows 10, we will begin the second chapter of a legendary Halo tale.
What?
Enjoy.
Windows 10 and Xbox One
What?
exclusive.
She seemed real thrilled.
ODST 2?
She is. This is crazy.
Halo 2. 2.
So they didn't spoil it this time. So when they care, they don't spoil it.
Oh, with the lower third?
With the lower, yeah, it just said exclusive.
Yeah, but I mean, this game's completely unannounced.
Right.
This is a game.
Whoa.
Covenant game?
Creative Assembly.
Halo Wars 2.
Wow.
I thought it would never happen.
Is that something people have talked about?
Yeah.
People have talked about that? Montage.
Well, it's not
Dang.
Halo. They're talking about Halo Wars 2 not as a thing that we want to have happen, but thing that might happen. Like, ooh, had you heard about the Halo Wars 2 rumblings?
No, I've not heard rumblings of Halo Wars 2. I've heard the opposite, like that will never happen again.
Halo Wars' story was cool, actually. It had a fun narrative.
What's funny about that trailer, though, is it does not speak to a strategy game at all.
No, yeah, that was just the. But interesting, they focused on. I wonder if we're supposed to know that character.
Sure.
From any Halo game or from Halo Wars.
Yes, run little demons. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Or demons?
He said demons, I thought.
Yeah. Halo Wars 2, Creative Assembly. Very cool.
I love seeing games in like the end montage that they didn't talk about at all. Yeah, Recore.
So up until that point that it was clear it's Halo Wars 2, it was crazy that they announced a Halo game that would be launched on PC at the same time. But then it's just like, no, it's our offshoot. You know, if you want to play Halo, you still have to buy an Xbox. Which they're really sticking to. Which is crazy because otherwise there's a lot of things that they're really willing to let you play on a PC, which is pretty cool.
Fable Legends got mentioned once.
Yep.
Like in passing.
Yeah.
Same thing as Gigantic. It's like there's nothing else to show, folks. This game's ready.
Dude, what was that called?
We Happy Few.
We Happy Few. That was my game of this.
Yeah, that
besides,
was
obviously
Dark Souls 3.
PS3, but that's a PS4.
Logo montage.
So yeah, Quantum Break, Crackdown 3, Scalebound, Rash is gonna be in Killer Instinct today. Bloodstained, Worms, Tumbleweed Park, Ark Survival Evolved.
Thimbleweed Park.
Thimbleweed?
Yep.
We Happy Few, Cobalt, finally got to see that. Dark Souls 3, Homefront, FIFA 16, Halo 5 Guardians multiplayer, Arena, the esports thing, Just Cause 3, Forza Motorsport 6, Rainbow Six Siege, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and the debut announcement of Halo Wars 2.
That was good. I think was better than E3. That was a really good press conference.
I'd say it was about on par, because there was a lot of that. Halo Wars was the only announcement that they made, so we can.
Sure. It was the only announcement they made, but we got to see gameplay debuts, more gameplay debuts, I guess I would say. Like
Right.
We saw Scalebound, and that demo was better than anything Xbox showed at E3.
Was that the only thing that was played today? Like
On
actually
stage with somebody
played?
holding a controller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder who makes that call. I wonder if that's something if you're coming out and you're like, I'm really nervous about that, or I wonder if that's something the developer would be like, no, this is very important to us that we actually want to demo it, or if that's Microsoft like being like, no.
I wonder that too. Yeah.
Demoing is always better. Yeah, I
I
wonder,
mean,
I wonder what opinions
They
are.
definitely showed gameplay on several things, but yeah, in terms of holding a controller, that might have been the only one.
So yeah, lots of gameplay updates on a lot of stuff. I was we're just about to ask Ian, and he's getting up out of his chair. So you got your list, Kyle. What are you excited about?
Before we get to what we're excited about, I got to know what your beef is with Quantum Break recasting the main character.
Do you really not know? I mean, have I not talked about this?
I think it's cool that it was a secret it was, like a little switcheroo.
It was a secret?
Yeah.
Or they literally cast him like 3 months ago.
It couldn't have been 3 months ago because he's like this character model's in the game.
Right, but they could have had like the mocap and literally just slapped his face on.
They could have done
I think
that,
they could
yeah.
put Kyle Bossman in that game in 2.5 weeks.
I could be Jack Joyce?
You could do it.
You mean I could be Jack Joyce?
And you know what? The way that game development is going, maybe you are at this point. I just remember, Zachary Quinto was a huge fan of Heroes. He was watching the first season. He's like, this show's pretty good. And there's this guy called Skylar that they keep mentioning. I was like, oh, that guy sounds like a badass,
Skylar?
or Skylar or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, that sounds like a badass, And then get this call from his agent. He's like, oh, it's me. Like I'm that guy. And it's like that. And that's one thing is you never even showed that guy. So you can get away with that with those guys getting down and writing that script for a set of actors that they know, and then they have this other guy, and it's like I don't know if this guy has black hair or brown hair or if he's 6'2" or 4'8". I have no idea. I don't know what nationality he is. I have no idea. And yet I'm writing his character.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
The reason why I'm surprised that you don't that you're surprised that I'm coming from this angle is one thing that consistently disappoints me about game development is when it's like, I don't know this, and you're like, okay, and they're like, be excited, and it's like, I'm not, because you you've been working on this game the whole time and you had no idea who he was. Like that's you cast him before you show me anything, man. Don't show me gameplay of like some weird dude, some weird placeholder guy. It's a weird. It's very strange to me when game developers are like, here's this weird advancement thing, but get real excited about it.
So
And
do you
it's
think
like,
it wasn't the plan all along eventually too?
Who knows? It doesn't feel like it though.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like, and this is the next step. Again, another thing about Quantum Break, we're just kind of like, that thing you're expecting us to do, we're not doing that. Like, yeah, it would be E3, no. You thought it was this guy, it's not. You thought it was a TV show, it's just like, I don't get excited about those kinds of announcements.
You know what's funny about the TV show aspect of it?
I love him though. I love the actor.
Yeah.
It looks great, All the final product is not the issue. It's just like, it just is weird, extremely weird. I think that we've seen 2 or 3 full gameplay demos of a guy, that poor guy, like
he's gone.
That guy did so much work.
He's out.
I grew attached to that guy.
Yeah.
That guy vision, and it's not like a Mass Effect thing where I knew like, oh, it's a BioWare game. I'll be able to make my own character, even though that's probably like the Shepherd that we'll see in all the trailers and even when they release expansions and stuff like that. It's like that guy's gone now. Like,
I'm actually,
and then that's the other thing too is that they, I'm like, what, he is Jack Joyce? Like, yeah, they sit in like lower third. Like, you didn't say that. You come out and you're like, the guy you saw before was just a temp guy. Here he is. He's on our development staff. That's what we did. It's just this kind of like, yeah, what? No, he was there the whole time. What? And you're just like, what? No, you clearly are doing this weird thing. Like, we're not doing anything. What are you talking about? What guy? He's been in the whole time. Like, you go to their website and the old trailers now have Iceman in it. You're like, wait a minute, what? It's like the Twilight Zone. It's just weird. It's not transparent to me at all. Like, it's just weird. Yeah. It's icky.
I love it. I love it so much.
I wonder if kind of the same kind of thing's going to happen with like the videos. Like, how we saw like some of those scenes early on when they were first talking about the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wonder if that's the same kind of thing where they shot some temp footage.
Oh, that mother talking to her daughter? You
Yeah.
think she's just gone?
Like, I wonder if
Yeah.
she's actually in those
She's
scenes.
an actress.
She's 18 now.
Yeah, no, I recognize her as well from
the
shows.
adult was an actress.
But
oh yeah.
But I just wonder if, again, like that was just very concept, prototype, test footage, and now that they've, got their story and everything locked down, and like, okay, let's shoot all the real lines and get the actors lined
But as
up.
much as I make fun of putting concept prototype test footage in the corner of a video, they sure did not. I mean,
Right.
they were like, this is Quantum Break. Like.
Oh, you mean up
but
to
it-
this point?
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
No, it's not. Like.
What's funny about like
surprise, the lead of Final Fantasy 15 will now be played by Paul Rubens.
I'm in.
Go for it.
I'm so in. I'm okay with that.
I hope you didn't like the old guy. Hope you weren't attached to him at all. That poster you bought, might as well tear that down because he's gone.
But they like have changed like the voice acting. You know what I mean? Like they're flexible.
Right.
They're responding to, and I like things like that. Video games are flexible. You can recast someone without it being a huge deal. I think that's a good thing.
But this doesn't read flexibility. This reads subversiveness. This reads like, again, like what? We didn't change anything. Like, yeah, you did. You did a whole new guy. Just like,
I
why
think
is
they
that weird?
wanted
Like,
to do
yeah,
it like
that's
that.
weird. What?
I think they wanted to do it like that, like it's an exciting switcheroo, like an announcement, that it's like a good thing. I think they did this intentionally. They like kept it a secret.
No, of course.
And then
Like they were
sweet
stoked about that.
actors. Yeah.
At some point, right? Last year.
You're whispering that, but we can
What
mic
did he
you.
say?
What's up?
Give that couch shot.
All right.
Make
Hi.
it formal.
Hi.
Yeah, Matt Blair, everybody. Matt Blair.
By the way,
so-
Matt Blair doing the hard job of shaking the mouse throughout that entire conference.
There was some other stuff too, Kyle.
Yeah, I know, but like.
But
Nobody
Quantum
wants to do
Break,
that.
there
Yeah.
was some drama, I think, like late last year, or even as early as or recent as this. I don't need to shake the mic anymore. It's a reflex.
Yeah.
The mouse. Now you got me saying it.
Yeah. Shake
but
the mouse.
There was something about like rumors of them having to go back to the drawing board or something like that last year.
I didn't see rumors of that. To me, I
Huber
was under the impression.
Huber was real worried about it.
Oh, okay.
So
Maybe
I
it was.
believe it.
It was like that. Maybe it was they recast him a year ago. That seems not unrealistic. I'm totally cool with it. Here's what I want to say.
I think they should have just been clear about, like you're saying, like, it should have been him as Jack Joyce. Like if they had just done like that much, like, oh, okay, like we brought him in, and
Because it's like a double-edged sword. It's like it means something or doesn't mean something depending on how much you want to enjoy it.
You know,
it's
thought it was
like
a different guy at first.
Yeah, it's like I was into that guy. It's like, yeah, screw that guy. It's like, okay, but I was into him when you announced it
You
before.
weren't
It's
into
like,
that guy.
yeah, but that guy sucked. You don't like that guy. How about this
just
new
some
guy? It's like, well,
standard
when's
guy.
this guy gonna suck now? Like, what? You know, it's like here's the new thing. Be excited about it. And you're like, well, what about the? You know, it's like,
But I mean,
it's the idea of game marketing or the advancement of excitement about a game being decided by the developer. It's like, now here's what you're excited about. It's like, I'm gonna be excited about what I want to be. And it's like, no, those other things, forget that. Forget that it was called Versus 13. Forget that. You know, like I will never forget that. And it boggles me that you want me to or expect me to or asking me to.
It's just like they had to start developing the game, and they didn't have any of the actors cast.
They're not explaining that. They'll never say
the
that.
beginning.
They want you to forget that. They want to hide that. They want to be David Copperfield about it. Like, new actor, you know, as opposed to like, hey, here's this story of how this game came into be. Like, we love Sam Lake. He's so honest and upfront. It's like, tell me what happened. Let me meet that guy.
Well, I mean,
Never was
that'll
the
happen.
original guy.
That'll
Like,
happen in
I
interviews
wonder
and
if he was
stuff.
on staff. I wonder if, you know, like.
Yeah, let's
No,
just
that's an
ask
actor,
him.
man. That was absolutely an actor. Yeah. Who's doing dialogue? Who is like in a VO
Dude,
booth?
what if he's like another villain or something? What if he is another character?
I'm in. I'm cool with that. I don't know though. Like, I mean, there was a playable build with that guy's face in it. You
Yeah,
know
I mean,
what
we were talking
Yeah.
about time manipulation thing. It'd be kind of funny if you actually end up seeing both.
Not to mention
going both Jack Joyce.
Not to mention
both
going
Jack
back and
Joyce.
forth between live action and the game. It's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you constantly reminding me why are you creating this engine that looks pretty good? They're like, wow, I could tell it was Littlefinger immediately when I saw him. It's like, wow, I look like him. And then like live action, you're like, yeah, it's not as good as live action though. It's like, no, it's not. And then you go back and you're like, why are you reminding me? Why are you challenging your engine?
I
Like,
really
what?
want to talk about the live action because I think it's a bad idea. I think that's the kind of thing where you have to spend a lot of money. Like, there's like a limit. If you spend this much money, it looks like that. It looks like an early era Netflix original series. There's just like a look to cheap TV, and like you really have to spend a ton of money for it to look good.
Well, I think
not necessarily. You just light it well.
And I don't think it was lit well. I think
Yeah.
what we saw looked like a cheap TV show, and I think that like lowers the quality of the game. You know.
Well, I also think that there's like that split second where you saw one of the soldiers with a backpack or whatever in live action. It was like, oh no.
Oh, this is weird. So we got a new trailer where he's introducing himself. He's saying, "I'm sorry that I took over the old Jack Joyce."
That's what you wanted.
They did show this.
No, this is some new stuff.
No, they showed this. This is for like a show that's side by side.
It's part of the game, the show.
Yeah, okay.
What we're seeing here is some new stuff. There's some new stuff in here.
Yeah, we definitely have to see mocap
They
stuff.
definitely showed this.
When?
During the press conference?
Yeah.
No, we didn't
They
see
didn't
any
see
of
this
this
stuff.
mocap stuff.
So are you playing the audio, Ian? I am curious what he's saying.
No, the audio's down.
This is everything Brandon wanted. I feel like he's like, guys, I'm really sorry. I know you
We
like
could
the old
try
Jack
audio.
Joyce.
Yeah, we can give it a shot. It might be
Let's
loud.
see.
Hang on.
Yeah. I figured we'd just be doing B-roll, so it didn't have audio on.
Oh yeah, I know, but I'm actually interested what he's.
We'll see.
You got it?
Nope.
Ew.
Is your audio set to go out through HDMI?
Checking now.
Okay.
There's that scene again.
Yeah, I'm.
There we go.
Anything that I'm saying, I don't want to say that I'm thinking the quality of the actual game is going to be worse. Like, this game looks rad. You know, it's just it's a weird. It's a weird announcement.
So I'm sorry.
to make.
Could we rewind it? Could we
April
watch
5th.
it again?
Yeah, sure.
Coming April 5th. Release date, I'm very surprised by. That's very soon.
Oh, okay.
April 5th, I
Yeah,
feel like.
I hope that it stays on track. I hope that they have that nailed down.
I'm positive that they've been in development so long. So Ian, can we hear it too?
You should.
There we go. I hear it now.
Hey guys, I'm Sean Ashmore.
Hey,
and
guys.
this is Quantum Break. Quantum Break is an epic story. It's a story about a world in crisis, and it's really a story about destiny. It's exciting as an actor to be a part of a game that has a
They clipped
focus
up
on
his audio
character
so bad
and
there.
performance. Not only do you do the character preparation and study, you also have to be completely digitally scanned and placed into a video game. Having a virtual body, essentially, is completely foreign sort of technique for me. I think it's pushing my boundaries. Where is he? Where's my brother? Working with the other actors has been really cool. We've just started talking about these relationships. We've just
Didn't he
started
ever
delving
go full
into
ice
who
as
these characters
Iceman?
are and how they'll interact.
Last Stand he did.
They probably body scanned him, maybe. For
The
that.
game is going to influence the show and vice versa.
The show.
So wait, is it a show? What the hell is going on, Quantum Break?
Oh my god.
That's
They're
hilarious.
definitely calling it a show.
No. I think it's a really unique way of storytelling that's going to bring the game player deeper into the characters.
Dang. They're not. He did not apologize for those things that Brandon was talking about.
It never happened. Never happened. They you know when he took the guns out, that's what they did. They went back, they slowed down time, and he came and he took the actor out here, took him out of there.
When he's talking about doing a character study for things where it's just like...
Well,
he watched the trailers from the past few years.
But the other thing too is that, like, I mean, look at Scalebound. You know, it's like we've seen so little of this game, and then they introduced this guy. Okay, but let's transition into talking about another game, and you're like, wow, this character's really cool. And what Quantum Break, what essentially Remedy is saying is that, like, yeah, that doesn't matter. That guy, like, whatever. It's just whatever. It's a game. The dragon thing you should really worry about. That character, like, no reason to get attached to that guy. It's what we're developing a game. It just changes. You know. Yeah. It's like this link. This may be the link in the final game. I don't know. You know, like us showing this link to you doesn't mean anything. You know, like we can change his design at the last minute and not tell you that we did it or comment on it, and who cares?
Yeah.
It's like it's such a big shit. He just said he's like we just started talking about our relationships. It's like it's because you got hired 9 months ago. You know, it's because it was like it's like let's make the game and then let's have a brainstorm and figure out who's going to be playing these characters. And it's like that seems so backwards to me.
Well, I mean, I think that's fine. It's just weird that it's been pushed up to the limelight so much, you know, just to get people on the Xbox hype train since before release. Yeah, so I think that's it's just weird the way they've marketed it.
I wonder if Remedy's just under a ton of pressure from Microsoft.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Just like,
but the whole way that they're not making it clear how the live action plays in, and they're like, oh, this is really unique.
Mm-hmm.
How does this actually work?
It's so your game looks great. It's just like it doesn't need that live action stuff. That game is fine. Just show the game.
It does the unthinkable job of making this amazing engine look bad.
Well, I think that's part of it too for me. Well, it also I think in a way like we were saying before,
like I'm playing a
the game makes
video.
the TV aspect look bad at parts too. But it would have made more sense to me if they didn't have the same actors. Like if you saw scenes of another group of people and another way that they were being affected, having a direct comparison, it makes it really tricky.
That's what I thought it was. Like it was going to follow the villain on his half of the story or whatever. So
when I thought they were new characters, I was like, oh boy,
Yeah.
I can't wait to see these characters interact with the characters that we've been following.
Yeah.
That I've become invested in. Oh wait, sorry. It was a mistake to become invested in trailers. I apologize. I will temper that, Xbox. Thank you for instructing me in the ways of not caring about trailers.
All right, but let's not be grouches. Let's talk about how good Scalebound is.
Yeah, Scalebound's pretty great.
Yeah.
I hope that demo is packaged with some other game that's going to be coming on the Xbox, like Final Fantasy 15 was.
Oh, I see. Just to get people to play it.
Yeah, like
the
reason that makes me think about 15 is like I want to play this thing over and over and over and over.
Mhm.
Kind of reminds me of 15 too because it's got that huge elemental effect at the end. Ramu coming in and blowing everything up, just to not necessarily show scale. With how many soldiers there are. Like he only fights like a dozen, 20 guys, but just to have these two things and all the terraforming that they're doing, are ripping up the ground and knocking trees over and making big piles of debris.
Yeah, I like these fantasy elements. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting to me because I was definitely expecting something that was just kind of, I don't know, like a reskin and a refinement of what we've come to expect out of Platinum, with Bayonetta and Metal Gear Rising, and like even Transformers in a way plays very much like those games. But this I don't know. This gives me definitely more of an RPG vibe, and I'm just curious to know what all control you have with your dragon. Like we just kind of.
It seemed like he just like orders him to do stuff, and then it's like
point
a
and click kind of thing. Yeah.
So yeah, this is the dragon just doing his thing. Just like he hasn't given him any commands yet.
I'm not into this.
I'm so into this.
I don't know.
What do you want this to be, Ian?
So what's cool is
sure.
we didn't
I
have
don't
this
know.
HUD when we saw it live, and so now we get a cool HUD to look at.
Huh.
We didn't?
No, that there's definitely more on screen than there was.
Oh yeah.
I think some of it was on screen though, so I think he might have just hid the mini map in the life.
So yeah, his little dragon prompt reticle there changes colors to when it's like actually highlighting something that like the
Right.
dragon can eat this or destroy it.
I wonder if you can switch control to control the dragon and order the human around.
Yeah, maybe only when you get on it.
Because it seems like they can communicate with each other.
Well, you're like half dragon yourself or something.
Yeah.
You have like
The
They seem to be
transformation
able
is
to
very
talk to each
interesting.
other.
So I wonder if he's like slowly. I wonder what point this is during the game, because he seems kind of like oblivious. He lands and it's like, well, what side are these soldiers on? I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me.
I mean, he's also just
And yet
very
he's like-
laissez-faire about everything, it seems like.
Yeah. Whoa. Hey guys.
Yeah.
Whoa, I guess we got to fight now. Chia.
Yeah. It's actually a lot like Horizon. It's a kind of like anachronistic kind of like VO. You know what I mean?
It's like light, funny Horizon.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just not into that.
Mr. Blair.
It's like that guy walked 10 feet, and then I'm not sure if this was in the demo they first showed us, but it gave you the little area text.
Yeah, it did
grassland.
that.
It's like that you're still in the same area, but it prompted you. But like chests being in the middle of the walkway and the dragon being basically the size of this valley, it feels very much like they kind of tailored it for a demo, much like what we saw from Horizon anyway.
Yeah, but like I wonder if I can get on this dragon and fly up over to that island there.
Right.
And I wonder if they
that'd
can't
be
show
fun.
that because it's not ready, or if they want to save that for later.
Yeah, I have to think that with floating islands, that's something you pretty much have to do. Like there's,
Yeah.
there are a lot of spots back there, and I would think that maybe it's not complete freedom as to how you fly. Maybe you have specific landing points or whatever, but yeah, there's got to be some aspect to that.
I love this. His weird little meat cape. The transformation. is awesome.
Bacon cape.
Yeah. You see that? Hold X and B to attack. That's crazy. You have to like take your thumb off the right analog stick.
Was
I really
it
like
X
that.
and B or either
Oh,
one?
this is so great.
Maybe it's either one. Yeah.
I need
it
to
could be
gift this
that.
out. You got a Blood? I need a gift of this right here.
Towards
yeah,
you.
the dragon looks real cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the amount of animation
It
in
like
space.
hits really hard, this part.
Nice.
Yeah. It's way more RPG than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
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 But it's still kind of in between, so I wonder,
Yeah.
like Dragon's Dogma.
Like, this is weird. This is very, like,
God of War, Bayonetta,
yeah, or
yeah.
like DMC or something.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. We totally killed all those soldiers.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm so pumped for Scalebound. That's a unique game.
So yeah, we kick things off with Quantum Break, Crackdown 3, and Scalebound. Crackdown 3, not really much to talk about.
Oh boy. We should look at it. We should look at that trailer.
I mean,
again.
but I mean, we get that first teaser of, holy shit. We get the first teaser of that big, huge building crashing, and I guess like destructibility was really what they were selling there.
Yeah.
I just wonder, because
Crackdown 3, correct?
Yeah, because they were talking about that, being like big multiplayer thing. I was like, I'm just curious as to how all of that is gonna like end up working and feeling, with buildings crashing down around you.
Sure, it is funny because basically what you like to do in Crackdown is just run around buildings, jump up super high,
And collect things
and
within
collect
buildings.
things.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's no orbs I needed in that skyscraper that's
Yeah.
now in pieces on the floor.
You're right. It doesn't really play to the strengths of Crackdown. You're right. That is kind of funny.
Yeah, so I wonder if there's way less of a focus on
Yeah,
that.
I feel like even if the stuff that they were showing is an engine, it would have been nice to see a better extended look
Oh, I
at
hate this
actual
stuff.
gameplay.
I wanted to look up Reagent.
Oh yeah, they've got that transforming car, whatever good that does you.
Does anyone know anything about Reagent?
Yeah, look at that big mech thing in the corner. You have to. That's the thing. You have to look at this weird over the shoulder stuff to get any sense of how the game plays.
Yeah.
That's the way you got to sell it.
And then even then I'm not that sure.
The time I said this game doesn't look ready is when the person's strafing and just like how glidey it looks. But I think that might be what it finally looks like.
Kind of
in
like
the
Saints
end.
Row at its worst, just
Yeah.
like.
I did get a huge Saints Row vibe from this part
Oh,
too.
wouldn't they
like,
call it Game City or something
Yeah,
like that?
Gangland.
But that's just
trying
like
to
you'll have
take
many
over.
different ways to bring down a criminal underworld, and it's like
Yeah.
don't just say that. Don't say that unless it's like, and now we're going to explain exactly how that works.
You have to go
Just
on the
threw that
mini
out.
map and turn all these areas blue.
Yeah, you just like kick through a door rather than opening it.
No time.
Is everything destructible?
It kind of looks like that.
Yeah, and so actually, we didn't talk about this very much, as they were really pushing the cloud. So everyone's,
yeah.
using servers to build the city.
Yeah, the whole thing blew up from the inside though, so I'm wondering if this is like a special building that you.
Now look at that other building crumble.
Gotta, like set off.
Right, but can that tall building crumble any other way and topple other buildings, or is that
Yeah,
one
I mean
big
everything
animation?
around here is falling apart. It's not just one building.
Yeah, I believe. I believe that there's not
But
a
is that
pre-canned
just
animation.
one big gas main that you'll blow up that blows up one big area? Like there are certain ways.
By the end of Crackdown 3, there's no city left. It's literally just like.
Well, that's why I wonder
Great.
if after half an hour, where's
You
the
get an
city?
achievement. Oh, thanks.
A lot of full city destruction in this press conference.
So it actually said multiplayer begins summer 2016.
Yeah.
I wonder what that means.
It's always been co-op. It's always been.
Or
a
is
big
that a
focus on
beta?
co-op.
Why give a
Right.
date
Is that
specifically for
is that a
multiplayer?
beta or is that the
Oh, yeah.
actual game?
Or is it going to be, some kind of weird rollout, early access type of thing?
Why aren't we playing Killer Instinct right now? That's what I want to know.
Ooh, we should get that Toad downloaded.
As we're all completely unfamiliar with playing the game.
Yeah, Bloodstained was there, which was nice. Didn't really learn anything new about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm skipping over the TV DVR conversation.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean...
Bloodstained was it was kind of just a, hey, we love indies. You know what I mean? It was more of a
Windows 10.
Yeah.
They got to get the Windows 10 counter up.
You're right, because they did say, it's cross-buy?
I don't know if they said that, but I know they definitely said it's coming to Windows 10.
Yep.
Yeah, which was
Cross-save
exciting.
or
Like, cool to
something,
make
yeah.
an announcement. But like again, like you can make a video. I mean, you just have to. As soon as that budget starts rolling in, you realize the numbers you're getting. Just take a little chunk of that, and put it aside, and make something. Just make some kind of like.
Instead, we got a character with no
just
name.
Get your composers. Get them to write something. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
just
yeah.
Just that first idea that you got. Let me use that.
Mhm.
John Williams wrote the theme to Hook without seeing the movie. Okay, like he literally Spielberg was just like, I need you to do this, and he's like, okay.
Hey, John Williams is like one. There's no other John Williams.
This is true.
And it was Peter Pan. He had an idea what he was going for.
But I mean, we're always complaining about that. We're always like, you didn't show anything. There's no game yet. You know, and like that's at like announcement sometime. Or they like announce a game and they'll show some weird video and like that doesn't mean Scalebound. You know, we saw the CG trailer and that was it. We're supposed to like figure out what this game means from that. And here, like I have such a clear vision of what Bloodstained is in my head. It's weird I haven't seen it yet. You know, or anything.
Yeah.
Beyond them, just like, look, we moved her arm a little bit in front of this background.
No, I'm glad they didn't show anything that wasn't ready to be seen. I think honestly, it was kind of just like a for show. Look, like, hey, this is a big project and we like it too.
Like Marco Rosado,
Uh-huh.
who did some retrospectives for us, could
Yeah.
make a Bloodstained trailer in 4 days.
I'm glad.
You know,
I'm glad they didn't waste it. I think it would have been a waste to have someone make a trailer right now.
I don't like a big thing. Maybe not like now. Check out this trailer, but maybe just an intro. You know, just something.
I don't want to see a trailer of like concept art though, because that's what they did that year for you know, when they announced kind of that BioWare was making a new thing, maybe, and it like we all hated that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
don't
it can
wanna
go
see
bad. It can definitely go bad if you're just showing concept art
Yeah.
or a poorly made, not the trailer you're dreaming of.
I just think it depends on anticipation. If it's something like BioWare, it's like, well, we've been talking about Mass Effect 4 since Mass Effect 3 was done, you know,
Mhm.
or like even like before Mass Effect 3 came out. Whereas like we just found out about this, and again, like I have no idea what a Mass Effect 4 could be. Where it's like I know exactly, I don't know exactly. That's unfair because there's so much more stuff that they haven't revealed. But like, you know, I've played games that this man has made that look very similar to the game that he's making. I would just like. I don't know, something. It's just because again, it's being present at these press conferences and kind of checking in with everybody and being like, here's where we're at. And it seemed like they're like, we're still counting our cash. Like we're still like, okay, what are we gonna? Okay, you get this much money, and you know, it just seemed like it was that state, and that might not be the best sell at a press conference.
I get that.
Love that guy's attitude though. There were definitely different levels of commitment to the script.
Which Ben Judd?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought he was great.
Yeah.
He did a good job. Like what you know, even better than that lady who came out to talk about. What was she talking about? The Windows 10 tech demo? Yeah, the Square Enix stuff. She was very pleasant, but at the same time, it like felt very scripted.
Yeah.
It started very.
I think that
easy,
was
but then
Jasmine
got-
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Nice. With the name, Kyle.
I'm probably wrong.
We Happy Few. You want to talk about that, Ian, real quick?
That game looks cool. I love the logo. I love how creepy it was. I don't exactly know what the game is. Like, is it just a first-person Bioshock-esque, or?
Yeah, it seems like you're some kind of a spy. Like that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like it seems like there's a
Yeah.
lot of you going, like kind of like Dishonored, but without the bamfing. You know, where it's just kind of like you just got to get through this area and get to this item, but don't set anybody off, or like they'll get wise to you. And
Oh man, the way they look at you as you walk by.
but you don't
So
know. Like you
creepy.
can't base anything on their facial reactions, like whether they you know, are angry or whether they're going to attack you or what they're going to do.
I get a real, like, maybe mostly from that first shot, but like, the gameplay might be like mostly stealth, like trying not to get killed. You know, like Sir, you are being hunted or something.
Yeah.
Who knows? Well, no, this looks like you're walking in
Yeah.
public and they're looking at you.
But I mean, you look at a world like Crackdown, and you're just kind of like, okay, nothing in that area really stands out.
Right.
Individually, it's just kind of like one big, neon explosion. Whereas this, like, I'm going to explore the hell out of this environment.
Airplane crashed there in that building.
It's going to take me 10 minutes to leave any of these rooms.
He's got like a needle. Yeah, he's trying to inject you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have some information on
I
Reagent
love that
Games.
logo.
Okay.
Crackdown had no developer announced up till this point.
Okay.
And so it was a mystery who was actually making that game. Reagent are ex-Real-Time Worlds developers who made the first original Crackdown and then went on to make All Points Bulletin, which is that huge, expensive failure game. And then, and then went on to make Reagent Games. So this is like a new studio. I think this is their first game, and that's why it was so hard to Google before. And I'm reading this off of a rumor from May that they're working on Crackdown 3. And then that person totally called it. Good article. Good job, SteveRules.com. Shout out to Steve Rules with a Z.com.
Steve Rules.
Yeah. Great article, really, honestly. That's a good call, dude.
Worms, congrats for being at the Xbox press briefing at Gamescom 2015.
Good for you, Worms.
Yeah,
Still doing it.
Nice, moving up there.
It's
I wonder
weird.
if Worms is a replacement. I wonder if something was supposed to be there and it backed out at the last minute and they were like, oh, Worms.
Worms?
Oh, Worms.
We got a Worms.
Kyle, can you get those guys on the phone?
Yeah.
Get some Worms. I'm cutting the gameplay trailer right now.
They said, Team 17's also, I think they're helping with ukulele now, too.
Yes.
Is this Worms? Bringing up Worms?
Yeah.
Blair with the Worms. You want Worms?
Yep.
I'll get you Worms. I was still hoping for that World of Tanks cross by. But
Yeah, I think they might be done with World of Tanks. I think it hasn't been a huge success for them.
No, they just came out with an Xbox One version the other day.
Really? Okay, so maybe it's working. World
And
of
they
Tanks.
did a good string of potentially smaller announcements: Killer Instinct, Bloodstained, Worms, Thimbleweed Park, Ark.
Killer Instinct's huge.
We Happy Few. They wrapped the whole thing up with We Happy Few, Ian. They knew.
They knew.
They knew. Like
They got
compared to
Ian.
like Thimbleweed Park and Worms, like let's hold. Before we move on to Cobalt and Minecraft, let's get We Happy Few in there.
Blair, do we have that Battletoads thing? I would love to see that one more time.
They didn't put anything out, I
Dang.
don't think.
Oh, I would
it was
love-
just the stage announcement, but they haven't actually put out media for it yet.
He turns into the Wrecking Ball. He's got all the moves. It's that was we saw some really good. I couldn't process it all fast enough.
There's something pretty great about just a random character. I wish Ben Moore was here. Just being thrown into a fighting game.
Yeah.
And you wondering like, well, how does this? How does that work? How is that balanced? Has Killer Instinct ever had celebrity cameos?
No.
I mean, Soul Calibur is like forever
So
done
wait,
that.
wait,
Mortal
wait.
Kombat's done
Wait,
that
wait,
a lot
wait.
recently. And
So you love celebrity cameos in fighting games, but you hate them in third person action games?
oh,
Well, this is
you
so
don't
diff-
see a clear difference? Like,
No. It's not like Fulgore is now
lore-wise.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not concerned about how Saberwolf
Sub-Zero
and
is now
Zitz
Lara
are going to be in the
Croft.
same world. Where it's like, yeah, if you have, also, one is a human being. The other it's
Yeah.
a toad.
Oh man, no, I'm so what a cool cameo. I'm really pumped
Toad
about that.
context.
I honestly
And
though
that day of, love that. And I think that's
Yeah.
like a new thing now with conferences where they're just like every week with GT Live. I'm like, what's our giveaway this week, Blood?
Yeah,
Like
that
at a press
immediacy.
conference, like, ooh, what's our giveaway?
It gives you a good
what do
feeling.
we, that we prepped. That again, that like we knew this was going to happen. We prepared for the whole thing. Whereas Bloodstained's like, well, we got to be here. So.
I bet there is someone on that Killer Instinct team though who's like so serious about the lore, like I am, who's just so frustrated, just like really we have to put a Battletoad in my game.
I don't know, man. I don't feel like Killer Instinct is a game that's got a lot of lore that people care about. I don't know.
And I'm sure he got over that once they started parsing the characters out, like pay to play, Like once you get Killer Instinct, not everyone's going to be in there. That guy was probably like, you have to be in there.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the world doesn't make sense.
I mean, even though I haven't played this new one, I can't think of any time that like that series went deep into lore. Like some character backstory, sure, but like I don't even know if there's a whole lot of reason for people to be fighting each other. Like it's just it's a straight up.
A stage would be
fighting
sweet
game.
too. I know that's too much to ask. We didn't get like a Jason stage or a Predator stage in Mortal Kombat, but like a Battletoads exclusive stage with everything looking all like 8-bit in the background.
Yeah.
I could get way down with
I don't
that.
know about that, but yeah, it'd be cool to see some stuff.
Space.
Blood doesn't like that idea. Shut down.
Shut down. Sorry.
8-bit background. Not gonna happen, you guys.
Killing it.
Ark. Go Ark.
Great trailer.
I love Ark, man.
Yeah.
We didn't find out about Ark until recently. What was that? Blair? Not feeling Ark?
I'm feeling Arc. I'm putting it up on the screen for you.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, I don't know. This footage looked better than Arc to me. That's why I didn't recognize it at first.
Yeah,
Well, I think it's coming along. I think this game-
exactly.
but again, transparency. Like the whole attitude of this game has been like, we want Far Cry to do this. They're not going to do it. We want these other franchises. We thought these couple of games were going to be this. It's not. We're doing it. Come along with us. It's early access. This game's going to get better and better and better as we go along. And as far as the community is concerned, like seeing them go in, like they don't seem to have the attitude that like this game better be, polished and perfect. It's kind of like, hey, this game's kind of broken and it's fun that way. Let's get in there and shake it up and see what we can do in this world.
Yeah.
And from the looks of it, it's slowly getting better and better.
And that is worth talking about. What do they call it? Preview? The Xbox version of early access.
Yeah, people in the preview program.
Yeah, so I think that is actually really interesting. Sony announced they will do something like that, but I haven't proven it yet. And here we see, I think that we saw 3 or 4 games that will be like previewed, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a really odd system the way they work it out because they just kind of send random invites out to people. And then the way the messaging service works is if you're like me and you don't jump on the message right away, then it's like, oh, the message disappeared after a month.
Wait, what are you talking? That's not how they do early access? What do you mean?
Yeah. I mean, this is. I'm pretty sure they were talking about this as part of the preview program, which is it's an invite-only thing to select Xbox users.
Oh, okay. I may have misunderstood. I thought they were talking about it being early access, like Xbox version of early access.
Yeah, like the preview people can play like backwards compatible games right now,
right?
Even though they won't come out.
Right, because they get like the patches sooner, everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did they do? They spent 92 million years playing Xbox 360 games already, so you'll get to do that too soon.
Full disclosure, I want to lock myself in a room and play this for a week.
You're really into Ark, huh?
Yeah, I love it.
Riding dinosaurs.
Just because I think the full reward of this game is really taking your time to set that stuff up, to look at your fort and be like, oh man, I spent so much time on that.
Right, you just start as a naked man on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is true. Well, half naked. I mean, you're not.
Yeah, or a woman. You can start as a naked woman on the beach as well.
This is true. But just the feeling, like when that guy first got that sniper rifle, I was like, yes, I can scope people from a distance.
Yeah.
It took me like 5 days.
Right. I used
to build up those things, and I think that was a big deal why they ended on that gun. I like ending not necessarily because the first show that we got, they were like walking into the dragon. That was the big reveal. The dragon like breathes fire on them. It's like, what are you guys doing walking right into the fire-breathing dragon? But whatever. Whereas this one, it's like not only this giant spider, but the gun that the guy's using, and it's just like, oh, that's gonna take a long time to get that. Just fully automatic, like World War
because you
II
do see guys with
submachine gun.
spears a lot in this trailer too.
Yeah, because like when it was you and me, it was like beating butt stabs with a rock. Do you remember that thing? That like it was a boar? Yeah, it was like
butt stabs. What was it? It was I can't remember.
I don't remember it either. Maybe chat does. Check chat. But yeah, we were just like hitting a boar with a rock, and so it is cool to see this game eventually. It will escalate to that point. Yeah, I think that's awesome.
And then there's just different levels of this game. It's not like you're not having fun when you're not at the point where there's giant spiders and fully automatic rifles. It just changes. You can clearly tell it's like a different deal. And then you go by that huge castle, and it's like, did someone build that, or did you just find that?
Someone
like,
built that
if you're
castle.
going through this world, and you look up and see that, it's like, I am not going to work the next day. All I'm going to do is just like, how do I get up there? Like,
yeah.
Hot air balloon or what?
Ich habe eine Frage. Is this
German.
an MMO?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like Rust?
It's like
kinda?
Minecraft.
Oh,
There's individual servers.
Yeah.
And you can load up. So you can jump into a game with a totally random, be like, I don't know any of these people, or you can like follow someone in the forums, find out what their server is, and then jump on it like they're already established.
Yeah.
Uneasy Alliance.
Uneasy Alliance. We got any codes for this game that I can play?
Yeah, it's early access. I don't
Early
know.
access,
should,
man.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if we have any codes right now.
Guys.
Just spend some money on
I
it.
was not pleased with the way
I'll
our
spend some
PC performed when we played this game. So again, just another reason I'm excited to to streamline it, Because when we get something to work on PC and it doesn't work, it's like, is this our fault? Is it their fault? Is it the computer's fault for some weird reason? Like, is there something that we have installed, that's just messing this up? Like, I have no idea.
So I wonder if Windows 10 is making it easier to, like, I wonder if that's like not that hard to make cross-compatible. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if you have a game running on PC, how hard it is to get it to work on an Xbox. I think it might be like not that bad.
People in chat are like, Ian said I have a question. I know German.
All right, good job. Yeah.
Woo!
Thimbleweed Park. How much time should we spend talking about this game? We didn't really see a ton of stuff new.
I think it's
Ron Gilbert came out on stage, didn't he?
Yeah, you're
Ron
right.
Gilbert flew all the way to
Yeah.
Germany to come out on stage and to let everybody know that's still happening.
That's pretty cool.
They didn't really show anything.
I think it's kind of interesting and funny that they've like gone so like retro with the look. You know,
and because it is so retro, like we can't get new gameplay. Again, it's like, is that
I
really?
think there was
really
some
gonna
new
stress
gameplay
you
in
out?
there.
Yeah, there were a couple new clips.
Yeah, but it is so stupid to have old clips from your old trailer from before this was even funded on Kickstarter in your Gamescom trailer.
It was just funny.
Yeah.
Like they cut the gameplay, and the first shot's like them in front of like a diner or something. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, it's like I'm laughing. Are you playing this as a joke? You know, like I don't know. Maybe play that up or
The way you feel about Bloodstained, I get for this game because it is way further along, and this was a big opportunity for them.
Like Sony made a huge joke out of the Grim Fandango announcement. You know, like Tim Schafer like writing the letter. Like,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like Ron Gilbert comes out like, oh, this will be a hoot, and like, nope. It's kind of like, and this, yeah, same thing as Bloodstained. Just kind of like, okay, I think you could have done something.
You're
there.
on a huge stage. Millions are watching.
But that game still looks adorable. Dark Souls 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a good trailer.
That face, man. That face.
You guys want audio on this?
That face.
We don't need audio, but the music is great.
It was just some sweet music.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that skull coming out of the dark. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, super.
It wasn't a
cool.
skull. That was like a face. That was like a mask.
Creepy.
I think it's a skeleton.
I think it was a skeleton.
We'll see.
It
We'll,
looked like kind of a
skeleton.
formulated mask.
We'll be able to go full screen. We can check the tape.
Look at that
I'm
dark
Team
side.
Mask.
Seeing the bonfire mechanic.
Yeah, super cool.
And then seeing the boss do it to you.
Yeah. I think it was just a fire-based attack.
Right.
I'm not sure he
Okay.
actually was bonfiring
Yeah.
you, but I love
I
this
love it,
because
though.
it looks like it's like a more modern Anne Orlando kind of. I don't know.
That dead dragon though leaves an
Super
impact
cool.
on you.
Yeah, super cool. It seems like, I mean, Decay. I love the
Is that
peace
you?
sign.
Oh no, that's got to be a.
No,
that's
that's
an enemy.
like
enemy.
a Tower of Latria sort of enemy. But like, yeah.
This church. Oh my God. This is
All
so
in game,
intense.
which is so nice.
It looks like
Yeah.
there's a lot more society in this one.
Yeah.
This
than
might
in-
be a kind
Like,
of
I
cutscene,
assume those aren't
but it's an
enemies.
engine.
I don't
Yeah,
think we
they
can
could
kill all
be.
those people.
We're gonna try.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then gameplay.
Oh,
Give me
sweet
the
lord.
mask. Give me the mask.
Very fast
So
skeletons.
fast. I love it.
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
no,
he's a
yeah.
big
It's
old
a
skull.
skeleton. You're right.
So what's funny is when I first saw that, I assumed he was just kind of a friendly thing who asks for an item.
He very much could be.
But then I saw this, and I'm like, oh, those giants will fight you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
could be like a
that's that backstab you can't do in Bloodborne, right?
Primordial serpent.
Correct.
I remember Justin Spear teaching me that backstab.
You can do
taught you
you
the
can do a
backstab.
visceral attack in all of them, but they
Oh, yeah,
look
look at
different
that.
in Bloodborne.
Those
Boss, cool.
bars kill me, Ian.
Huh?
Because at the scale of this game, you're like, oh my god, and all of a sudden it's smaller. You know, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, everything just looks.
When you
just
see
Oh, the
just
letterboxing.
those two shots.
When you see the boss come
like
down.
I get it's the intro because all the bosses have intros. When you walk into the room, everything goes widescreen, and then the boss comes out. But just like such a pace interrupter, especially when you have this whole world, and then it's like, no.
Oh, I didn't
okay,
even
back
notice.
to the open screen. Okay, no, back to bars. If you want to open with bars and then go full screen, great. But yeah, me, my.
I don't understand why these trailers are so good. I
the
wonder.
Dark Souls trailers are
I
so good?
wonder
From
who they get to do
Software
them.
has discipline and makes quality items.
Do you think From Software like says tells Bandai Namco like we got this covered?
They probably have some say.
Because Bandai Namco has no other good trailers that are like this. All their other trailers are like for Naruto games and they're stupid. You know, like this is
Yeah.
a good trailer.
Yeah, they have atmosphere. I mean, they have someone, whoever they hire, or if they do a little clipping on that, if they do like have From people do it, I don't know.
The branding iron looks like the peace symbol.
And it looks like a peace sign. I saw
That's
that.
so weird.
I think there's also such a clear vibe coming from Dark Souls. Like when you're in the beginnings of a game's advertising, like vibe is really what you're searching for.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Look
at
from your
that.
lead
God
actors that are introduced and then removed from the game. So like
You're so angry
It's like
about
Dark
that.
Souls trailers to me are always just kind of like that. Some of this.
Yeah.
You know, there's no title that's like in a world of ash. It's just
Yeah.
like nope, that. There's
Yeah.
a dragon, he's dead. The castle, you got to dodge that guy, Dark
Yeah.
Souls, and it's enough, and they know it's enough.
Gotta dodge that guy.
You know, like you hit him with the arrow there, you roll there.
You play as
So
Jack
right.
Mangus. Ian, I have a question.
Hi.
So there's like the pole axe that you dodge, and it looks
Halberd.
like you throw something at the enemy.
It has really fast short bow in this one. Apparently.
So you think that's what you do? He dodges the the pole axe and then shoots a bow.
him. Yeah, it could be like a crossbow or a short bow.
Yeah,
they
that
said
looks
they
awesome.
wanted to. I think probably in no small part due to the gun in Bloodborne, they
Mhm.
wanted to have some kind of quick
Yeah.
mid-range.
You're right. That might be that because he dodges it and then just shoots.
Yeah. If you want long range, you still have to use the longbow and like aim, but you can do quick action short bow.
All right, sorry, Brandon. I just want to watch it through one more time.
No.
This trailer.
Somebody was talking about how there's voiceover in this trailer. There's like a creepy
there's
woman
a lady talking.
So I was saying that like there's no like inner world. Although like there is voiceover, but like it's just a big difference. And like I think we might be totally past this point, but like you telling me like this is an exciting adventure game, like that means nothing. Like that, like literally nothing. Like we're totally past that point.
Yeah.
Like once games went 3D, like yeah, sure, maybe we can milk that a little bit more. But like now that we're like so far into this, like all games now are going to be HD, all games are going to be widescreen. It's just better frame rate, higher fidelity, better sound.
Yeah, it's
more enemies, better animations, all this stuff. And so that's why this is so great, Kyle, because they're literally just like, watch it.
Yeah.
You're done. Like we don't need to come out on stage. No one came out on stage to announce this.
Yeah.
How awesome was it?
Yeah.
No one came out. In Dark Souls 3, you walk through a decrepit world that's falling apart. What happened? You don't know. It's up to you to solve the riddle of this dying world in Dark Souls 3. It's just like
yes.
There's no script. You're writing your script yourself in your head. You're trying to formulate what does all this mean. What that giant skeleton head? Do you fight that? Is that just an environmental thing? Is that something like the dude in the cage that you drop in Bloodborne, where it's like you don't really ever fight that guy? It's just kind of like
but it gives
you just
you
get to a point later in the
frenzy.
game where you can trigger something that moves him or makes him react in a certain way. Lots of focus on big things so far. We had the teaser. We had this huge giant. We got the big guy that slams down on the bridge. We got the big skull dude.
Yeah. Giants are very thematically relevant in the Dark Souls world.
I was curious if there was any thematic relevance in this trailer.
Oh yeah, all over.
I think it's very cool though that Microsoft has shown this game so much.
Yeah, they've kind of taken the lead on showing it off both times.
I mean, it makes sense. They definitely want to play up the multi-platformness of this.
No, they don't.
That diverse. Well, but I mean, as opposed to what
It's not only on PlayStation. They're like, hey, we got this too.
What we're used to from software.
It's incredible support. I really think that's cool.
Got that library.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Greatest library in Xbox history, everybody.
Do you think that's because they've already got the PlayStation market? Like from Software's point of view, it's like we already got the PlayStation people. Now we need to get the Microsoft.
Maybe, yeah.
I really love that short bow. That's me. That's my class.
Another totally.
You can do that with anybody.
Again, another totally useless statement that keeps being spouted. They said a lot, like the greatest library. Like every new day is the greatest library of Xbox. Every time you release some weird ID at Xbox games, now it's officially the greatest library in Xbox history. It's like this day is the first day of the rest of my life. You're like, yes. Like
that statement really falls flat. To be honest,
it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Empty calories.
That will be happening to me for sure.
Great boss though.
Windows 10.
Like a tall, weird ghost lady with armor. Perfect.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic Souls.
Yeah, great.
Ukulele off in a corner.
But I'm glad we could talk specifically about like why this had such a big impact.
Nice
And it's just like
fade,
Darth
Blair.
Vader every time. Which I'm now in that. I used to make fun of y'all, and now I'm just like, I gotta play that. That's a good looking game.
Xbox too. They're just like, we gotta get on that Dark Souls.
Speaking of going right for the feels, Homefront.
Oh, what a
This
trailer!
little kid, man.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god, this might be the trailer of the show. That might be my favorite trailer.
Yeah.
Well, we got some more time, but yeah.
The end was a little weird. It was a little weird to end on like the city blowing up because, like, as Americans, we have a little bit of an emotional attachment to watching a big wide shot of a metropolitan city and seeing explosions.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
I hear you.
It was kind of weird to like show a shot like that and be like, yeah, it's like,
I get you.
It is kind of weird because they're blowing up their own country. Yeah.
But
I loved the shift of this though.
Oh yeah.
Because you think it's just the whole thing is just going to be juxtaposition of like the things he's saying going contrary to what we're being shown, but then you realize like, oh, he's talking about thank you for giving us purpose to fight you.
Right.
Yeah.
So cool.
Well, that's what I like. To bring a comparison with another trailer, there was the first the teaser for first CG trailer for Arkham Knight, which had the will of Thomas Wayne. It was like, dear Bruce, don't buy fast cars. So like, it's this thing that's written. It was a good idea, but just the actual writing was terrible.
Yes.
It was like written in a way for like, it's cheeky, but Thomas Wayne certainly didn't mean for it to be cheeky. Like, and if you actually break down the context, like, what? He's writing the will, but he knows he's going to die. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Whereas like, this also has double meaning, but yeah, you get to that midway point, you realize like, I think this intentionally has double meaning. You know, it's like, plus there's that language barrier. So it's like this, the whole game is about taking it when you can, just being like, you give us an inch, we'll take a mile. Kind of that slow subversive, and this game being like the big, push towards actually like starting this revolution.
Dude, and that delivery is so good.
And I loved, to bring up another game that's, definitely get the same vibe from is Wolfenstein New Order. That idea that it's like we already lost. Like Firefly. It's like it's over. War's over. It's like what's this world like now? And I think that's fascinating, and I think a great step to take from the first Homefront, which is kind of like the beginning of that story. I hear if you pre-order, you get a copy of the interview, which is cool. You can download that for free on Xbox.
Wait, what?
Is
that true?
The other Korea project. I wonder if Korea's like.
Are you just joking right now?
Yes, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was willing to roll with it. I like it.
But it just makes me wonder. It makes me wonder if there's going to be some kind of backlash against this game. Like, this was very clear, It's
well,
one thing to just kind of be like, yeah, they're the enemy, but we're really focusing on the soldiers. And, like, he walks out and there's the logo in the background.
Yeah.
It's like all the, Korean soldiers staring at him. It is interesting to just kind of, come up with your own story and paint a villain that actually exists. It's why in Just Cause, like, you go to some made-up city. It's why
exactly.
a lot of games like, we just made this up. It's not... it might be evocative of some areas on the planet, but like we're not going to come out and just call out some random government, which is Korea. Seems like, no, Korea's fine.
Yeah, I think that this is not being politically critical of North Korea. It's just using them as an easy enemy. You know what I mean? Like basically, the game we're going to be playing is just like war in the U.S. And so they just needed a reason to make that happen. I don't think it's too politically charged, to be honest.
We've already had Russia for how many years in every Call of Duty game for the last 20 years.
And for some reason right now it's more realistic for North Korea to invade the US than Russia. Wasn't this going to be China and they had to change it?
No, I don't think so.
I wonder if there's a lot of good details in this trailer. I wonder if you like freeze frame this stuff, the maps he's pointing at, his phone when he brought it up. I know it said like Philadelphia on it. I'm like, I wonder if it says the year, if there's any other little hints.
Find some details.
Yeah, I think they're better off avoiding a year. With the gameplay, though, I'm glad to see that the game is actually coming along and looking good, because I feel like there's been a lot of, there's just been a lot of weird shakiness around the whole thing with the transition from THQ and everything. So, and
Crytek's been having a ton of issues.
And and was this a smart announcement because of that?
They've switched development studios and that kind of thing, and.
Again, self-aware. I feel this trailer is very self-aware.
Yeah.
Like this trailer did speak to me on a level where they're like, I know you were unsure of what's happening with Revolution. Remember why you were kind of excited about this? Like, yes,
Yeah, because when I had that E3 video, I was so into it. It was 2 years ago. Yeah, I loved that video.
Whereas, like, I feel like, again, I'll bring up Quantum Break whenever I can. Just that kind of expectation where it's like, we know you're excited. And you're like, you never know that. Never just ride that, Always come in thinking, like, I'm going to have to show you something new. I'm going to have to... change things up.
Don't just walk through a door with your smug Iceman face and say, hey, guys. Don't introduce yourself with, hey, guys.
Oh, my gosh.
What's up with that?
What's his name? Ashmore? I feel bad we keep calling him Iceman. What's his actual name?
Sean Ashmore.
Sean Ashmore. All right.
I'm still calling him Iceman. FIFA 16 Legends.
Sure.
Woo! Gotta have FIFA in there.
We should just skip
only
past
sports
the
thing, that they talked about.
You're right.
And it is weird when, like, EA will just kind of sneak into other people's press conferences when they themselves are having their own press conference. It doesn't seem as weird at E3 because it's like, well, everybody's stepping up to the plate. Whereas like it is only Xbox and EA or like and Blizzard, but like are the major, companies coming out and showing multiple things. So it's kind of weird that EA is just kind of like, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, but also like they only talk about EA Access during Microsoft.
Yeah.
They don't even bring it up in their own press conference because it's only relevant to people who have an Xbox. That's crazy to me.
It's like, if we bring that up in our own press conference, it'll just really bring the pace down.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. That's exactly, Brandon, that is exactly what they say. And Microsoft has to say yes. Yeah, please, come on. How funny is that?
We got Matt Blair question.
Yes. Real quick while we have a second. People have been posting this in the chat. There's a couple of links, but it's official. Game Informer is reporting that Destiny recasts the Ghost. It is no longer Peter Dinklage. It is now Nolan North.
I saw someone say R.I.P. Dinkbot. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nolan North has re-recorded all the lines from Destiny 1.
Whoa, like legit replaced.
Yes. As in full-on gutted him, and it is now Nolan North henceforth in past and present and future.
Is this real news?
That is I'm looking right at the Game Informer article.
That's insane.
That is
again. This is what I'm talking. This subversion. Bungie's not going to even, or 343 is not, or what am I talking about? Bungie's not going to announce this. They're not going to say anything.
Yes, they are.
You think?
They absolutely will.
Why is Game Informer coming out with the news?
They probably.
Why isn't Bungie getting ahead of this?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe.
And
that.
how do you sell that?
So Game Informer had an appointment with them for the Taken King, and this was one of the details that came out. And obviously, it's a big deal. So they wrote one article about it in particular.
Right.
I'm sure they have a full coverage of the preview coming for the Fallen King, if not today, sometime soon. But this is a big deal.
That's a
I
big
don't know,
deal.
I don't know if Bungie's plan on saying anything.
Fixing a mistake and then playing it off
That's
as
hilarious.
good thing, it just right there, man. Every time, it just gets me.
But I mean, are they fixing a mistake, or are they just like, well, we can't afford to
They are
keep getting Peter
clearly
Dinklage?
fixing a mistake.
They're just obliterating
retconning his
terrible
VO.
acting.
Well, there's a solid chance that he just didn't want to come back and do it again, or he was too busy. Maybe there's scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Because
Because
it's probably a thing where like it's a 10-year contract. I bet they lock down Nolan North for the rest of Destiny.
But what's easier, having a cinema where like, whoops, Dinklage got smashed in a reactor. Oh well, you get a new ghost.
Yeah, that little ghost is so important to the writers, where they're just like, yeah, we need him for the rest of this 10 years.
They're like, no,
Yeah.
people hate this guy. Like if we got to bring in.
I mean, I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear Nolan North's take on every single one of those lines. Even just like, hold on a second, I have to open this door. He had to redo all of those. That is so funny.
times because that's every.
To be honest with you, I'm really curious to see if he actually puts a lot of effort into the role to make it not just sound like Nolan North. Like, we've seen him do some pretty unique voices where you don't recognize him at all. And then there's no
hold on to your butt. And that's honestly what I want. Like that's the other thing you talk about Quantum Break is just like I'm never a huge fan. Which is like we got this guy. It's like I'd rather be my own guy. I'd rather be John Marston. It's just like, who is this guy? I don't know who's voicing him. I've never seen his face before.
Sure.
Love that character.
Yeah.
Whereas like that's not a character. That's Iceman. You know,
Again,
it's like,
yeah, that's yeah.
And so it's like it's like I would much rather that they were just like. Like, oh, we fired Dinklage, we got a new guy. Like, who? Like, some guy. Brian T. Delaney, the guy in Fallout 4. Some guy that you're not like, oh, I can't get Tyrion out of my head. It's like, now it's like, crap, now I can't get Uncharted out of my head. Thanks.
What if they got Nolan
unless he
North?
pulls a Troy Baker and it's like,
Well-
whoa, that's Nolan North. I don't even. But he's done. Like Penguin, like
That's not
Nolan
fair.
North. His Penguin performance is great.
That's not fair. You could easily say he's pulling a Nolan North because he does do some pretty awesome voices. The Penguin
Yeah.
does not sound like Nolan North in any shape or
Yeah,
form.
yeah, yeah.
There's been a few of those.
What if they got him to do Dinklage?
That would be hilarious. I'm going to get him to do
I would
Dinklage. I'm having
love
Nolan
that.
North on GT Live.
Can't wait.
And we're going to get him to do a Dinklage impersonation. Yeah, I mean, what sounds like the most likely is that they couldn't. Dinklage was like, oh, yeah, I'll come back, but I gotta, just talking with his agent, like, get me out of this, please, somehow.
Yeah.
This has not been good for me. It's
I
like
bet he got a lot
the
of
money worth
tweets.
it was not worth me. It's not my damn fault they wrote this crappy dialogue or
Yeah.
used my first take or picked that. Like, I don't know. Like, do you know how much crap he had to read? Like, he doesn't know the context of where any of this takes place. It's totally up to directors to tell him to
It
get a good
seemed to me
performance.
that Dinklage had like a week to do all of it.
Sure.
And so they just powered through it, and whoever was directing it was like afraid of him.
I'm gonna blame the director. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
So they were like, we need a
And the
read
writers.
where it doesn't sound completely terrible, please. That's not how you direct someone, but like, I don't know.
That's how I direct you in.
They were like,
Honestly,
afraid, yeah.
I
Be
think a lot of like
better.
Hollywood voice actors have an idea of what a video game VO is supposed to sound like. You know what I mean? I think they kind of dumb it down.
This is a controversial opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that Dinklage is like a super great actor.
Oh, here it comes.
He's hit or miss.
He's a little hit or miss.
Yeah.
Like he's real good sometimes, and other times
His
I'm like,
accent on Game of Thrones is
yeah.
not the best.
Yeah. Whoa.
You
It gets a little.
There are people
yeah,
on that show that are not
touch
British.
and
They're
go.
pulling it off, and he's
How
doing his thing.
How about Ian
But he's so
McShane
damn
on
likable,
there?
and
Swearingen?
he's just so like you just love that guy. He's just one of those people that's like you were born
Oh
to be a
yeah.
performer.
Love
like,
Tyrion.
But yeah, not necessarily. Again, I even Nolan North is like, well, is he gonna get too expensive? Like, well, just get some guy. Like, why? Yeah.
But
They got
It's like,
North
is anyone
is
not
having
excited
Game of
about
Thrones.
Fallout 4 because they didn't cast a huge celebrity? Is anybody like, well, now I'm not into that game? It's like, I don't care. It
Yeah.
could be anybody.
Right.
I
Like now that you mentioned that name, like, well, now I'm thinking about that guy. Like now that's its own weird headline.
When
And then if
it's-
that guy goes out and does something, Tiger Woodsy or Bill Cosby or so, they're like, ooh, it's like now you're attached to that now because you got that celebrity and he,
not-
cheated on his wife or did.
That's
You're
nice
like,
about
oh.
video games. You can go back and retroactively take someone out of a video game. That's a whole new era, man. You can't do that with a movie.
I wonder how big that update's going to be. I wonder
Yeah.
when that's happening.
That's
I wonder
crazy.
when that's going to
That's
drop.
okay.
And if
What's
they're
on
going to
the
make an
big-
announcement at all.
With the Taken King.
The Taken King probably is when that big update will strike with
Yeah.
all the new stuff. Yeah.
Removing audio files and replace it, that has to be so complicated. That's so crazy.
You know what I would do? So like when they changed the captain on Star Tours, while you were in the line,
Hate
there was
that.
like the old Paul Rubens captain. That was like they were like shipping away. Like he was like in a shipping crate. Like he's like, oh, I'm broken, man. And like would do little like lines. And you're just like, oh, that's the old captain. It'd be great if you like bumped into old Dinklebot at one point. It was like broken on the floor. Like he was like rambling.
Wait,
Dude,
so
I'm so sad.
they kept the old narrator?
Well, it's C-3PO now instead of Pee
Which
Wee
sucks.
Herman. Paul Rubens did the voice of the
That
old guy in
makes
Star
no
Tours.
sense. I hate that. I loved that Star Tours robot so much, and it made sense because he works for goddamn Star Tours. He would be
Right.
there.
I love having
3PO has
C-3PO. I
no
like that.
reason to be there. None.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, Star Tours rules. I miss the old guy.
You sound like me right now, Ian.
I know. No, I miss that robot when I went there.
It's a theme park
"C-3PO,
ride. You know?
It's fair. What is this?
He wants more context.
Funny, or not funny, but like having a celebrity do a voice that's a character that isn't you doesn't bother me really. But yeah, when it's like Fallout 4 and it's you, or like Mass Effect, you know, you want someone like really good, like Jennifer Hale, but who can do a voice that is, you know, it's very specific and very well done, but kind of general. Like either way you play this person, it'll work.
Like even Tywin Lannister, Charles Dance being in Witcher 3, I was like, oh no, really?
Yeah.
That's a bummer. Because I'm gonna go to the king, and it's just like it's not the king, it's Tywin Lannister. It's like he's not even doing a different voice, he's doing his Tywin Lannister voice. You know, it's like it's just so my brain is like get out of my head. You know, Game of Thrones. And it just, to me, if you're like you're really immersed in your game, like you don't want to do that. You only do that because you want to make a big announcement, which is weird that they're. Yeah, I'm so curious how Bungie's gonna handle this.
Yeah.
What kind of you're gonna scroll through the notes of the update. It's way at the bottom. Oh yeah,
to be honest with you,
recast Peter Dinklage.
they've handled controversy with this exact subject already. And when they had the giant public alpha, public beta, and the voice acting was awful. It was horrendous, and we all pointed it out. Every gaming website was laughing at it. We still do. They put some modulation over it. They made him sound like a robot. They got rid of the really bad lines. They fixed it, but they did it.
Some of our favorite lines.
But they did it at launch. They didn't say, "Yeah, we're fixing this. Here's a big video showing us, you know, how we're fixing it." It's like, nope, just fix it, get it out there, get it done.
And they did communicate, yeah. But didn't he also have like a T-shirt making fun of themselves too?
Yes.
The Wizards on the Moon T-shirt.
But like the staff being self-aware versus them actually publicly addressing it, completely different thing.
Yeah. Hoodie draped over the back of the couch. What do you think?
Are you making fun of how we got our shots lined up?
He's got way more presence than Blair. He's upstaging you at this point, Blair.
That's a good
wow, tangent. Boy, that just trumped any conversations we were having about
That was worth talking about.
Yeah, sorry, back to Gamescom.
Yeah.
Which I am putting all of my chips on the fact that Dinklage was out. He's just like, I'm not doing this anymore. Sorry.
Yeah.
And they were like,
I don't think it was Bungie like, hey, we have
why
a
on
problem.
earth would you call attention? Like, there's so many possible negative things you could say about Destiny.
Yeah.
There's so many weird directions you could steer that conversation. It's like, why are you reminding us of this thing that we've kind of gotten over? I guess. I mean, I certainly got over it after a while.
Yeah, it's weird. Like Game of Thrones actors like have to start thinking about life after Game of Thrones, and like Pixels just bombs, and he's just like, you know what? I got to start salvaging this now because I don't have Game of Thrones forever.
There's so many actors being retconned today.
Yeah.
So we talked about FIFA, Halo 5. We got our multiplayer trailer, and then we got an esports arena presentation.
Yeah, which I honestly, again, I think it. Really, if you're going to show multiplayer, like this is the way to do it. Like actually show a match.
Yeah.
Because if you just show random shots of guys getting headshots and this thing around the corner, I mean, it can be cool if you're showing off, you know, a feature that you haven't seen for the first time, you know, like when they first showed the jetpacks and all of that in Halo 5. But yeah, at this point, it's like, yeah, I don't just want to see some more random stuff on a map. I want to see how the game plays out, and from people that know how to play the game. Which these guys, they play the game like normal people definitely never would.
Yeah.
And it's something that fascinates me about. It's like I am the head of Xbox. and I'm a little bit uncomfortable being on stage right now. And it's like, I am the head of 343, and let's hope I can get through this presentation here. And then these like esports guys that like, a lot of people in the audience probably don't know come out and they're like, what do you want me to read? Crime and Punishment? Let's do this.
Yeah,
I don't care. It doesn't matter what you throw at me right now. Let's do this.
Yeah.
You get Sean Ashmore on
It was
stage.
the
And he's
best
like,
of times. It was
hi,
the worst
everyone.
of
I am the new actor in this game, And you get these other guys like, yes, finally. Like, these are the guys. These guys, they said more in that small amount of time. That the pace during that during that arena demo was just, you can't top that, man. And yeah, it was written. Yeah, they knew that what was going to happen. Obviously, you want to have it beforehand so you can focus on the biggest moments, because you don't want to like have a tie or something like it live.
Yeah.
They played 4 matches, and then the Americans lost in the 4th one, and they're like, oh, that one, that's the one we're going to use.
Exactly. That's the thing. It felt
Yeah, it could have been highly edited. You're right.
like they definitely wanted Europe to come out on top since they're in Europe.
My criticism, maybe because I'm just not keeping up on Five Guardians, apologies, and I missed like some awesome Arena trailer where they detailed everything. Would have liked a little more focus on what Arena is, like how that works.
Oh, I think it's just normal, like the classic multiplayer stuff.
Yeah, but they talked specifically about
they came out and said Warzone and Arena.
Yeah.
Like, these are the 2 things you should be excited about for multiplayer.
Yeah.
I know what Warzone is. I played that at E3, and that was rad. That was really, really great. Like, reinvigorated my excitement of Halo multiplayer. Can't wait to get my friends together and like all be on one team and like take on another team. But Arena's kind of like, it seems like you're telling me I shouldn't play this. Like this is for pros. Like
No, I think this is Slayer and Oddball and all that classic stuff. I think that's what they mean by Arena. Of course,
you think? I think this is what they're doing is not a good advertising.
Well, we were talking over them as well.
I'm talking over you. But yeah, definitely a great esports vibe. Are we ever going to get a live something? If we get something like this at Sony, or we get something like this at PSX, or we get something like this at TGS, are they ever actually going to do it on stage? Or is this just going to be like, we did this last week?
No, that will never be live on stage.
It's like the Tech Awards, the Academy Awards. It's like 2 weeks ago, we gave out all of these Academy Awards to the lighting designers, and here's them coming up on stage.
And
okay, now back to the important stuff.
Especially like your online is not ready until the day it launches, and sometimes not even then. And so like, yeah, what's crazy about me that this is esports oriented is that there's no LAN play for this game. Like, you need to be online. And like Master Chief Collection is proving that to be a bad idea. And like to me, like, it's okay. Hey, if you don't want to focus on esports, then yeah, you can do whatever you want. But if you want to be an esports game, it's crazy to me that you don't have LAN. Like, that's insane. It's why it's weird that there's like 2 messages here. And also, like, Halo doesn't do that well in the esports world. The world finals, I guess it wasn't world championships, the finals of the Master Chief Collection series was doing like 20K on Twitch, which is, good, but like nothing compared to other comparable games. So, it's not doing great. And clearly they're putting a push behind it, but weird that they didn't get that first thing first.
One of the things I really like about the Arena run is, typically when it's like this right here, we're watching multiplayer, guys just, kicking butt at multiplayer. But at the same time, the way I imagine that stuff like this is put together is there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of matches that they basically record the whole thing. And then maybe like when they're done with the match, they've just played live. It's like, yeah, that grenade toss, that was sweet. Let's make a note for that.
Sure.
That one moment was cool. Okay. And then the guy goes back through, Forge style and can move the camera wherever he wants. And is like, okay, let me like recapture this one moment. So like, you're slowly making this trailer, and then it's up to the editor to like finesse it and make sure the sounds good and everything. Whereas that match, so when I see a headshot in that mode, it's like, okay, I mean, that was from 500 matches you played. So of course, it's like you put a bunch of apes in a room and eventually with typewriters, and eventually one of them is going to write Hamlet. It's like, of course, you're just going to get that move. Whereas you specifically identified, like, this was a match. These are like 2 teams that have never played each other before. So when you have that guy leaping in the air and headshots 2 guys with a pistol, it's like, what? It just carries a little more weight. I felt myself getting a little more excited about those moves and actually realizing, like, I am enjoying watching these guys play. Like, this is a great sell, specifically for multiplayer. So, and interesting having the announcer guys come out. Esports guys don't really see that at press conferences. I wonder if like the next level is actually bringing those players out, like bringing like the head of the team that won and having him be like, yeah, we know what I really like about what we, this match that we had. Just one little thing, just to have him backing it too.
This
I'm not saying it's better. I just wonder if that's the next level. I wonder if that's
Yeah.
now where you can actually like go further into the esports realm.
I want to be respectful, but I don't want to hear from them in a press conference.
Sure.
I don't don't
Right.
do it, dude. You're good at Halo. That's all right.
But yeah, I mean, we've seen and heard so much about Halo 5 multiplayer. I think this is the most focus we've ever gotten on multiplayer before we know anything about the story beyond us having read novels or really seen all the clues coming from Halo 4. Or like following 343's blog like day by day by day.
Yeah, man. I guess like if you ask what the hook is, and it's like
The hook's multiplayer at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm really excited about.
Right.
The hook for me is, which again was why I want to know more about Arena. The hook for me is Warzone. Warzone's so great,
Mhm.
and just the accessibility, just how quickly you're like, oh, I didn't like that last round. I want a rocket launcher now. Got it. Let's
Yeah.
go. I don't have to like run to that point where it is on the map. I just go to the station. I grab my gun and I go. I grab my mech. I grab my vehicle.
I don't see, like Halo up to this point has clear hooks. Halo 2, it's like, okay, we're fighting on Earth. Here we go.
Yeah.
Halo 3, finish the fight. Halo 4, whole new world, whole new enemies. And then Halo 5, it's like, hey, we got two
Lock.
guys. We got two guys
Yeah,
now.
lock.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I
He
don't
was there
think
the
that's
whole
a hook.
time. Totally.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like a
Well, the
clear
hook is kind of that, like, Master Chief has, kind of been misunderstood and blacklisted. I mean, that's kind of the idea. Then,
What evidence have you
is-
seen that in the trailers?
Oh, we're
I mean, that was the whole thing. The TV
the
campaign.
traitor bullet going into his helmet.
The
and then
TV campaign
two
was all about
split,
that.
Yeah.
The split spots of Locke being like, "I'm saving the universe from you."
Right, it was a monologue. That's like that's
Right.
that's how that was communicated. Is like there's a statue and a monologue.
Speaking of hooks,
okay,
Just Cause 3.
Great transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I needed this gameplay trailer. The first gameplay trailer they released was a little brief.
Brandon, when they brought that here to this stage for E3, and they showed me the gliding. They showed me like just gliding like you're flying, and I just said like, why was this not in your trailer? Like that is the thing to show of this game, and they show so much of it in this trailer. It's so good. That is the appealing thing.
Yeah, because they did the kind of with the parachutes before, right? But the wingsuit makes it really different.
Yeah.
Oh, headshot on the parachute guy.
Yeah, knocking him out of the.
That wouldn't make a lot of sense, but still looks fun.
Wouldn't make a lot of sense.
It's the
Get out of this
trailer
room.
Yeah.
I'm repeating myself. I said this like during the press conference, but this is what Crackdown should have been. They should have just had this.
Uh-huh.
Who cares specifically how the game looks or how far it is along in progress? Look at all the crazy stuff you can do.
Yeah.
Do you think it just wasn't that far along, and that's the problem?
This game is far along. I'll
This
give it
one
that.
is.
I mean, they came out and demoed this game with the confidence I didn't see anyone else have at Judges Week. Anyone. Maybe Disney Infinity. I saw come out.
Because
Be
they
like,
just they let you go
boom,
wild,
drop
right?
the mic. The guy. He's even like flippant about it. He was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's just Cause 3. Let's
Yeah.
just run around." Yeah, some stuff might work. Who cares? Just look at this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
He's going back to his homeland. There's a dictator there. Done. Let's blow some helicopters. Like you do not need to know anything else. Which again, like Crackdown, like there's this intricate web of conspiracy and all of these criminal organizations, and it's like, get back to that transforming car. What are you talking about? Show me craziness. Show me someone having fun with this game.
Yeah.
And the guy who was demoing this was having fun. When they were done, when they were shutting down all the stations, and I've said this before live, but and everyone was, okay, I've played all my Square Enix games at this pre-Gamescom event or this pre-E3 event. Let me just get a Corona and chat with my editorial buddies. The guy was on the couch playing Just Cause 3 in like the corner of the room with no one around him.
Yeah.
He was just like, I love, maybe he's an introvert. I don't know, but
he's probably an
he was
introvert.
like, this is my job and I love it. I
Yeah.
love getting better at this game. I love looking at things and wondering, what can I do with that?
Oh my! The transition to flight. That's
And
so
one thing
cool.
they really don't play up in Just Cause 3, which to me, playing as much of Just Cause 2 as I did, that is such a game changer, is I'll see if I can point out the shot where he does it. But he grapples a helicopter and then grapples the ground and then pulls the wires in, which you can do. And so he pulls the helicopter towards the ground. So you see this helicopter being yanked and just kind of spinning around him.
Great trailer.
Yeah, awesome.
And kind of just showing the bad guy in the beginning, just to be kind of like a cartoonish, like
December 1st.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's so soon.
Okay. Yeah, there's Just Cause 3. Make no bones about that. Forza Motorsport 6, State of Bloodworth, go! Impressions, go!
Yeah, I mean, they brought out some race car drivers to kind of sell the authenticity of it, but I feel like they just kind of they kind of reiterated largely what they said to us behind closed doors. You know, I didn't feel like there was anything particularly new shown off at all in there.
The rain is what they were selling really hard.
Yeah, they're selling rain and night very hard, and
I've heard you say some good things about weather effects in other games. That was a big deal. Can't remember what game came out recently that had night.
It's Drive Club. You were
races
talking about that stuff.
Drive Club had some good stuff.
I think it was the Forza Horizon 2 had the day-night thing where you could speed up the passage of time, so you could like start a race at like sunrise and end at sunset.
No, that's Drive Club.
That's Drive Club.
Yeah.
So that stuff can go a long way, and so I think it's good to specifically focus on the tech. Again, the tech, like such a big play. It's like here's the Square Enix demo running on the Xbox One. Here's this, here's Forza
and they
running
went
at 60 frames per second. We got these weather effects. It's all running smoothly.
It is interesting to see what type of games get promoted to which types of ways. Like you never see like getting experience points in a Forza demo video.
Yeah, I mean they really talked up the surfaces and stuff. But again, like I said, that was like all behind closed doors. So it's just a more, I feel like it's just a more polished and focused way of like presenting that to the viewers. But then you see a third-person shot, like probably not driving that way. But yeah, it looks good. I'm curious to see it.
Did you get more excited from seeing it
on this?
Yeah. I mean, it had to be here. If it wasn't here, we'd all be like, wait, where was Forza? What happened?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't feel like they really showed off anything that was particularly new or exciting. They just kind of, had the time to get a race car driver in there and to give his pitch on it. But I don't know how much that I really, I don't know how much to me, that he sells his authority.
Not at all. Not at all.
Because it's like, well,
he won a race.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
There he is.
you drive a car, that's good. And you've been in your professional simulators, that's good. Does he play Project Cars? Has he played the F1
how much
games?
are you really tracking Forza?
How much does he know to compare it to? Yeah.
Like how critical is any baseball player really going to be of MLB The Show? Like,
no, you're right. You see interviews like that all the time. Like the graphics are amazing. I can't believe what we're capable of right now. It's just like, this is the one game you saw this year. It is funny. The game should just be called Forza Rain. Like, why is this Forza 6? Like, what else makes this a sequel? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they talked up about, having, all their cars at, 450 cars that are at that level of detail.
Oh, yeah. And more than any other game right now. That's an important thing to say,
and they have that, you can go into the car like you did before, and they only had that for like a handful, right?
Yeah, that's one of the things. It's like they have that for all the cars now.
Before we move on to a new map for Rainbow Six Siege, which was fun, we mentioned before, no new Battletoads, sorry, Kyle, the Elite Series 2016, this was trademarked today, right? Or recently?
Yeah. So I wonder what happens if we Google that.
Well, they could still make that announcement at Gamescom.
Sure.
Like, that doesn't necessarily have to be a press briefing announcement.
They have those daily streams at the end of every day of the show as well.
So, it could be something they roll out later. And just kind of like, it's smart to wait, right until, because people check those trademarks and copyright stuff. What are you looking up?
Microsoft registers domain for Xbox Elite Series 2016. I was just checking to see if anything's happened with it. Yeah, all I have is headlines of the registration, but nothing about explaining what that is.
Rock Band 4 Elite Controller exclusive.
Exclusively expensive.
All the buttons are on the back.
Yeah. Weird.
So we got this new map from Rainbow Six Siege, if my eyes do not deceive me. I haven't seen that. Yeah, the dock map.
Yep, and the Polizei.
They played up with the German patches on them.
Keep going. I don't German
so the deal
because they're in Germany, they played up.
Right,
like
I just don't know what German patches are
or whatever.
Oh, it's a flag. It was the flag.
It was the German flag on it.
So like a cool thing about Rainbow Six Siege is that like you can pick from like each country's like top tier military squad.
Oh, okay. Medal of Honor did that.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. That
was
like a big deal.
Very
Pick
similar
your
to that.
And go in. That worked out really good for them. No, not so much.
That wasn't that game's problem though. That was a cool idea for that game.
But do you pick the? Because, I mean, it seems like this location is also in Germany as well, right? So do you actually pick them, or does it just come with the map?
Ooh, I wonder that. That might be the case. Is that just depends on which map you are.
I think this is a perfect amount of time to spend on this announcement. I like that nobody came out. Rainbow Six Siege is a tactical 4-on-4 multiplayer shooter with just unique destructible environments and a tense, play between the two parties. who will dominate and who, just boom right into it. Just like, hey, all we're showing is map today. We know, so, but it's cool. And we're saving it for now. We do have an announcement to make. Ian, where?
That deployable little bundle of barbed wire fence is really funny to me. Because he just like goes, pop. Oops, I cut away from myself. He just goes, pop, and then it goes, point.
Yep.
The spring.
Yeah, it's still a multiplayer video game.
It's
at least.
really fun. I think it's funny. I like it.
And when you walk, it just slows you down. You're like, barbed wire.
Oh, so it doesn't do damage or anything.
Difficult terrain.
It might do damage. I don't know. I think that's like the main thing.
I'll point it out.
I thought this was again just the perfect pace, the perfect place in the show right before the end, right before the last gameplay that they're going to show for Rise of the Tomb Raider. Very stealth, very calm.
The last
setup, yeah, the last gameplay that they showed. Halo Wars 2
Yeah.
was the last announcement they made, but the last actual gameplay.
Yeah, very different from what we saw at E3, which was scaling the mountain and mostly platforming. I don't think we shot anybody at E3.
Looks good. I was waiting. So, like, one of the big things that they played up and kept showing over and over and over again was the falling out of the plane, grabs a parachute, then goes flying through the trees sequence. And I thought we'd get something like that. I thought we'd get
Uncharted-esque.
Where she's like sliding down the hill and the planes, propellers like flying around her, like very slow, you're like really listening to what the guys were saying. It looks great.
That stealth kill from underwater was pretty good.
I think it was just it was one of those times where you look at a game and it just kind of reaffirms it, but doesn't necessarily like take my anticipation to the next level. My anticipation is high because Tomb Raider was awesome, and I cannot wait to play Rise.
Yeah.
I like every time I look at Definitive Edition, I'm like, maybe no, I can't. No, I'm good. But I'm tempted because like the game's just right up my alley. I love it. But to me, I really need to know what she's doing because like her being stranded on the first island was like that was the beginning of why I loved building her up and having her be stronger, and the whole thing where it's like discover the hero. It's like I did. That's what she did. She discovered the hero inside of her, and then taking that hero-ness went on to this adventure. What is that? Why is she here? Like they kind of just, I don't even remember the name of the country she was in or the artifact she was going after. They just kind of like, they lower thirded it, like right at the beginning of the announcement.
Right.
So I just, a little more emphasis put on that. Maybe her talking to one other person or just some kind of setup. I mean, we saw the guy when she was climbing that we know from the first game that comes back.
I'm kind of okay with it. Uncharted does this a lot. Just shows you a scene and just, I mean, in the case of Uncharted, sometimes they show those scenes without any idea themselves of where it's going to fit in the story.
But the last one fit great because he introduced, like, oh, here's that pirate island. This is where we're going. And you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
An island where all the pirates partied? That's great. It's like, whereas this one, it's like, forest. Like,
yeah.
Okay. Like they have backpacks now. And it's like, it looks great. Like it's really, really cool. I just need that. Just something else.
I'm in though. I like what they showed of it. I like not just the sneaking around, but like showing the base in the far off distance, and like we're gonna get to that base. You have lots of options on how to get there. That's my favorite kind of thing. I love that.
Yeah, really good to start Horizon. The same thing. Like start to smart to begin with like walking out to a cliff and seeing this big area and like okay, let's get into it. So you can kind of like get the chance to look back at where you started and realize like all that happened in this one unique space. But still way down. Is that 2015? Is that? Yeah, we're getting it this year, and then PC and PS4 again next
November.
year.
Right.
The next 4 or 5 months are gonna be sweet, guys.
Oh, there's some sweet ones ahead.
And Halo Wars 2, wrapping everything up.
Huge announcement. That's crazy.
Yeah, interesting announcement. What's the main reason we're getting another Halo Wars 2?
I have no idea.
No, I don't.
What's the main thing?
I don't have any clue.
Is it because
it can be on Windows?
Yeah, I mean, really playing like what is a unique Windows 10 experience that can also be directly connected to the Xbox One, and here's this game that we proved that
and this one,
an RTS
this is
does
the one
work
that
on consoles.
they literally kept hidden until the end, right? It was just like, okay, this is a cutscene that could be in any Halo game, but
and they didn't really get into specifics. Like they didn't announce crossplay. You think there's crossplay?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
like
that's
online
competitive multiplayer in a real-time strategy game with people on console playing against people on PC. Has that ever happened before? In a real-time strategy game?
No, you're doomed.
How you're doomed? There's
if you got
no
a controller, you're doomed.
Yeah, it's like imagine you
keyboard into the Xbox.
But they had the keyboard attachment that they showed, right?
But yeah, no mouse with the
no, but USB you could plug in a mouse and keyboard.
So you could
really,
connect.
really want to.
You could use your hand You can grab over here, right?
Too.
It is crazy that Creative Assembly is making it too. I can't believe that.
So remind people who Creative Assembly is.
Total War and Alien
Total
Isolation.
Wars. They got Warhammer coming up.
Yeah.
They got Total War is quite prolific as of late. Good for them.
They're working on a lot of Total War games. So yeah, good team to find. It just seems rude because they had such a great team for Halo Wars that they are like, hey, your game didn't sell to our expectations. You're gone. And then so they just come and get Creative Assembly for the sequel.
How will this sell? Is this going to be a big hit? It's a cool announcement. It's cool if there was an announcement.
I don't know.
Especially a Halo announcement.
I never got into Halo Wars.
I think they're kind of coming into it at the quote-unquote right time for real-time strategy, because Ben and I talk about this a lot. A lot of us do, but what's happened to all the big AAA benchmark RTS games and franchises? StarCraft is wrapping up its story. We have no idea what they're going to do with that IP. Warcraft hasn't been RTS in how long? Don't even want to think about it. Command & Conquer, just don't even bring it up. The list kind of goes on and down from there. I know that there are some out there that are just kind of smaller scale, but like just as good. But you need a big name on some of these things to have a genre really take off. So it's interesting that Halo's kind of swooping in when everybody else has already given up.
My boy Ben's Milky Soup nailed it. HoloLens.
Oh,
HoloLens Halo Wars 2.
That's a great theory, Ben.
The whole rollout that they did with HoloLens was all Halo stuff.
Yes.
And Minecraft.
So like but I mean like that was their stage presentation where the behind the scenes stuff at E3 this year for HoloLens was Halo themed.
Yep.
So
yes, no question now. There's no doubt in my mind. Well, I don't know. It's next year though.
Yeah, HoloLens will be
I don't
next
think
year.
so. I don't think HoloLens will be doing games next year.
Yeah,
At
it's so sweet though.
Yeah.
And honestly, for more than anything, if they had an esports event for Halo Wars and I could spectate that on HoloLens, that'd be so great.
Yes.
If you're just like, and you're watching it with a friend and you can point, look at that guy, look at, rewind that. Like, I'm pumped. I'm pumped for HoloLens. HoloLens is really exciting. I am bummed. I missed out. Out of everything I missed at E3 this year, I'm super bummed I missed that demo.
I think you and I both need to bring our PCs into the room, though, for us to both do HoloLens together.
We don't know what you have to do for HoloLens.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
You could need what weird tech you got to put up around your room or whatever to make
They
that
said
work.
the first iteration of HoloLens will not be for, like, commercial use. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I doubt they're going to be... They said this game will be fall 2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure it'll be ready
It
in
is.
time. Maybe. That'd be cool.
There it is. That is it's a big list.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Some other stuff has happened if you guys are curious.
Oh my!
Yeah,
bring
hit
it
us
in.
with the news, Matt Blair.
Because we are wrapping up our coverage for today. We'll be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow to talk about EA, to set up for the Call of Duty esports event, and to talk about we're getting a Final Fantasy 15 trailer tonight.
Yeah.
We're getting a Metal Gear trailer this week.
We'll probably have Mafia too.
Yeah. I don't even know if the doors open. When are the doors open? Of actually
No.
like the show.
So this is basically getting to evening right now in Germany.
Okay.
EA will kick it off at 10 in the morning, which will be 1 in the morning here.
Yep.
And then that'll be press day, Wednesday.
Okay.
And then the doors open for the public on Thursday.
Cool.
Got it. Mr. Blair, what's the haps?
So at the top of the show, you guys mentioned that you wanted to see the Mad Max trailer that was released today. I have it if you would like to spectate.
Let's do it.
Sure.
There's
Ian, can we get audio on
blood and
this?
gore in this. Just so you know.
Behind you, a dune after dune of drifting, half-forgotten terrors. You flee them. These past phantoms, and the madness that crawls inside. Griffer can help you venture down to where you daren't go yourself, and lay bare your true promise.
Translation: he'll level you up.
You have grown into a violent thing.
I love that he said Darren.
A man of solitude drifting across these sands, fearing those who make you feel human. You know nothing of me. I know what you seek, and I know where you can find it.
There's something brewing out there. War boys from Gastown are tightening the noose fierce like.
Gastown they mentioned in the movie, right?
People,
Oh, another Fury Road call out. The smoke
can show you the light, help you survive. People can bring you the solace you so desperately desire.
War boys have been sighted, prepping most likely for an assault on our beloved ship.
We just got a side quest there.
You wish to know more about yourself? More about the man you've become? But this is a very different world, my friend.
You tell me, son.
Tell you what?
Tell me why I shouldn't land a slug right between your eyes.
If you hope to survive, navigate the flood, escape the past that forever haunts you, then open your eyes.
In the darkest hour, the believer standing upon the sacred sand will behold the true light.
I'm looking hard. There's nothing. Look again. It's right there in front of you.
We knew that. We knew that already.
Negative 0.5 points. Interesting that they're willing to say now at this point available digitally and in stores on this date.
Yeah.
I think they love digital sales.
Of course they do.
Dang, I don't know about that trailer. I honestly feel like I've seen all I want to see of that game.
Yeah, I'm good.
Where you at, Blood?
I think, I'm glad in a way that they focused a little bit more on like story setup, because I feel like the past couple of things that we've seen have been very mechanically focused. Like, okay, this is how the game world works, and here's how you upgrade your car, and all of the systems that go into the game. Whereas this gives you a little bit more purpose. I'm worried that it might be a little bit too talky and introspective.
Sure. I get that. I absolutely get that.
Wait, I don't need Mad Max to like find himself, really.
It is a fine line. It's like, do you just make an awesome Mad Max experience and just kind of set him as a protagonist? You're like, don't really worry about this guy, or do you, like, was Fury Road great because we learned so many awesome things about Max, or was it just awesome?
No.
You know,
you're right.
Max should never speak. He's like a force of nature. He has 16 lines in the Road Warrior.
But I mean, at the same time, it's like the game's called Mad Max. You're finally making this, big blowout Mad Max game. Like, would this be the time to maybe like say some things about his character? Or
what I was wondering was maybe because they show him like right here. Sorry, I was on me. But he's with that little girl, and there's a little girl in the beginning of Fury, or that he flashes to in Fury Road all the time, that isn't really specifically from anything.
Yeah, I think it was like a weird feral kid call
But
out,
except
but who knows?
changed, So it's like weird. I'm like, wait, maybe this game is before Fury Road somehow. Like, I don't know.
Because the kid in Road Warrior was like a kid, like she was holding her in her arms, and then in Fury Road, when they had a quick flashback, they were running together hand in hand.
Well,
so the kid was like a
the
little bit
feral
older.
kid is male in
Right. No, I'm talking about his
Warrior.
daughter, his child.
That's also male.
Oh, he's a
in
son.
Mad Max, yeah.
But
I mean, George Miller has stated that like all the Mad Max things don't have there's no real chronology. They just are. They're all just adventures.
Which
in
is
the
bizarre
life
because
of
they
Mad
clearly
Max.
do.
The first two do for sure.
Well, Thunderdome, he bumps into the Gyro Captain. He's like, so he knows who that is.
It's weird because I watched it recently, and he's dressed differently, and he flies a plane. Yeah, he flies a plane. It's like, it's weird because you're not sure if it's the same dude.
I get a strong vibe it's the same. You can see it in Mel Gibson's face when he walks in that room. He's like, hey.
But then they like,
and it's just like, They
like never really acknowledge it. It's very strange.
I'm going to tell you to do something, and you're going to do it.
I kind
of know what I'm capable of.
I like having a loose continuity when you're open to it. When you're just like, look, there's no continuity. Then you're completely allowed to have a loose continuity.
And this game can have any kind of continuity it wants because there's never been a Mad Max game. So
get loose.
It's really up to them. But yeah, there was another game that we were
we saw probably Battlefront. It's like, yeah, I can see more Battlefront trailers, but like I'm sold. I'm down. Let's do it. Yeah, and I'm probably where I'm at with this game. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it wasn't a game. It was Spectre, the 007 trailer that came out. We're like, okay, we're good. We'll see it. We're
good
fine.
on Spectre. I'm in.
Like, there's nothing you can do with the trailer that's going to make me more excited. And
I think Battlefront still has some room, just in terms of environments. Like I think people
and modes. That's actually another thing we could talk about. We got a teaser for Fighter Squadron, which is going to be the ship battle mode in Battlefront. Whatever that, if that's added DLC, if that's just something else they haven't announced yet. Who knows?
Sure.
So we're going to get that trailer later this week.
Because we've seen like 4 environments for Battlefront.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
The desert, the Hoth, the lava planet, which is apparently like a new planet.
Oh, I haven't seen the lava planet.
Just we've seen it real quick.
Okay.
At the end of that awesome Battlefront trailer where the Falcon comes flying.
Oh yeah. But we haven't seen gameplay on there.
And then the
not
forest,
like live or not like some HUD up. Somebody actually like playing the game. So yeah, launch trailer for Mad Max, and then that's it. Don't stop it with the.
Yeah.
Didn't necessarily need to get like an update on that game this week.
Oh man, it's so hosed up against Metal Gear Solid. Poor guy.
Infinity 3.0.
Yeah, that was a bad call.
Forget about it.
Yeah, that's sent out to die. That poor game. Well, that'll be like $15.
I'm gonna be playing Mad Max instead of Metal Gear that week. So
okay,
that's where I'm coming from.
They got one guy.
They got me. Anything else, Mr. Blair? Any other big headlines coming in?
Not really. Xbox pulled a fast one on us and uploaded a new Doom trailer. Turns out it's not a new one.
Okay.
So that's the same old gameplay trailer.
Okay.
It's still exciting, possibly for some people, but it's not new, so we won't bother with that one.
Doom, not a game I was really expecting to get an update on this week. So
yeah,
just get it up there in the headlines.
So no big surprises there, and yeah, I think that about wraps it up for the Xbox stuff.
Any other non-Xbox stuff that popped in? No.
A Rock Band 4 trailer, a little bit of gameplay. Not
Yeah.
that spectacular.
That's
Not
okay.
that spectacular.
It's okay.
I was hoping that Doom thing would turn out, but it didn't. So
people talking about Sony a little bit, just kind of like, so Sony's not there. I mean, they got PSX, right? So they're
Well, they've also talked a bit about
Paris Games
TGS, right?
Which
and
Sony?
Paris, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going heavy on Paris Games Week.
When is Paris Games Week?
I think it's near the end of August or September. I'll look that up. I was looking for headlines.
When are those press conferences?
I don't know that they're
what time of
doing-
day.
But I don't know. Are they actually doing a press conference?
Yes.
Okay.
They said we're not going to Gamescom because we're doing a press conference at Paris Games Week. Oh my gosh, it's in October.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, no Record, but we talked about that. No Sea of Thieves. No Gears. Not even mentioned. No
It was
Gears
on
at
the
all.
screen, but yeah. I mean, I was actually a little bit surprised that they didn't say anything about the
Future Gears?
Not the new one, but the remaster
of Gears 1, yeah.
Like you would have thought they would have thrown that in.
Because they made an announcement that like you get, you unlock the ability to use, if you have the discs, you unlock the ability to backwards compatibility upload Gears 2 and Gears 3 when you get Definitive Edition.
Wait,
or
you
Ultimate
need
Edition or
Definitive
something.
Edition? I thought they were just announcing, hey, all these games are being back.
It seemed weird the way they described it. It was
Okay.
like once you get that, now you can do this, but you
weird.
can't without it or something, or like
That wouldn't be right.
Yeah, well, some of those others, like they had that, like at the end, like includes these, two, Rainbow Six includes Vegas and Vegas 2.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely like when I got Bayonetta 1 for free, when I got Bayonetta 2 on Wii U, I didn't go play through Bayonetta 1. It's like I just got the sequel. Thank you for the like free game, I guess. But like to me, that's such a strange thing, right? Like packed in with the game, I guess.
But yeah, but I mean, this is its own game. It's not like you get Gears 4 and you get these 3 things. It's like you're already in the market to replay the franchise. Basically.
Sure.
So they're like, yeah, do it.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
It's not like you play 3 and then go back and play 1 and 2. You're playing 1, so it's just like once you finish 1, like I want to play 2 now.
It's a huge
That
value.
makes sense.
It's incredible value. I should say that. Yeah, it's huge.
I am actually a bit surprised that with them starting off with Rare Replay that they didn't do anything for Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, maybe it's just not.
I think it's far away.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's far away.
Yeah.
But it just seems weird. It's like, all right, we're going to throw the Battletoads into Killer Instinct, and goodbye, Rare. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye, Rare. And goodbye, everybody. And I think it's a good time to wrap things up. We are pushing an hour and a half following the press conference.
We should
talking
do,
about
we
all
should do
stuff
highlights and
Gamescom.
lowlights then, real quick. What's your highlight?
My highlight. See, that's the thing. It's like there are a lot of things were like affirmed for me. It's like, yeah, Just Cause 3 looks great. Rainbow Six, new stage, cool. Rise of Tomb Raider looks good.
Yeah.
Like nothing was like, hold the phone. I'm Scalebound, probably.
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
Scalebound.
Scalebound.
It's like,
for
oh
me-
man, did you see that?
And also, there's a Battletoad and Killer Instinct available today. That's incredible. That's so weird.
We'll see how long that lasts. And for all of my griping, Quantum Break looks great. I mean they're definitely. It's you say like time manipulation in a third-person shooter, like okay, but like I've never seen that stuff before. That just visually looks really cool. I think my main concern for Quantum Break now is just like how planned are these moments? Do I really have freedom to just kind of like wait till I see what I do with these powers, or is it just like that truck comes in that way every time, so there's not a lot of replay value? Kind of curious to see what if you have any choice, or you can steer that story in the direction that you want. Anything else? Homefront? Yeah.
Homefront.
I mean, the trailer was cool,
Great
but
trailer,
didn't see any new gameplay or anything.
I'm looking for lowlights. I don't know, man. Maybe FIFA.
Yeah, but that's not FIFA's. I mean, what's FIFA gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they're
Thimbleweed was definitely a low light.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I feel like their kind of their indie show was not that strong.
Sure.
Cobalt was a low light because they didn't really set up what it was. It's like, this is something we've been working on. Like, oh, neat. And then Ian's like, oh, no, we've seen this. And it's like, well, that's not the way they described it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see it. You can kind of see like the low point of the show. But I think they paced everything
Dark
out
Souls
really
3
well.
is nice.
Yeah, Dark Souls 3 was. It's so funny. It's like, it's like the Killer Instinct announcement, like like Bloodstained, like oh okay, and like Worms, like and like Thimbleweed, like and then Ark, Happy Few, like Cobalt, like Dark Souls, and then Dark Souls 3 kind of like picks up the rest of the show, like Homefront, Halo, Just Cause. Nothing but gravy for the end there. So a satisfying press conference.
I'd say
maybe
better
nothing
than
that
E3.
just completely knocked me over. Maybe like 0.1. I think it's on par. Which is to say they did a good job at E3.
Yeah.
They didn't. Nothing upset me. It's just like Sony, man. They did such a good job that don't even need to go to Gamescom. We kicked that much butt. There's still so much stuff to do. So we're going to be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We're going to be, again, talking about the EA stuff that happened tonight. We'll, of course, probably open in our pre-show with the Final Fantasy 15 trailer, which we're going to get tonight. So we're definitely going to want to talk about that, plus any other announcements that happen on this day before Gamescom.
I think there'll be a release date on that 15 trailer.
I don't know. Again with the release dates.
March.
Yeah, that dog, but a release date.
Yeah.
A release date.
I think it's going to have a release date.
So we'll be talking about that tomorrow at 9. We have a special 2-hour version of GT Live tomorrow starting at 6 p.m. with guests that I'm really excited about. The guys who produced the Honest Game Trailers. Honest Trailers was created by Andy Signor, who does the Honest Trailers, but the Honest Game Trailers are produced and sometimes written by a guy named Matt Robb, who manages the Smosh Games team and manages a bunch of other stuff here at Defy Media, and is somebody we work with every day. Really nice guy, really funny, great opinions on games, and really excited to finally get him on and talk about all these trailers. Like we'll have the Honest Game Trailers guys on to talk about it's one of my favorite shows on YouTube, and talk about what goes into writing that. And I think it's a perfect time, like an event like this, to talk about like what do you think of the Homefront trailer? Like they might rip that apart. Look at this stupid kid. You never know.
Yeah, but like jokes off, I'm still curious what they think of it too. Yeah. Exactly.
We might do some trailer scores tomorrow night. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how the show goes, and then we're gonna wrap things up finally on Thursday. I'm not sure exactly what time. Do you have the time?
We're doing 9 a.m. for Blizzard.
We're back 9 a.m. Thursday for Blizzard. We will have Ben Moore and Mike Hubert and Brad Ellis here to squee about all of the announcements coming from Blizzard.
Yeah.
Which, man, the way that they're rocking these days, who knows what the heck we're gonna get? What franchise they're gonna focus on?
Actually,
could
you
be
know
anything. Diablo 4. Who knows?
You had a half-hour pre-show, so it's 8:30 a.m. on Thursday.
Okay.
So there's gonna be pre-show and then that weird World of Warcraft expansion.
Where there's nothing to tomorrow because you will have already witnessed the EA press conference, but we will be there to talk about it. Hopefully it's good. Excited for Battlefront. What else for EA before we wrap things up? What are we excited about? More FIFA news, more Legends.
Things weirder than Untangle.
Oh, Unravel?
Unravel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's something going around that they had like 2 other games that they might show off that were similar to that.
I'm ready for that.
But that you Need for Speed, Battlefront for sure. I don't know if they'll really show anything for Mass Effect. I kind of feel like that's still such a far way off.
Mm-hmm.
But Battlefront for sure will be. They'll probably have like a bunch of people on the stage.
I want EA to have something we can download tomorrow.
Yeah,
I want everyone to have something to download.
Yeah.
swag for the world.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had a great audience today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Pre-Gamescom. Gamescom officially starts tomorrow, but it's starting now. Let us know what you want us to talk about. We don't want to miss any announcements, so be sure to respond to us on social media and in the comments and everything. We will, of course, put up our post-show as soon as possible so you guys can check it out and catch up on all the news. And really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Enjoy Gamescom.